Two, 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 two. Doubt it.
Yeah, Trey is talented. The worst thing that the industry would do to him is try to make him showcase his talent. Don't make him showcase his talent. Make other niggas talk about the talent because they align with him. So
say that one more time.
So instead of going to okay, so it's this record that's popping right now, and I hate to talk about it, but I will. It's this record popping right now called Manifestations, right? And it's one content creator, this tall guy, like 6'7", 6'8", and he does this thing with his boot, and he dances to this one song.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Yes. Now think about this. That's his shit now. Because the thing about Trey is that you need a gimmick, and what I mean by the gimmick, you need like.
So, of course, towards the end of last week's show, and this is something that I need to work on just personally for myself, because sometimes I get so excited about conversations or just get a little too passionate and I cuss too much. So realistically, I do want to play Ryan's Clock version of responding to like the Future and Russell Wilson thing, because of course, I mean, I went absolutely crazy on Future last week, but I don't think sometimes just wanting to clip stuff up and post it on social media, just going absolutely crazy using cuss words every other word, don't really benefit the podcast. So I do want to play Ryan's Clock version of it, and then we can get into some of this week's episode.
For all the things that have been said about him, square, corny, whatever it is, the way that he has taken care of his family and the way that he stepped up in that young man's life is the most masculine thing a man can do. When you marry a woman and she already has a child, you say, I'm going to love you and I'm going to love that child fully because that child is all of you as well. And being a quote unquote stepdad, which Russell Wilson is not, right. Because when you take that job to be a father, and you have to love that child like that child is your own, like you and your wife made that child. And sometimes as a quote unquote stepdad or stepmother, you have to love that child knowing that that love may never be reciprocated. You have to love that child like you are that child's father, knowing that they may never see you that way. And you have to love that child like you are that child's father. And if the father is in their life, know when to step back. And that's difficult to do because you're pouring all your love into that kid every single day. Mm-hmm. And to step up and to be able to do that for Russell Wilson, to me, is his crowning achievement. The Super Bowls, the Pro Bowls, like that is the thing that I think stands above and beyond all of those things. Because the other thing you step up for when you are marrying someone that already has a child is a trauma and an emotion and experiences that are outside of you. You could give that kid all you want and they could still long for that person. 4 years ago, we had a conversation about Russell Wilson, and looking back on it, it was immature on this show, but we brought up Sierra in that conversation, and they've been nothing but kind to me every time I say it. I want to apologize to both of y'all. I want to apologize to y'all for not separating things. I want to apologize to both of y'all for not clarifying things. I want to apologize to both of y'all for not being mature enough to be like, hey, I see exactly why she loves him. Because he loves her, he supports her for all the things.
Again, like I said, shout out to Ryan Clock. Ryan Clock is probably one of I told you, some people who just are very just well thought out and well spoken on some of their point of view. Not even some, a lot of, it ain't too many times I've seen Ryan Clock on the wrong side of just any conversation. And some people, I mean, of course, you'll see people in the comment section who will sit here and call him a panderer and call him all types of things because he always just give a great like analogy and kind of just break down things. So I appreciate like Ryan Clark, and like I always talk about Killer Mike. Like there was just a few people that I just appreciate the way they speak on different topics, and then just him even kind of not even have to necessarily bash Future like I did last week, but still big up Russell Wilson, which I mean, I think realistically the sad thing is you don't see as many people go out of their way to give Russell Wilson his flowers for the way he's stepping up as a stepdad instead of just literally like, because when people was calling him corny, everybody in the mother was willing to kind of like jump on that scenario and jump on that train, and that can't be a conversational piece. But to sit here and see how he just continuously show up for Baby Future is absolutely just out of this world. So again, shout out to Russell Wilson, shout out to Ryan Clark for breaking that in. I guess realistically, I do want to get in just with, to me, starting in with Beauty and Black, the second part of season 2. The second part of season 2 was better than the whole first season and the beginning of this season. Like, I kind of almost where it's like, I mean, I guess you appreciate how it built up to where it's at now, but it kind of make me be like, dang, why you kind of couldn't come out as strong? And then let's be clear, I do still see people on the internet trying to sit here and just down talk Tyler Perry, but I think that just to me is a lie. Like that, and that's the reason why I kind of even just get frustrated with the Tyler Perry conversation, because it's like, it's not real. Because dog, before I even start watching it, you get on Netflix, it's the #1 show on Netflix. So it's kind of like, it's just like, y'all, you can't sit here and say something is so bad, but you consistently watch and keep showing up. And that's why they get renewed for a season 3. Like, I just think people just don't even be real with what they be saying, or just sometimes people just love to just sit on the internet and just absolutely just complain all the time, just about stuff that you really don't care about, or you kind of just lying and you just complaining about certain things just because it's the cool thing to do via social media. And that to me is like one of the corniest thing, and we'll get into that when we get into the Loud on 21 Savage conversation in a few minutes. I just hate the way that people just be on social media. I'm like, bro, you gotta just be serious, because like certain things we can look at. I can look on Netflix and see this is the #1 trending show. This ain't just on Black. This is period. The #1 show on Netflix was Beauty and Black over the weekend. So again, like I said, shout out to Tyler Perry. That second season to me, I mean, that second part of season 2 was just like absolutely like, I was like, damn, I like this. Made me actually like, damn, I'm not mad that I wasted my time watching those other jumps, because it made me appreciate just this second part of it. You got any thoughts on it, Erica? Did you get a chance to watch it?
I only got up to like episode, what is it, 11 maybe. So you finished all of it?
Yeah, I finished the whole jump. I won't do no spoilers. I just would sit here and say, what's my girl name, Mallory? She just like, you can't play with nobody like that, bro. You can't. And the crazy thing is, where she just like, she's so in love with what's the dude name? What's his name? Roy.
You think she's in love with him?
Hell yeah, because it's like you to go to, you gotta think about it, for her to kind of just like constant, and she might not even be in love. She may just realistically just be in it for, and she just may be thinking business wise and thinking about the money part. But I felt like she put up with so much from him. It's like, I can't believe it's just all about her just trying to keep her stake in the company, because I think the rest of everybody in the company kind of knew what value she brung. So I don't think nobody would have kicked her out if she wanted to leave him.
I mean, I think I might have left off when she caught him in the back of the club, and she was beating him up and beating him.
Oh yeah, she went absolutely crazy.
So
you ain't even see the next part where she dragged it all the way to absolute hell. Like she would do it, however many remaining episodes. And again, because I'm sure it's a lot of people who didn't see it, so I don't have to do no spoilers. But after that part, there's 2 more parts on this series where she literally, I'm talking about, take it to hell, literally, with him and that same girl. So that's just my point, where it's like, because she could have moved on a million different times. And I do think realistically, it was kind of like she caught in between of like love and then still just like, she don't want to, it's a lifestyle that she got. Because even later on in the jump, like towards like the last episode, her and the Asian dude kind of have a conversation where it's like, where they talk about it, where she was just like, yeah, the guys who probably realistically would treat me right and value the ground that I walk on, them niggas be broke.
Mm.
I do think it's realistically, it may be more leaning towards just the money part of the life. I mean, let's just look at the lifestyle that they kind of already got for themselves, and just how she's able to just dress and move around, and just even with that power, knowing that I got so many. I mean, look at all the people that work for them and stuff like that. So I get why she wouldn't, why you kind of want to turn a blind eye to it, but then it's at the same time, it's like, it gotta be some love to it, because if it wasn't no love and it was just for the money, she wouldn't have crashed out like that. Yeah, that's my point. So if it was just strictly off the money, you wouldn't even care. But the fact that you sit here and you ain't no real fighter, and you just go out in the back and just go into a brawl in the back of a strip club, like it gotta be some type of love there. Like it can't be just off of the strength of like, oh yeah, I'm just here for the money. Because if it was just here for the money, where it's like, you see how people carry it when it's just for the money. Like look at how the moms carry it.
Mm-hmm.
Or even even with Charles, like it's just for him, it's just about bread. He don't care about the company or nothing. He just, long as that money clear, he cool. So again, like I said, I do think Beauty and Black, to me, just this second part of the jump was absolutely worth just to watch. Because I know for a fact that first season, I was like, why the hell am I watching this? And listen to what I'm saying. I understand people's critique on watching the show, but I just don't feel like, what's the purpose of complaint? Why do because you knew, listen what I'm saying, for you to still watch it now, and it's like, this ain't a new season. This is just part 2 to season 2. excuse me, you knew how bad it was. The acting was already. So if you press play again, what you thought the second part of the second season, the acting was gonna get better? That'd be my point of like people, what you complaining for? Like that to me is the stuff that to me as being black, that's the biggest thing that I hate about the black culture. Cause like, bro, you will pick and choose everything. And like I said it again, like with last week with Jack Harlow, it's like, bro, y'all, you take too much time to complain about it. Then don't watch or don't listen to stuff that you don't like and champion the stuff you do. Like again, like I said, I liked it. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I appreciated that. That was my little break from watching Blackish, and I watched all them. That joint straight. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was my favorite out of all of the seasons so far, and the part 2, because I almost feel like this is damn near its own separate season. But again, that to me, that second half of season 2, I like Beauty and Black. I highly recommend that. If you already start watching them and you already seen season 1 and you already watched season 2, please do yourself a favor and finish watching the rest of that season. This is a good jump. Like literally, I'm telling you, after that strip club jump, she got 2 elite crash outs we could talk about next week, because I know for a fact everybody didn't get a chance to finish it. So we can come. I don't want to have to do no spoilers. And we can talk about it next week. I do want to play real quick a clip of the dude who plays, what do you play, Angel on the show. I kind of did. I got to play it because I seen it. I just kind of kept scrolling and just sent it to listen to it. But I kind of wonder, I don't know if he considered himself gay. Like, would you consider his character like, I mean, his character to me was.
His character is not, I don't think he's not gay, but he was willing to play the part a little bit for the father, for the money. But he's not gay in the show.
Okay, all right. So,
he got a girl or what?
Yeah, he did bad baby moms. Yeah.
Like he wouldn't send me to hell. Yes, God does love you, right? But he loves all his children. Whether you're an atheist, whether you curse him, whether you live in sin, whether you drunk, smoke weed, whether you do whatever, he still loves you, right? But he'll send you to hell because when you die, there's only 2 places, right? And if you live in sin on this earth, he's so holy, he's so grand beyond our imagination. You can't kick it with him in heaven. Not because, Mariah, Chavo got loose again, you got to time better. Not because he doesn't love you, but because he's so holy, he can't dwell with unholy people. And that goes for other sinners, scoffers, mockers, liars, all things that are an abomination. It's not just the LGBT. It's if you're drunk, like if you're an alcoholic, like he wouldn't. If you are a murderer, like these are all sins that God doesn't tolerate. If you are a murderer, like these are all sins that God doesn't.
So after he just said this, he said he went back and apologized for his statement. I kind of like, to me, I hate the fact that people can't just stand on what you say. If you believe that, if this is what you actually believe, what's the purpose of apologizing? I mean, I'm sure I can imagine.
Because nobody asked him for his opinion.
I don't know because I feel like he got clipped. I don't know what, it had to be a conversation leading to that. And then I would ask him, do you feel like God would sit here and send you to heaven or hell because you played a kind of gay nigga? Yeah.
Like you kind of like judging people, but who are you to judge when you play this role on this show?
Yeah, because I'm sure there is a lot of men who feel like they too straight to even fake play gay.
Yeah, like I think that's the issue, and that's probably why he went back and apologized. Who are you to? It's the messenger.
Yeah, because let's be clear. What was that? That was season 1 when he was like dancing with the old man and all that. Yeah, like bro, you can't just tell me like as a straight man. And I know Tyler Perry may pay people well, but you are like a new actor. I know you ain't get paid that much. Ain't no way. So it's not enough money for me to play that kind of gay ass role dog. And you a horrible actor at that. So it's kind of like, come on, dog. Like you can't. I'm not. That's why the only reason why I don't kind of even understand why you even come out and say that. But even if you're gonna say it, then stand on it. Like I seen the dude, the running back for the New York Giants, when he was sitting here saying people got to stop using CTE as an excuse. Like, and he came out and apologized for that. Like, what the fuck? I hate when people don't say something if you feel like you got to apologize for it literally not even a couple of hours later. Like, stand on what you say and say. Like, if you say what you said, mean it. Especially it's not something out of like, it's a difference if you texting something and it get took out of context. But if you verbally sitting here saying something on camera and you know a camera looking at you, bro, just stand on what you said. You don't have to apologize on it. What you said it because that's what you felt. And if that's what you feel, then just, I mean, I hope you will have a good explanation. But both of them, to me, just apologizing was kind of weak. But especially with the CTE thing, because I feel like they use that shit a lot for an excuse. So I wasn't even mad at him for even sitting here saying what he said. But again, like I said, if you haven't watched Beauty and Black, please do yourself a favor. That second part is fire. I guess realistically, Yeah, I want to get into Lotto and 21 Savage. Of course, Lotto put out she put out a cover for her album, and her album is called Big Mama. And then she also put out a single, and the name of the single is Business and Personal. And I mean, of course, people sit here and just absolutely lost their mind because they sit here, I guess, breaking down her lyrics before she sit here and said that she wouldn't let a dude trap her, she'd take the 500 or something, whatever. I don't necessarily. The crazy thing is about just the internet. And even just with this whole 21 Savage and Lotto thing is when people keep saying like, oh, he married and this, that, and the third was like, I may sit here and say before we podcast, let me go on 21 Savage. And this man and I literally telling y'all, this man got 1,100 posts. And I had to sit here and just keep scrolling and keep looking. I'm like, how do y'all actually know that this man married? Because I went down, I'm like, he don't post his kids. He don't post that whatever woman y'all saying he married to. So tell me how y'all know that this man married. And that's all you kept seeing people drag it. And to me, realistically, the only reason why y'all even know he got kids is because J. Cole rapped about it in the song. 21 Savage himself ain't rap about it. He ain't got no dad lyrics or nothing. But then even I seen this one, and it was kind of blowing because I kept seeing somebody. So I seen a girl who kind of like a big creator on TikTok, and she sit here and try to say, "Oh, 21 Savage went out of his way to sit here and celebrate Amber Rose." Like most people, everybody has been in that one relationship where you extended yourself via social media, and then 9 times out of 10 you said you won't never do it again. But I told her, I'm saying maybe you create too much content, you don't got no time to listen to 21 Savage. But I know for a fact that we came on this podcast and talked about it before when him and Honcho did a song on Honcho last project. And he rapped about Lotto and rapped about her getting pregnant. And I was kind of like, and I literally remember saying on here, like, damn, I wonder, is Lotto really pregnant? Or was that just like a bar, him just like manifesting getting her pregnant? But obviously now, a couple of months later, she actually is pregnant. So what he said in that verse, you can go back and listen to it. Matter of fact, I screenshot it. What's the name of this song? Honcho on 21 Savage. It's called If Only. So you can go on Apple Music or Spotify, YouTube, put in Honcho 21 Savage, If Only, and literally go listen to his verse. He rap about the leopard pants and he rap about getting her pregnant. So again, I have never heard him rap about his wife. And so for people to sit here, but again, most people don't listen to music the same way. Even with the Lotto thing, it's like, yeah, cool, she pregnant. I don't care, nigga. She was rapping her ass off. When that beat dropped, when that second part of that beat came in, she absolutely went crazy. And then her even just sitting here and addressing y'all, sitting here saying that y'all think Drake writing her raps, and she was like, I take that as a compliment. Then the double entendre with the Angel Reese bar, like I'm like, bro, she just smoked this. Like, what are we talking about? Like, y'all was sitting here so hung up on who this girl who she's pregnant by, and that's what I'm saying. I talk about it all the time with the female rappers. I don't care as long as you keep chasing your career. Don't let the baby hinder your career. And obviously, she put out music with it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna play into it. I'm gonna put it on my album. You see, Cardi B has smoked it. She had this baby by Stephon Diggs. It don't even feel like she had a kid because all you seeing is her tour going viral every single day, and people speaking so highly of her performance and the energy she put in. So cool. If you can have it, even with Sexy Red had a baby. Nobody even thought twice about it. Nobody even blinked the eye or even cared. Because Sexy Red kept literally, okay, cool, I'm not going to allow this to slow down the momentum I got. So that's always my biggest beef with any female rappers. Like, don't have a baby and allow it to slow you down. As long as you could have this kid and keep on pushing and keep on supplying your fans with music, then it don't matter. But
did Nicki after hers?
Nah, but you got to think about Nicki had her baby later in her career, so it's kind of like she was already Nicki Minaj. So it's like you can't put her because she ain't on that same, like she ain't still like, even for Lotto, y'all know I'm a huge Lotto fan, but Lotto realistically she still need to even be able to do tours like Meg and Cardi. Lotto still need a real like big hit. Y'all know I'm a Lotto stan. That's why I was more happy about the music than I care about the pregnancy thing. But I think she still realistically. She put out solid projects, but she needs a hit like to be able to do what Cardi and Meg do. Like them, that ain't from just, oh, I got a crazy fan base. No, I got hit records with a crazy fan base. So for Lotto, she don't have a crazy fan base. I've said this before on here before. People just hate Lotto the same way they hate Tyler Perry. It's just certain people I kind of already know. Like, all right, bro, when a blog start picking them up, I already know it's gonna be nothing but people in the comment section just hating on her. And I told y'all that about Lotto a million times when we was just talking about Lotto just off of just the music. Like, you can't even sit here like that. To me, to see so many people hung up on the pregnancy part and sitting here trying to like 20, I'm just what I'm saying. And this is the part that really pissed me off because 21 Savage has done multiple interviews. He did an interview with Big Bank for 4 hours, ain't mentioned a kid or a wife. How that, like, the thing about what we sitting here saying, imagine you sitting here saying, oh, you haven't, how, if I was somebody's wife and I'm sitting and you sitting here can do 4-hour interviews, put out projects and never acknowledge me. And you sit here and think that I'm about to, and y'all, and I'm sitting here, and now y'all telling me, like, y'all almost damn near forcing this nigga to be married. You don't know he's married because if you go on his social media page, there ain't no evidence of him being married. If you go listen, he did a big.
Is he American?
Nah.
So I think that's why. When he got deported, I think that's how everybody found out about it.
Maybe, but
I think that's how everybody found out about the whole what's name, and I think that probably is the reason why he probably did marry that woman or whatever the case may be, is so he can be a citizen.
But that's but that's cool. Even if that's the case, then my whole thing is why I hate the people trying to drag it like he was in like it ain't like Pat Poose and Remy Ma. Like that's a whole different.
Yeah, no, it could be a business or whatever the case may be. We did it for whatever the reason. But I think that's why I said he never acknowledged, just like he never acknowledged that he's not, from. Saying he's not.
Like you're absolutely right, and that's the perfect example. He never acknowledged that he was from the UK until he got in that situation where he sit here and needed a green card or he was facing deportation or whatever the case may be. He never acknowledged that. Nobody never would have known he was from the UK until he actually got into the legal situation that he got in where he needed people to, like, he needed Jay-Z and them to step up and help him get the right lawyers and all that. That's my point. So it's like, you can't sit here, you trying to make it seem like this is some Carissa Shields, Remy Ma, Pat Poose type of, it's not that. Like, you can't, and like I'm saying, and I'm not even sitting here trying to cape because I like Lotto. No, it's just I'm just saying facts is facts, because most of y'all don't pay attention that much. And if you goddamn or Iowa, if you are that invested into the conversation, and just be invested into the music and be invested. The nigga literally just dropped the album. He ain't talking about being married in no album. He ain't talking about no kids in no album. I'm not saying he don't got kids, but this nigga ain't like some super like LeBron James, Steph Curry type on some dad time. That's not what's in his music. And niggas, and you know that niggas who got kids and shit know how to do it. You done heard Kendrick Lamar put it. You didn't even heard Drake put it in his music. So it can be done. So that's not something that he hangs his hat on. So I hate the fact that it's just so many, man, there's so many miserable women on planet Earth. It's sad, dog. Like, it is sad because it's like,
isn't this, I mean, I hear what you saying, but it also it's just like, yeah, he don't rap about it, like Future don't rap about it, but we get on Future for not doing so. So that's what I think that's probably why they probably even saying something is like, all right, damn, you haven't acknowledged that, and we know that you're married, it's legally noted or whatever the case. So that I'm pretty sure that's probably why they trying to.
But you missing what I'm saying though. So it's not if he's not acknowledging it, why are you trying to hold Lotto to the standard like this is a married man, a proud married man who's prancing around his marriage, and then y'all just stepped out on the side and you like just some side chick. That's the only thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get what you're saying right there when you're saying like y'all trying to make it like he was.
Like, happily, like he was a happily married.
He might be married legally, but he wasn't married.
Exactly. That's all I'm just saying. He literally did. This nigga did a 4-hour interview with Big Bang, and all they talked about is Young Thug snitching and who hot and who not. And they talk about not one time did it Breakfast Club interviews. And I told y'all he was one of my favorite persons between him and G Herbo. When you can listen to rappers who've actually done the work, going to therapy and stuff. I talked about him and G Herbo, both of them going onto the Breakfast Club and having them type of conversations with Charlamagne. But guess what? Never came up. I watched G Herbo. G Herbo be having conversations about his baby moms, about getting engaged and all that, and why he got engaged to her. This is what I'm sitting here saying is, you cannot sit here and slander Lotto and you have never even heard 21 Savage loudly speak about being married or sitting here expressing his love to this woman or nothing like that. Again, that's what I said. I'm cool with all the other conversations, but then don't skip the fact that how great Lotto be rapping her whole fucking mixed kid ass off. Oh my God, she bugged out when that beat dropped. I said, oh yeah. I was mad. I kept going to her Apple Music. I hope she split it up like she did with the Big Mama song. Like, split that shit up to the part 2. Cause I'm talking about, dog, what she say? I made more honey buns than that bitch Lord Debbie. I'm like, come on, bro. She was just bugging out on that song. Like, shout out to Lotto, though. Like that double entendre, like that little smash, the double entendre shit probably really took it over to the top for me. And not even just off the strength that I'm an Angel Reese fan, because it was the way she kind of used it and played around with it. Like, my sister, whatever she said, and then when she came, she said whatever she said, the finest shit that hit the net. And when she used that double entendre of basically you could go internet or the net, where actually, of course, Angel Reese played basketball. So in the net, and then you use that, and then he said my mom put out what she say? My mom did some 2 angles, like I forgot what she said, some fine shit like 2 angles. I forgot what she said after that. Baba, no, Lotto was rapping her ass off. That's all I'm just saying. I don't even care about the pregnancy shit is more, but I'm just had to kind of clear that up because I feel like there's so many people who really don't listen to rap music. You just, like I talked about with Jack Harlow, some of y'all just be glued to, what's the headline for on the Shade Room? What's the gossip conversation? Let's just talk about that part, and actually, instead of talking about the music, and that to me is the sad part, because again, when we sit here talking about Jack Harlow last week, it's like nobody ain't talking about the music. We literally just talking about the gossip stuff. And that to me is like I hate that part. Like that to me is like when you water down rap music is just kind of it's like corny to me when you sit here.
So okay, let me ask you this. So even with you saying like him not acknowledging his marriage, what if he don't acknowledge that he's the father?
What you mean? He in the video.
No, that's not. That's a what's name?
What? It's a what?
That's not him in that video.
Here's him in the video.
They showed the behind the. They just start showing the little behind the screen.
Yeah, and nigga, it's him with a hood on his head.
Oh, they actually showed his face.
Nigga, even the John I sent y'all with the pictures of the fucking.
Oh, I just saw the hoodie. I didn't see that they actually showed his face on it.
No, they ain't show his face. They just show him in the hoodie.
No, but what I'm saying, if he never say, oh, like that's my kid, never posted like that.
What you mean? The baby shower shit out.
That ain't real.
Why? Yes, it is real. What are you talking about?
What baby shower pictures?
Nigga, the baby shower invitation.
Oh, I ain't see that.
Nigga, I sent it to you. I sent it to you in the group chat. It's,
I don't be looking.
Is there? But again, like I said, I just rather just if you're gonna talk about the music shit, just please talk about the music. Like I said, I think just people just run off. But yeah, is it look? I don't hope that. It's right. The nigga he right there in the baby picture, Joe.
Oh, you said baby shower. I mean,
no, but they said that it's a joint. If you go look down on one of them joints I sent you, it was it's a cheetah teddy bear with like a knife in the joint. Something like the invitation looks sweet, but again, like I said, that to me is just like, y'all be just dragging it. Y'all really don't care about the music. You care more about just sitting here saying, "Oh, look at Lotto, look like cool." Let's look at Lotto. Like again, it's the crazy thing to me is like I can't sit here. You can't sit here and shit on somebody having a kid, and you sit here and like, look at your baby father. That's the shit to be crazy to me. Like to go look in the comment section because I know I can't help myself sometimes. I just got to glance, and I be looking at it, be like, bro, you got like 3 different baby fathers, and none of them niggas ain't nowhere near 20. The fuck being 21 Savage. None of your baby fathers ain't even Lotto. What the fuck are we talking about? Like that to me be the crazy shit where it's like you got so much, and I think that's why if people hate so much and get so upset because you feeling like. I don't even understand it because I just can't put that to me. I can't put that type of much anger in the people that like, if you like their music, like why not just continuously support their music instead of sitting here trying to find every little thing to tear people down. But again, going back to the Tyler Perry conversation, that's just what people do. Like people would rather sit on the internet and just tear shit down and actually just support anything. So again, like I said, that's my little hot take on the 21 Savage and Lotto thing. Again, like I said, Lotto rapping her ass off. And while we on music real quick, and I'm just kind of, my complaint on music is, Coyle Ray, you didn't need NBA Youngboy on that song. I understand why you did it because I mean, of course, it's NBA Youngboy. I think they're like I want to say she said like in the first couple of whatever, it did like 1 million some views on YouTube. I understand business wise, I get it. I understand NBA Youngboy brings a large audience, a lot of people going to listen to the music fast, but that song just didn't need NBA Youngboy. Like I like nothing about
that song been out.
No, the song never came out. It's the snippet. It was just, and that's my point. Where it's like her fans already been geeking for that song. What was the point? Why not just feed your fan base? Why sit here and cut down into the song? Because again, but we live in a town where the artists be so pressed to have numbers, and you want to brag about numbers, and then the label, I'm sure, because originally I think she had. I want to say I seen the Top send me a joke where she had NLE Chopper on the song originally. But then you waited, you kept pushing it off. Your fans been geeking for this Jones from the snippet, and now you sit here and put NBA Youngboy on it. Again, I think for a real Coyle Ray fan, you don't care about like NBA Youngboy.
Yeah.
And he brought nothing to the song. Like he is not like maybe I could kind of understand like if it was the baby or was one of these niggas who really be even shit for even though NLE Chopper, like one of those rappers who actually be rapping on some freaky deaky shit, and I kind of get it. Or even Boston Richie, somebody who kind of like still got like an underground but a very popular female. Or I will understand that more than just hey, let me chase the numbers of like putting NBA Youngboy on a song just because it's NBA Youngboy, because it don't make sense. Like he brought no value outside of whatever numbers he's going to bring. He didn't bring no value to the song to my actual listening point, because it's like the best parts of the song was still her parts, the hook, or even her rapping part was like you didn't need NBA Youngboy. And another joint when we sit here talking about people that didn't need a dude on the song. What's the girl name? I want to say her name is Trim, and she from Atlanta. She had a song called Boat, and it was like a super popular little TikTok song. She a new girl from Atlanta that they trying to promote, and she originally had like I want to say she had a YK Knees. I think Bunna B maybe on the remix that she originally put out. You could have just stuck with that. Like, you putting out a joint. That's again, we talking about people just chasing numbers. Like, why the fuck is Pooh Shiesty on this song? Like, it's just some niggas who just don't bring, like, these niggas is not like sex appeal rappers. Like, why you don't need, for a girly girl song, you don't need NBA Youngboy or Pooh Shiesty. It don't make no sense. Like that shit just be like wasted. Like you just forcing fucking features just because you're trying to chase numbers. Oh, NBA YoungBoy hot. He home from jail. Let me put. I mean, not NBA YoungBoy. Pooh Shiesty. Let me put him on this song. That shit. Both of them songs was like you could have kept that shit. And again, I like the Coil Ray song.
But let me ask you though, what if it wasn't her and it's like the label? Like, do you be like, nah, I don't. I mean, because like I said, we can. Everybody might be looking at like, oh no, we need that YoungBoy. We get YoungBoy Future, and then you can get it. You gonna take it, but.
Yeah, but I felt like she even kept pushing the song back. Because perfect example, just think of what you just said. Because just like me, you probably thought the song been out because that's how much she been using the snippet of the song and people been geeking for it. So it's like, wow, I wouldn't like even I would have originally put it out, and then if you still was gonna wait for the YoungBoy, then you'd put a remix. Then cool, I wouldn't even have been mad about that. But I get what you're saying because nobody's gonna turn down an NBA YoungBoy feature. But again, because business wise, of course, he brings more people to the jump, so people go and listen. So I get that part, but at the same time, it's like. Man, I wouldn't. Just me personally, I wouldn't. As an artist, because now I know he gonna take majority of the song. Because Coil Ray ain't popping for real. So for her to get that feature, I'm sure that shit cost her something. I'm sure it ate into her budget or whatever the case may be, just to get a couple more views on YouTube. That to me, I don't feel like that was worth it realistically. But I mean, again, I don't own no record label, so I could be absolutely wrong, and people probably feel like the NBA YoungBoy thing is cool for them. I guess just for me personally, I wouldn't have did it. Real quick, man.
Did you hit that? Did you listen to the whatever
6W? Oh yeah. Only thing I didn't like on it, I don't like when they did the old school flip jumps. Like I was cool like that little 6WA party. I was cool on that shit. But the rest of he got some songs on it. Like trust me, I added a couple of them jumps to my gym playlist. What was it? Like to me, all the newer school jumps when they was kind of like dope. I love Dope Man. Hottest any of them jumps when Big X the Plug come in that joint, and what's his little ad lib? I forgot what whatever Big X the Plug, whatever his ad lib is. When he come in with that little ad lib and he go crazy on that jump, he come in with his little ad lib and he just come in with that deep ass voice. Yeah, he went crazy on all them damn songs. But Dope Man, the hottest, America's Most Wanted, 600 Degrees, and I think I added Ain't Never Slowing Down as well.
I fuck with the joint with Snoop on there too.
It was cool. I was just like that. Some of them jokes they just went too old school for me. Like that that Sixers party. I'm cool on that shit, bro. That Sixers party and what was the other joke?
That was the one.
That's the one they put a video. No, that was the one they just put a video. No, not the eat up. The very first song. No, I love that song. That was a 6W. The Sixers party was a joke where they It's almost feel like that's the one. Oh, well, that's the one you like. That's the one with Snoop Dogg on it. It just sound too old, like 1990s fucking like West Coast shit. Like. Yeah, I'm cool on that. What else was another? It was one more song that they had on it. It was kind of like too old school for me. I can't. It was that one. It was one other song. I can't remember what the other song was that I was kind of cool on. But again, like I said, man, you got something else you was about to say? Rest in peace to Chuck Norris. I again. A legend. Somebody you talking about when people kind of almost in that same category as Hulk Hogan for me, where it's like I'm old, nigga.
I think he might be above Hulk Hogan.
Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. I ain't gonna sit here and say he above, but it's close.
No, I mean, he's
nigga. Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan, dog. That's what I'm saying.
But like I said, I think he rubbed a lot of people.
No, of course. I mean, yeah. Towards the end of his job, I'm talking about
Chuck Norris
was
still like but that's what I'm saying. But I feel like Chuck Norris was still like if you talking about like a perfect, you know what I'm saying, image or perfect person, like you saying, like you ain't hear nothing bad about him, or you know what I'm saying, nothing like that.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Again, like I said, rest in peace to Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was one of them people. If you 35 and old, I'm sure you grew up on Chuck Norris TV shows, movies, wherever you seen Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is one of those like legendary household names. You talking about going to Blockbuster? It was Chuck Norris, as Sylvester Stallone, and what's the other dude who played with this slick back hair and a ponytail? We talking about especially like karate movies, but we talking about like what's his name? Rob Van Dam?
Not Rob Van Dam.
It's something Van Dam though.
Yeah, it's not Rob. That's the wrestler. Shaw Van Dam.
Oh yeah, Shaw Van Dam. Them three, and then them three for karate. For them three for like karate movies. Like again, like I said, what's the hell I just said here? Say Chuck Norris, Sylvester Stallone, and Shaw Van Dam. Yeah, them three for the like that karate action movies. You some more early 90s, probably late 80s, early 90s, but probably for most of us, we didn't get hip to it until like the early 90s. And then, of course, then you'll get your Arnold Schwarzeneggers and your other people. But again, like that to me, just man, rest in peace to Chuck Norris. I fuck with Chuck Norris a lot. While we talking more, because we did mention Tyler Perry, I do want to sit here and play because when we talk about stuff that's just going on, AI is a bad mother effer, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's vicious and it's scary because some things it just kind of when you see it, it kind of be like, I don't believe this shit's real. And I wrote Erica when we sent it, John. I'm like, bro, I can't believe this is real. And again, shout out to Lauren LaRosa. This is why I love Lauren LaRosa, because she is like, when it comes to like journalists and just like giving takes on hip hop, like Lauren, if you listen to the Breakfast Club, Lauren LaRosa is a fucking nerd, though. Like when it comes to this type of shit, like she gonna get the real information. She not gonna try to sit here and just give her like opinion on shit. She gonna make sure she give you the facts before she even mention anything.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Lauren LaRosa, and this is the latest with Lauren LaRosa. So listen, there are photos, videos, all of these things circulating right now of Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton out at brunch last Sunday in Atlanta. Now let's talk a bit about whether they're dating or not, because no, they're not dating. I'm told he's never even met her before this brunch by Jason Lee. So I want to clarify something. First of all, okay, so the brunch that you guys are looking at, this was a brunch for Catherine Bruton, went down in Atlanta. It was a gospel brunch. Kirk Franklin was there. Tyler Perry was in attendance. He was taken to the brunch, invited to the brunch by Jason Lee.
I'm so grateful for Jason, who made a call and got Tyler from outside.
Who is Catherine Bruton's best friend, was also at the brunch, which is how the two ended up in the same place. They met. She's caught in some videos. They're taking some photos together as well too, but they are not dating. That is not a thing. That is not happening. This was their first meeting from what I am told. And there are also some photos that are circulating right now. Here are the photos that are circulating, right? Those photos are fake. Those are AI. Now, here are the original photos that were taken. I've spoken to the photographer, Freddie O, who took the original photos. Here are the original photos that were taken. And I want to make it clear, too, I was told by the photographer that Tyler Perry wasn't even, like, trying to do the whole photo thing. He didn't even want this to be about him. He was there to enjoy the brunch with his friend Jason Lee and to support Catherine Bruton, and all of this just like took a left turn.
And again, when we talk, but that's again when we even talking about just with some things we're just kind of even tying that into the 21 Savage thing is like for Tyler Perry, like I don't know. I mean, I know Tyler Perry got a kid, but it's some shit you never seen Tyler Perry do. So that's why even when me and Eric was talking about it in the DM, it's like, bro, come on. Like when the picture first flew, the first thing I said to Eric, I'm like, bro, this can't be real because Tyler Perry don't even move like that. Like when the fuck have you seen Tyler Perry
uncomfortable, like giving a kiss in the picture? That looked like it was very much staged.
No, we know the picture was fake now, but my whole point of it is just like, but we just come off of just pure behavior. That's not Tyler Perry's behavior. He don't move. And I think sometimes you gotta judge people.
If I'm trying to clean up some things,
he ain't trying to clean none of that.
I know
shit
he ain't.
He had a Jason Lee party.
No, he ain't.
Elbow to elbow to Jason Lee. You trying to clean something up? You ain't gonna be that fucking close to Jason Lee.
If I was trying to clean something up, I get it.
Nigga, if you was trying to clean something up, you wouldn't be at a Jason Lee brunch that close to Jason Lee. You ain't trying to clean shit up. You sitting elbow to elbow with Jason Lee at a goddamn brunch table. Like, nah, that one ain't gonna fly, dog. Man, again, like I said, shout outs to Tyler Perry. Shout outs to Lauren LaRosa. I guess let's get into some of these just regular topics that kind of got people going crazy on the internet. This is one Erica said.
So today is going to be the first day that I beat my daughter's ass. And before anybody come at me crazy, this morning, I asked my daughter to carry her little sister's book bag to the car and put it in the trunk. And this is what she did. She decided to smash my back window. It's completely shattered. And I don't whoop my kids because I'm just not. I don't whoop my kids, man. Like, I don't want to harm them. But I waited. I dropped her off because I knew I was angry and I knew I was going to blow her shit clean out. So I'm going to wait until after school and I could calm my nerves a little bit. I could get my window fixed. Like, look at this shit. It's completely, she broke my fucking window, bro. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to Kohl's. I'm going to pick out a couple belts. Hopefully we can find some with some rhinestones on it. And I'm going to beat her motherfucking ass so that she know, hey, the next time I'm mad at my mom, I'm not about to throw shit. I'm not going to fuck up her car. I'm going to just say I'm mad. We're going to use our words because if you want to destroy my shit, your parenting a child with ODD, I swear to God, that shit be, dog, that shit be making, this shit is not for the fucking weak. I swear to God, it's not. Those kids just, they do, I ain't even got no damn words. I'm sick of this shit.
So y'all the parents, Erica.
No way in hell. That's not. I've never even heard of ODD. But
yeah, that's what I was about to ask y'all. What did that even mean?
It means a oppositional defiant disorder. So I guess they have problems taking, or they don't like to follow the rules. I guess that's what they might have been diagnosed. I've never heard of that shit. It's no way in hell. No doctor's going to diagnose my child with not wanting to listen to authority. And I'm definitely not making. I would have beat her ass right then.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm not waiting till the next day. You got to get the fresh. You got to get, because sometimes, if you allow the day to go past, you may not be as mad no more. So you're not gonna get that same.
No, but that might be a good thing.
That window. I mean, you're not supposed to, discipline your kids while you're angry because you could really hurt them. But that,
and I don't give a rat's ass. Man, that's why I don't got kids. But I'm just telling you, I know for a fact, it's humans, just your human experience. When you allow yourself to not be as mad, because that's a perfect example. When you see people get into fights, and then when you see somebody just kind of knock somebody out completely because that person may have really been mad, so they use all their strength and anger, where it's like it's hard to even get in a fight if you really not, like passionate as the person who may really be upset. And at that, listen, I'm telling you, I don't know how many of y'all ever paid for windows, period, that ever got. I'm sure most of y'all who live in the DMV area and you'd have been to a nightclub in the last 7 years, you'd have probably paid for a window to get fixed. That shit ain't cheap. The cheapest, I'm talking about bare minimum. If you can get a good cheap, like one of them Jones that's owned by the Spanish niggas, you may pay. And you talking about that's for a side window. They ain't from the front or the back. The side windows is $150. So that right there, clean. If she can get a good cheap jump, it's probably gonna run her $350, bro. I'm sorry. I would have had to whoop her ass right then and there, and I probably would have whooped her again when we got home. Like I just can't. It's no fuck, man. Come on, dog. Like, that's just too, I'm not, hell no, bro. Like, it's certain shit that as a kid, I would have never in my life thought about playing with my parents like that. Never.
That's something, I feel like that's something that starts early. Like my kids have they've never done no shit. Like, I feel like that starts way early and you just let that shit go for long.
But that's my point. And that's why, because we live in a day and age where there are so many people with the soft, gentle parenting shit, bro, you can
gentle. Like, I understand, like, all right, gentle parent, but sometimes you gotta step outside.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Reason why I'm gonna tell you why it may be ways to gentle parent, but you gotta still know how to be able to put the fear of God. My dad never whooped us. I'm telling y'all, but my dad is, because of course when you were a kid, your dad my dad is still 6 feet. So as a kid, I'm not 6 feet yet. So when he talking and he got that deep ass voice and he don't even gotta raise his voice, he just gonna give you that stern ass voice. I mean, I'd have pissed on myself before. So you gotta set the tone early. You can't sit here and be just half, because if you don't set that tone early, bro, your kid's just gonna be out here doing what the fuck ever. And that's the perfect example of your kid doing whatever, man. That lady crazy as shit. I wouldn't have been making no fucking TikToks telling y'all how I was gonna whoop my kid ass. I would have told y'all about it. Like how them bitches be telling you after them dates go sour after the date. I would have told y'all about how bad I whooped my kid ass after I whooped my kid ass. And I really made it, just even how she talking about picking out a belt, I would have whooped her ass right then and there. And then I would have took her in the coast while she crying and make her pick out her. I would have embarrassed the shit out of that little girl. I'm cool, dog. Ain't no way in hell you even got the audacity to sit here and break my window.
Because I asked you to do something?
To take a book bag to the car.
Ain't no damn way.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dog? Man.
Have a woman ever
Hell no, a key my car before.
Oh,
but nigga, that was a car to me and her with Shan. So I mean, what?
Nah, I was about to ask.
Yeah, no, that was it. Key to call before, but that was it. Just real quick, just a quick shout out to because when we talk about NILs, nobody don't never talk about how some of these schools kind of really be cranking it out. Because Iowa, and I hate that people, and of course y'all, because I know I'm not a Caitlin Clark fan, so I don't never really want to give these people their credit, but I will give them their credit because they low key be John. Like, one, they be packing all their shit out, all their the college football, men's basketball, and women's basketball still. And I hate that people don't even really give them that credit. But when we talk about NIL and talk about these kids not getting, like, I mean, of course, you'll never hear people talk about that because Iowa, realistically, 90% of the people that go there is all white kids. But for their schools to kind of be good, damn near every fucking sport, and them jumps always to constantly be sell out, I kind of just want to give them their credit because I never hear nobody kind of like, since she didn't graduated, I never hear nobody talk about them. And Iowa's women's basketball still a good team. They still in the March Madness right now. Their men's just pulled off a victory against Florida, and their college football team is always a good college football team, and they low-key be getting it done with a bunch of random ass white people. Like, so again, like I said, shout out to Iowa. They definitely is, and it's been a lot of like literally down to the wire nail biters on the men's and women's side of the March Madness. I'm sure a lot of people's bracket is kind of messed up, especially on the men's side, because the men's zone is kind of always a little bit more. You said
there's no more perfect brackets.
I kind of wonder, has anybody ever had a perfect bracket before? Because before I seen I was even if you haven't had a perfect bracket, have you ever won one? Like if you do, I'm sure you, because you at work and y'all be doing like pools and stuff. Have you ever won one before?
Yeah. The college, yeah.
Yeah, like the college, the March Madness. I just kind of be wondering how many, because everybody be so excited to do them. I be kind of wondering. I mean, of course, with the women's, it's a little bit harder because it's kind of like
that's the easiest one.
No, I know. I'm saying it's the easiest one to kind of know who gonna make it. But when I'm sitting here saying hard, and reason why you probably can't never even if you gambling, like whenever the first year I kind of try to get on FanDuel, you can't never really get no clean bets until it get to the Final Four, because damn near the women's, like whoever's a good women's basketball team, that's just realistically who the good women's basketball team will be. For the men's, it's a little bit different, where it's kind of like a random team can easily just beat another team. Again, like I said, and shout outs to what's his Coach Calipari, where he coaches St. John's now, and they just beat Kansas. He used to coach at Kansas, right?
No.
Where he used to coach at Kentucky?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I just couldn't remember. I knew it was one of them blue schools. I just couldn't remember which one it was. I guess real quick we can get into this.
What's the name on that too, right?
Who?
The dude that's so big on number one.
Nah, he played for BYU.
No, not that. Hell no.
Oh, you talking about the nigga that keep getting injured? Number 22?
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is, but number 22.
Madison,
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Let me see what else. Matter of fact, real quick, I do kind of want to get into just regular news stuff real quick, because I'm sure for a lot of people, and we can kind of tie this into concerts and stuff as well, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I do be getting, I get the bug a little bit to kind of go outside, and I did go outside. For people who follow me, I went out to do a live podcast for a homegirl of mine, and she kind of just do these Jones like randomly, like every like once in the blue moon. She don't even do them every year, maybe like do it like every other year, and she have get a lot of people out. So I ain't gonna lie to you. And you ever like when you hear a lot of people talk about like their anxiety and just like how they be nervous to talk, I'm talking about, dog, my chest, like I've never felt that type of shit in my chest before, but I was nervous as hell until just like when the conversation kind of flow, and even like sometimes the art of just even podcasting or whatever the case, or having like live conversations is kind of get people kind of like involved in the conversation, or picking out the right topics is gonna kind of get your panel going early and get the audience going early. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was nervous until the conversation kind of got going, and then you kind of see like you let other people kind of go first, and I'm like, all right, everybody in the room kind of playing it like super safe and kind of being like super like positive relationships. All right, I know where fucking road to taking this shit was. That was like you could one day you could always do. You could always.
What did you say?
Nigga, of course I'm gonna crack the toxic back. I ain't. This is one thing. This is why I don't like talking about this shit here, because like you got on a weekly basis. You want to keep people not knowing what y'all gonna talk about, but just shit like that, I can just randomly pop up with somebody else shit, and I can just break the glass and just saying the most toxic shit that can come to my brain. Oh, come on, this is like it was after the conversation got flowing. Like I can feel the anxiety just leave my body, and it was like, oh yeah, this is. Let me put my hood on. I'm cool. Kick my feet up. And again, real quick, for people who, if you are into like sneakers, like basketball sneakers, I listen to what I'm saying. I got Anthony Edwards and I got Angel Reese's. I promise you, them fucking Anthony Edwards, the colorways may be fire, but them shits is narrow as hell at the top of that goddamn shoe. I'm cooling them. This is like a universal conversation that I had with a few other people where it's like, yeah, them Jones look cool, but you can't rock them shits for more than an hour. But a comfortable shoe for people, if you kind of just need, like, you old and your feet getting old, you need comfortable shoes. Them Angel Reese Jones, I'm not even over exaggerating. Like, them shits felt like I had on goddamn Crocs the whole night. My feet was super comfortable in them Jones. Again, like I said, but just going outside and kind of you seeing a lot of these tour dates from Jay-Z, got 3 different tours coming up. I mean, all of those realistically for us in the DMV, or if you live in the East Coast, realistically, you can get it on a train, you can drive up, you can do whatever you feel comfortable. But for people who maybe wanting to fly from, if you live on the West Coast, or you live somewhere deep in the Mid-South or the Midwest, and you still want to see Jay-Z even at the Roots picnic, or you want to see him at one of these days in Yankee Stadium, now that kind of goes into airport situation. So I kind of want to play this clip of Don Lemon talking about Donald Trump rolling in ICE agents to kind of take place of the TSA agents. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I do got a question before I play this to y'all. At what point does because I know the TSA is quote unquote a government job, but realistically, you see with the shutdowns, they kind of already, the sad part is they kind of like the first line of kind of getting their check screwed with. Could you still kind of like would you still count that as a good job? And then 2, would you, especially after the first one, would you still kind of be leaning towards that's your only source of income?
Absolutely not. Well, because it's shown time and time again why it was a good
Yeah, of course.
job.
Before Donald Trump got in office,
and it was the government was a secure. Things like that were secure. Now that he's in office, like nothing is secure. So no, I would definitely try to look for something, even if it meant me finding another job.
Yeah, because of course when you watching that stuff, you feel bad for people. But then I kind of was like questioning, like
the perks and benefits.
Yeah, but nigga, how but you can't pay for your rent right now. The perks and the benefits, that shit cool.
But see, that's the only thing. Is just like, do I give up this government job? A lot of people, hold on to those government. Like I said, I
did because it was beneficial at this point. The government was untouchable at one point. Now it's not. It's not.
But they've had these shutdowns and all that a few times now. So maybe
you ain't listening to these TSA people. Maybe you haven't heard TSA people speak. But a lot of these people losing. I
get that part, and you still expected to come to work or whatever the case may be. But that's what I'm saying. I don't see. I don't think I could just give it up. If I've been there, like I said, now, if you told me I only been there for a year or two, all right, cool, yeah. But if you tell me I didn't been there for 15 years or 10 years, hell no, you're gonna have to thug it out. Yeah. I mean, shit, you've been through the hell already.
But most people probably ain't even barely got over that. Like, think about it. You had to think about it. The first time that this went on strike, like, nigga, that shit was literally knocking on the door of Thanksgiving. And for most people, because we so attached to holidays, you probably try to sit here and try to play catch up on your bills, and you still trying to participate in holidays. And then literally soon, you talking about this shit was number 2 months ago. You talking about they literally was just facing a strike that was 3 months ago now at this point. And now you see him saying we on another one and you missing pay periods. Like, yeah, them benefits, that shit sound cool, but man, fuck them benefits, dog. Especially if you can't pay your rent right now. If I can't pay, because guess what?
Cool, but that's what I'm saying. So even like when the whole pandemic and everything shut down, you still, like I said, I don't like.
But that's what I'm saying though. Marcus, listen to what I'm saying though. The pandemic is different because everybody was affected, so people were changing.
But the essential people still had to go.
No, but you're missing. But they were still getting paid. They were still getting paid, and while they were still getting paid, guess what? Listen to what I'm saying. I was affected during the pandemic, but my leasing office was like, "Hey, cool, pause your rent for 2 or 3 months until they started to flow in with the unemployment checks and with the benefits." It ain't none of that for them right now. It's just them on an island by themselves, and they got to fend for themselves. The pandemic was different because everybody was affected by that. So of course, a lot of businesses were being more lenient with. They wasn't even repossessing car shit in the state of Maryland during the pandemic. I want to say for a year they had freezing on getting your car repossessed. So again, like I said, that was a joint for everybody, kind of like everybody was protected at that time. Right now, for these TSA agents, they literally, it's just them. So if you don't have no type of, especially, I mean, I guess it depends on what city and what state you do, because if you got an actual landlord where you can a real human that you can have conversations with, they may have a little bit more leniency toward you and shoot you some bail, especially if you took care of your business after the first strike. I mean, after the first time where they did the shutdown recently, a couple of months ago. If you got a good rapport, your landlord may give you a pass. But if you sit here saying you renting from just a major leasing company, they don't give no fucks. The 15th come around, you ain't got your money, it's a wrap for you. And what you gonna do? So again, like I said, yeah, the benefits is cool for when you retire or when you about to die or whatever the case may be or whatever. But yeah, what about what you got to pay for right now? And that to me is kind of, and the fucked up part about it is where it will be more respectable, where it's like, all right, well, cool. If you know that these people can't afford this and you ain't doing this, like even with Trump saying he's gonna bring these ICE agents in, cool. If you're gonna bring the ICE agents in, can I not come to work and not lose my job because you want me to keep coming to work? I can't even sit here and say if I want to go do DoorDash or I want to do anything because these people still in here for long ass hours. How you expect for a nigga to go somewhere and go get a work another job? I just had to work 10 hours at the TSA and I ain't getting paid, and the lines is long as hell. People super angry and aggressive, man, bro. Y'all cool. That's what I'm telling you. I'm somebody like when you go outside, I understand why people be wanting to go outside because it's a lot more shit to look at in person. Like for me, somebody who's sitting in the house and you just scrolling. I was like when you out, you can see like this ain't shit, and you like, damn. And that's the only thing, and that's one of the things where sometimes I respect niggas who really lean into just like all my content is just gonna be pure bullshit and toxic shit. You gotta be already in a relationship because I'm telling you, you're gonna question in your brain, you're gonna always question like, damn, do I really want to fuck what I'm about to sit here and say? I ain't about to get shit out of this room now. It could be let's say it's 100 women in here. If I say what's gonna really keep this conversation moving, ain't not one of these bitches gonna look my way. So you gotta kind of almost, I respect if a nigga who can lean and just like every time, like a nigga, I mean, of course, Cam Newton has already fucking got his situation. He got multiple kids or whatever case may be. Him and his baby mother, I guess they locked in. So you can sit here and say, well, he can say whatever. He can just keep pushing the line as long as his baby mom's in the house, laid in the bed and they good money. You can say whatever. But when you one of them niggas and you single, you trying to think twice, yeah, bro, you keep.
Shit, I think you still can. You can say whatever you want as long as you got the money. Man,
I mean, yeah, that too. That too.
That's the last thing they worry about.
That too. But yeah, let me play this clip of Don Lemon real quick.
Here's the breaking news and how appropriate, because I'm in the airport right now. Tom Homan, who's the border czar, is now confirming that ICE agents will be in airports around the country starting tomorrow. He's going to consult with the head of ICE right now to figure out a plan. They don't have a plan yet, which is surprising considering just how bad they were with what happened in Minnesota. So let's hope people in airports won't be pushed to the ground or dragged across the airport floor, or perhaps let's hope they're not shot. I hope their behavior is better in the airports than it was on the streets of Minnesota and other places. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. ICE agents in the airports. By the way, in the airports, because the government is shut down, the TSA agents are not being paid. There have been blackouts and sick outs all around the country in airports, and they're trying to not have that happen. They're trying to get some manpower in the airports to get people through. But wow.
So I guess I got a question, like, even for just traveling purposes, like, bro, when you look at some of them lines, it was a report coming out of Atlanta today. No, they had at 6 a.m, they still had an hour and 60-minute delay just in the line, just to get through the TSA line. Like, you see, I know, like, if y'all got old, if your parents are old and you've been traveling long enough, you know the kind of the rule that your parents would tell you, hey, make sure you arrive at the airport 2 hours early. But most of the time, when you arrive 2 hours early, it's just off of GP because that's what your parents taught you how to do. And you never have to really wait in line for that long period of time. But then waiting in that line, like that long, like, I don't necessarily know if I'm geeking to go. Like, I seen Jeezy about to be in Vegas. Like, yeah, I love Jeezy, but nothing making me tweak out to sit here and gotta be like, you damn near saying you're gonna have to have a whole day dedicated to just trying to get somewhere.
Yeah. It's like you sit in traffic.
Nah, I'm cool, dog. Yeah, because sitting in traffic is different. You sitting in traffic, you ain't spending hundreds of dollars to sit in traffic. To travel somewhere, you spending hundreds of dollars, and then we talking about, and that's on the bright side. If you sitting here saying all you doing is just waiting an extra couple hours in the TSA line, and you still get through it without your flight getting canceled. Because we ain't even talking about the flight cancel part situation.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the flight can't, but you just in line to get through TSA. I mean, it is what it is. You going to travel. But if you talking about my flight getting canceled, yeah, that's a different ball game.
Or your flight, or you missed your flight because you wasn't. So what do you do at that point if you miss your flight?
Yeah, because then it's SOL. That's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with them.
But it should. If I had to stand in this line for hours, why?
But you know the crazy thing is, because, and I don't necessarily know how this work or why it work like that, but you know that the airport and the airlines don't got nothing to do with each other. So the airline don't give a fuck about you missing, like, TSA holding up the line. They not even trying, because I was listening to the Breakfast Club and they was talking about it, because those flights got to move regardless, because I guess whatever
traveling.
Right. I guess like the air could, whatever the people who work in the air zone, it's kind of got like, it got to stay on schedule so planes won't crash into each other. So just because the TSA line ain't moving in Alabama or in Atlanta, that don't necessarily got anything to do with, like, okay, well, it's good money in DC. The flights is going in and out. So we can't sit here and hold up these DC flights because y'all got people missing their flights in Atlanta. If you ain't on that plane, you just shit out of luck. Me personally, I'm sorry. I don't got that type of bread to sit here and just be wasting. I ain't got that type of time to be wasting. I'm cool. I'm not trying to waste neither one. But I do got to listen to what I'm saying. I definitely got the itch to go outside. For me, if my outside may just be going to Mystics games, I may just literally go to every Mystics game all fucking summer long. I'm not, but I'm telling you what I ain't going to do. I'm not. If I want to even think about going to see Jay-Z or one of them Jones, my favorite spot, that China bus for $20, even if it's $30 now, cool. I'd rather spend that $30 and ride on that China bus and go to sleep for 4 hours. I'll take me some Z-Quil, put my headphones on and go to sleep and ride on the China bus up to New York before I sit here and think about getting on somebody's plane. I'm cool, dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't get on the damn plane to go to New York.
Shit, some people will, though.
From here?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Do it all the time.
Endless people do it. That was what I was about to say, because I was, matter of fact, listening to the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne was talking about how, like, them niggas, them just red eye flights. Like, them shits is like, what, a 45-minute flight? Some people are impatient. People ain't got no 4 hours.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing it either, nigga. I'm getting on the China bus for $35.
Yeah.
A 30, you can get you I don't know if the round tickets is $30 no more. But I remember, I mean, the last time I've been there was what, $20.
For the ticket on the bus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
$20.
Do those buses still even be running?
Hell yeah, them shits run all the time. The China bus.
The China bus?
Yeah.
The mega, you talking about the mega dollar? Like
yeah, the dollar. It's a China bus. You get on the bus in Chinatown.
Oh, okay.
I ain't seen that.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of the China bus?
I seen like the big, like the 2-level bus, like that.
No, it's literally, it's still it's still, I mean, of course it's still a coach bus, but they call it the China bus because they literally just go back and forth to New York, but you get on the bus in Chinatown. And it used to be at one point in time you could literally go to New York for $30 round trip, $15 there and $15 back. So now it may be like, again, like it may be $20 there and then $20 back. Or even might even be $30 now, but still you saying $60. I'd rather spend that $60 than sit here and try to go get it on a flight and you got to wait in line and all that. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm not doing but yeah, okay, I mean, because we did mention it, let me sit here. For all the of course, Jay-Z gets a lot of hate via social media, and a lot of people, again, we talking about stuff that just be only hate via social media and is not hate in real life. Jay-Z did mention 3 dates this week doing live shows. The first date he mentioned was the Roots Picnic. And of course, we live online. We literally just talked about this last summer. All the people we played the clips on here, and all the people complaining about, I'm not going back to the Roots Picnic. Oh, this was horrible. I'm telling it was literally, I for one say we played like at least 10 to 20 minutes worth of clips of people just complaining about never going back to the Roots Picnic. All the Roots had to do is say, for y'all to complain on Beyonce's internet, all we got to do is go get Beyonce's husband to sit here and perform. So Jay-Z and the Roots will be live performing at the Roots Picnic. And every person who said that they wasn't going back to the Roots Picnic, y'all did not and absolutely shut the fuck up, went to that Roots Picnic website, hit and bought y'all tickets. And the fucking tickets was even more expensive this year because fucking Jay-Z is on there. But that's again when we sit here saying just the internet.
They went on sale?
Nah, hell no. I seen is people complaining about the prices. I mean, people was buying them still though, but people was definitely
they went on sale.
Yeah, no, I mean not the general admission tickets, but you know the VIP tickets and the pre whatever tickets. All of them tickets definitely went on sale already, and which was smart. And I like the fact that Jay-Z, hey, get them a couple of days, allow them to kind of get people already generated on that. And let's be clear, for some people it depends on your
somebody's ass lineup.
Yeah, that's a good ass lineup, but I mean realistically, Jay-Z is such a big. To get people to move off of the strength of just Jay-Z alone, and especially for the Roots Picnic to have all of that backlash that they had last year to kind of just see here, because let's be clear, Cardi B gonna be performing, and I meant that because I made it a topic last week, but we didn't get to it. Cardi B gonna be headlining Essence Festival this year, but I don't think, I mean, not saying, of course you can't compare Cardi B to Jay-Z, but that conversation ain't the same. Like if you like paying attention to whatever Essence Festival got going on, then you see the Cardi B gonna be headlining, but niggas ain't talking about that like they was talking about, because people was shitting on both of them equally. Like people had their beef with Essence Fest last year, and people had their beef with Roots Picnic. And I don't necessarily know which one was louder, but both of them conversations was loud as hell. But Jay-Z showed y'all just be on the line online just saying shit. And I can't even say just online because those were actually
But
real.
I don't think people would. I think people were just disappointed at the Essence. Like it wasn't the same no more. People were shitting on the Roots Picnic because of, you know, the raining and all that, how they was handling the shit. But I think the Essence Festival, that was just like nobody there, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody was there no more.
I think both of them was kind of equally the same. I think people were disappointed in kind of like how both of them was ran a little bit, not necessarily.
Lil Wayne and all them, right? Wasn't the Cash Money? Yeah.
I hate when HBO do this. Like, why the fuck they just don't keep it playing? Like that should be annoying. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know, but I know realistically, like I said, Jay-Z with the Roots Picnic, that whole conversation, he absolutely muted that conversation. Not people ain't even think twice about it. You just seen people making jokes about it, like, yeah, I thought y'all wasn't going back to the Roots Picnic, and that was it. Like that was the only conversation even about that, because people would know for a fact, nigga, that Roots Picnic gonna be sold out. I ain't saying it may be sold. It may not be sold out both days, but that Jay-Z performing day, that joint is definitely gonna be sold out. You ain't got to worry twice about that one. It will be sold out, and them tickets ain't gonna be cheap at all. So again, shout out to the Roots Picnic. That's a hell of a way to kind of mute that crowd that was talking so loudly about that situation. I just love how the Roots Picnic moved with that one. And then again, Jay-Z, of course, because you've seen a lot of conversation. If you listen to a lot of podcasts, or you still listen to Ebro and them, a lot of people were talking about there were a 2-week window during the summertime that was kind of open for the Barclays Center where they didn't have anything going. And so people, again, because it's the 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt, so people swore to Jay-Z, oh, it's Brooklyn, he gonna go back to the Barclays Center or whatever the case may be. And people were sitting here damn near almost trying to pencil Jay-Z in for like a 9-day like a mini staycation type of tour at the Barclays Center. And Jay-Z was kind of like, yeah, that's how you know that none of y'all niggas know what y'all be talking about. You y'all just popular fans. That's all you are. You just hypothetically and assuming whatever the fuck y'all want to assume. I'm gonna take this to the Yankee Stadium and we're gonna do 2 days back to back, July 10th and July 11th. And the cool thing about what Jay-Z is doing is kind of, for one, is just because there was a lot of conversation on the internet when Kendrick Lamar went on tour. Niggas swore up and down, oh, Jay-Z could never do a tour by himself in those stadiums. Every time he did a stadium, he had to have a pop star. The first time it was him and Justin Timberlake. The second time it was him and Beyonce. Nobody rappers can't do the stadium. But Jay-Z said, hold my beer. I'm going to do a residency for 2 days at the Yankee Stadium. And guess what I'm telling you? You know for a fact that this shit is going to be sold out, and most people in their mind is just trying to figure out which day you want to go to. And most people realistically probably going to want to go to the Saturday jump. So you ain't got to call off work on Friday. You can still just move up there, and you know them jumps going to be sold out. And this is Yankee Stadium is probably, I'm not, y'all know I'm not a huge baseball fan. We talk about this shit every week that I don't know nothing about baseball, but I'm just going to go out on the limb. Yankee Stadium is probably the biggest baseball stadium. And Yankee Stadium is bigger than a lot of football stadiums. I know it holds like 66,000, so of course it's not bigger than the fucking where the Cowboys play, because that shit hold 100,000 people. But just for the fact that Jay-Z get that conversation moving again and kind of proving it, and it's just him, and you still get that loud conversation like niggas is going to. And that, again, remember when we talked about Beyonce, or when we was talking, I forgot when we was talking about, I forgot what we was talking about, but we was talking about, damn, what artists could sit here and just have people pull up to their city and niggas just got to come and see them there. I know we said Drake, and I forgot, and I think we even said Jay-Z when we was talking about it, but just the fact that he going to sell out a stadium by himself, and he doing this, John, like, it's not even like, this is like album based. Like, this ain't even saying I'm gonna perform my whole catalog, which I don't know how he gonna do it or how that's gonna be, because I can't imagine you performing at a stadium. I'm sure you want the show to be longer than 2 hours, or at least 2 hours. I can't imagine you just performing one album this day and one album that day. I don't necessarily know how you're gonna do it, but that is how it's marketed. On Friday will be the Black Album, on Saturday it'll be the Blueprint. To me, that shit is fire. And then even I seen people it was a post, somebody tagged me, and where it was
46,000.
For the Yankees?
Yeah.
I thought somebody said it was 66,000.
No, 46.
Oh, yeah, then that ain't the football jump down. That's still a lot of motherfuckers, though. That's still a lot of people. Because what most football stadiums are what, like 66? I mean, not 66, like 70, 80. I feel like a smaller football stadium is closer to like the 60. And probably the more modern ones. I know the Dallas joint is the newest one out of all of them, so that's probably why it's the biggest one.
No, ain't that.
That's not the newest one? What stadium newer than Dallas? I don't think theirs is the newest.
No, hell no, that should have been over for a minute.
But who else got a new one? Only thing I could think of next to after the Cowboys would be the 49ers jump.
Yeah, I want the 49ers might have been newer than that.
Maybe. But again, like I said, just shout out to Jay-Z. And then, like I said, it was a post. Somebody tagged me in a post, and it was like they were sitting here saying that Nas couldn't do this. And of course, you know the Nas fans in the jump. I think sometimes people got it. I don't think it takes away from Nas's rapping ability, but I think you got to sometimes be a more realistic fan. Nas can't sell out no fucking baseball stadium, dog. Like, let's be serious. And I seen people saying, well, he performed it, he headlined the joint at the when they did the 50 year, because April did a Yankee Stadium jump for 50 years of hip hop. What was that, 2 years ago when they had their 50 years of hip hop show? But he wasn't he was the last person performing because his mass appeal thing they presented it was their jump.
The largest one.
MetLife, what's his whole 82,000? So yeah, like I said, so just but Nas, like, let's be honest, he can't. Come on, dog, he can't. He cannot sell out a fucking stadium.
The Cowboys is 80,000.
80,000?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 99,000. I don't know where the fuck did I get that number from. I swore I thought that somebody said it was
Lambeau didn't.
No, it might have been 99,000 because when they did the fight there, so you could know they could put extra seats on the field. When Jake Paul, what was it? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson? Yeah, I want to say that's when they was talking about the 90, because you could put seats on the actual field. So yeah, that may have been the difference. That's maybe what I'm thinking about. But again, like I said, just me personally, I don't think
the colleges are bigger than that.
Oh yeah, some of them are like what, Ohio State? I'm sure one of them Midwest teams.
Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas A&M, LSU, Tennessee, Alabama. Yeah, all of them. They 100,000.
Damn. And that's my point when they even talking about like how you. I don't even know why NIL is even a conversation. Like, come on, dog. And them shits don't. And every one of them teams stadiums you just said them shits be sold out every Saturday. Like I'm talking jam packed to capacity with people losing their goddamn mind every fucking weekend at John. So again, like I said, just shout out to Jay-Z. And I don't think there's no knock on Nas. He's just not Jay-Z. His levels to that. You can still be a great rapper, but not be as successful or as popular as Jay-Z. Like I don't think it don't take away from Nas' skill level, but we just talking about popularity. Like niggas is not thinking twice about I'm about to go ride up New York to go see Nas. And I ain't talking about like, yeah, it could be a handful of people, but we talking about like if you sit here and go and like when we talking about like fight nights when Tank fighting or it's like a big Mike Tyson Mayweather type of fight when niggas is traveling to go to this joint, like it's going to be an event where I don't care what city you from, you're going to see hundreds of people from where you from at that venue. I promise you on that July 11th on that Saturday at Yankee Stadium, if you live in the DMV area, you will see a lot of other DMV people there. I mean, you may not personally be able to see them because there's so many people there, but you will be seeing people you follow, looking at their Insta stories or people tagging being at Yankee Stadium. That shit will be an event. People will be there. But again, Nas can't just pull out that level of people. Like that's not no shade to Nas. I don't think Lil Wayne can't do it neither. There's only again when we sit here talking about people who can do that, it's literally to me is Jay-Z, is Drake and Beyonce. And Kanye West. And you can probably, obviously Chris Brown already proved that he can do it because he didn't just did a stadium tour, but there ain't too many people that can. And we talking about just making other people travel like, hey, this is going to be my only date. Of course, like I said, we can go Jay-Z, Drake, Beyonce, Chris Brown, who you just say, and Kanye West.
Yeah, because you got to.
And J. Cole may be able to do it in North Carolina somewhere.
He got to do it in LA.
Who? Oh, yeah, Kanye West. Yeah, yeah. And that's his first time back performing there in 6 years. So again, like I said, shout out to Jay-Z. That is a huge milestone for Jay-Z. Well, let's switch it up a little.
If you got a ticket, would you sell it?
What, to the Jay-Z jump?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not a Jay-Z fan. But if you want like somebody who like, let's be real, like Jay-Z like 50. So how many more times you think he about to go out on tour? So if you really a Jay-Z fan, I don't necessarily know, like, I don't even know if you want to miss something like this.
And if it's streaming, hell yeah.
You say that now, but if I sit here and told you this is going to be the last time in your lifetime that the Pittsburgh Steelers was going to the Super Bowl, nigga, you going to that game. And you already got a ticket. Somebody gave you the ticket. Let's just say somebody even gave it to you. This is a Super Bowl ticket. This is the last time in your life. And you know for a fact this is the last time in your lifetime your team going to the Super Bowl.
I think that's different.
What's the difference? Niggas love some niggas.
Right, but that's the atmosphere of being there and all that, like the celebrate. You know what I'm saying? That's different. But I feel like that. If you tell me I'm damn near probably 5,000, I probably can get for that ticket easily.
For sure. I'm not disagreeing with you how much you probably can get, but again, I think it's a difference if you actually a fan. Like if you, because that's almost like
don't get me wrong. Yes, if you're a diehard fan, cool, I get it. But I'm also like, damn, do I really want to make this trip? I get it. I get it. It's a once in a lifetime. But if you,
again, like I said, I'm not even a huge outside person, but if I was like, that's something that I thought twice.
Like, what if I get it? If I get it for the reasonable doubt, not the blueprint. Like, do I really? I really ain't fuck with the reasonable doubt like that.
Maybe if you gonna say, if you say I got a Friday ticket and I can sell my Friday ticket and maybe sit here and go buy a Saturday ticket, and I guess maybe, but I just don't think it's a lot of people I don't think realistically would sit here. If you're a real Jay-Z fan, I can't imagine you selling your ticket, because I'm sure there are people out here who like just going to pay a couple $100 or maybe even pay $1,000 just to go. Because some people be having that FOMO that bad, like I gotta be here, I can't miss this event. Because
no, don't get me wrong. You're absolutely right. Shit, when LeBron did that fucking bullshit in the beginning of the season, motherfucker was about to buy all them tickets.
Oh yeah, them tickets, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know, I get it, I understand it, but that's what I'm just, because we in that time now where it's like before you probably ain't. I might be looking like maybe 700, maybe 400. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about now, like the way that people paying.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. I just think realistically, a real fan ain't even thinking twice about that. Just like if I'm a real Jay-Z fan, I'm not even thinking about selling my ticket. I'm not even looking to see what this ticket price is going for. I'm trying to just get my ticket, and I'm just trying to be in it because you're talking about Yankee Stadium. Like, think about even him having that bar where it's like, I made the Yankees fitted more popular than the Yankees did. Like, just for him to even go back and do that. And that's a fact. Like, most people, if you don't, again, somebody like myself, I don't live in fucking New York, don't watch baseball, but I've had that navy blue Yankees hat because of Jay-Z. I'm sure it's endless people in every other city who has bought the Yankees hat, even for people who live in Boston and they fucking hate the Yankees. But and that Red Sox shit is like a huge deal. It may be a little bit different for them because the Boston Red Sox hat kind of is low key fire on the low, and they do got their own little navy blue version. So they may not do it, but I'm sure there's still some people in Boston who own a navy blue Yankees hat. But everybody else outside of those areas have bought that blue hat at one point in time in life because of Jay-Z. So for the fact that him to sit here and be able to go to Yankee Stadium and know for a fact that this shit gonna sell out, don't need no opening acts, don't need none of that. Like that to me is just like, bro, that's fire. And you talking about, because think about when we talking about dog, he's probably one of the older, most relevant artists. Not one, he is probably the oldest and most relevant who don't even got to put out no new music or nothing. This is a 25-year anniversary and a 30-year anniversary.
If you Netflix, how much you dropping?
Whatever he want. Because you know that shit gonna do numbers. If I'm Netflix, if I'm Netflix, I can hit. I'm not even gonna lie to him. I give him $100 million.
Oh my goodness!
I give him $100 million because you know it's gonna do numbers. I'm glad I didn't even think about that, but I'm glad you brought that up because realistically, somebody gonna give him a bag for that. I don't know if they're gonna give him a bag for it. They may give him a bag for if I can get it in live in time after the jump sold out. Because to me, I wouldn't, if I do it, I wouldn't mention it until after it's already sold out.
Oh, to get people to buy.
Yeah, after all the tickets already sold
people
out.
People gonna buy them anyway.
No, for sure, but still, I still want the shit to be sold out. So I wouldn't, if I'm Netflix, if I'm Jay-Z and or whoever Netflix,
you wouldn't announce that until
June. I ain't got no, or the week of. Like, I ain't got no reason to. I can mention that shit July 4th on July, the 4th of July weekend. I can mention. And shout out to, and again, and I'm still never gonna watch no baseball games, but shout out to Netflix. Netflix got baseball now. Like for Grant, what's it? I forgot. I literally been seeing them. Yeah, opening day. I forgot what team's supposed to. It might be the Yankees or somebody playing. And I just keep seeing them promote that shit. But again, shout out to Netflix for doing that. They finding their way to kind of slowly but surely get into.
That probably wouldn't that be the largest streaming joint?
What for them?
Yeah.
Well, what opening day?
No, I'm talking about the Jay-Z. If they got.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, hell yeah.
Because what was the mic in them? 90?
It did a lot. It did a lot. That Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, that shit did a whole lot.
The last one ain't do good, did it?
What was the last one? It was Jake Paul. You talking about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
It probably wasn't nowhere near close to that. Nah, no, hell no. Real quick, I guess let's go into some regular news.
How much my paycheck is as a Texas teacher of kindergarten and what I do with it. So my direct deposit hit today, it was $7,500.81. I did pay the rent at our condo because I am responsible for that. That was $3,581. Some change. I'm just going to round everything up here. My utilities for the month at the condo were $1,200. My gym membership is $251 a month. I had groceries delivered this month twice for a total of $548. I did not have enough money this month to move anything to savings. The payment on my G-Wagon is $1,548. I didn't do anything for my kids this month because it was a tight month. As you know, teachers do not make a lot. And then I did get my hair done twice and my nails, totaling $500. I didn't get gas this month. That was my husband's bill. After I add everything up, it was a grand total of negative $124. And that I'll borrow from a friend. I love being a teacher. How much my...
Huh?
So that clip was basically, I'll play it back. That was a clip of a school teacher in Texas, and it was going viral because she got her paycheck for
7,000? Something I heard. Did I hear it wrong?
Yeah, no, you heard it right. It had to be for the month. That couldn't have been. That can't be
I
weekly.
don't know if that's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, hell no, it can't be every 2 weeks. The motherfucking teachers be running to fucking Texas to be a goddamn teacher if that shit was every 2 weeks. Hell no, fuck no. What the hell no? That had to be for a month. But they basically it went viral because people were saying she was living above her means. Because if you were a school teacher, why the fuck are you driving a G-Wagon? Who knows how much her husband make, but that shit just sound, even the gym membership. When I heard the gym membership, I almost wanted to pause it and stop it right there because like, let me tell you something. As somebody who go to the gym every day, so that realistically, for me, as much as I go to the gym, that sound like it wouldn't be as bad because I go to the gym every day. I'm telling you, somebody go to I would never fuck, even when I hear people talking about paying $100, I'm not going nowhere fucking for $100 a fucking month unless somebody in that fucking gym sucking my dick and fucking me after every workout. I'm not going. That shit don't even make no sense to even pay that type of shit, especially if you're not famous. Like, ain't nothing about no gym telling me to sit here and say, I want to pay $100, nigga, please. Anything over $40 a month, you may be able to get me for $60 if you got some elite, like, athlete type of fucking gym equipment, but I'm not going over $60 a month. And I'm talking about $60 a month. I'm talking about this shit got to have like them shits that them fucking football niggas and they be running on the treadmill and got weights attached to the treadmill. If it ain't doing none of that, man, kiss my ass, though. Y'all crazy as shit. Like, people be trying to be elite, and these be the motherfuckers who don't. You just in the gym, just come on, dog. Like, let's be serious. Ain't no way in hell. But that just like as a teacher, why
$7,000 a month still.
Check is as a Texas teacher of kindergarten and what I do with it. So my direct deposit hit today, it was $7,500.81.
It was for the month.
I did pay the rent at our condo because I am responsible for that. That was $3,581. Some change. I'm just going to round everything up here. My utilities for the month at the condo were $1,200. My gym membership.
No, just go right there. Just to the rent with your condo and the electricity was damn near $5 bands. Yeah, I'm cool.
They need to downsize.
Man, downsize ain't even a fucking word. That shit is ridiculous. Ain't no man. Listen to me. If you tell me that's the option, that's the suburbs, and I gotta go to the hood, I'm going to the hood and just gonna buy me a gun. I'll save me some bread. I go buy me a gun and a dog. I'm gonna save me a lot of money. Fuck that.
But that's crazy because in Texas, I heard you can get houses.
I mean, I guess it depends on what part of Texas you live in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It depends on what part of Texas you live in. She's saying a condo, so I'm sure 9 times out of 10 that means she probably like downtown somewhere.
And she's driving the G-Wagon, so she ain't staying nowhere with.
Yeah, with nowhere. Yeah, fuck no. Because it is some crazy. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves when I see people do that shit. Like, you pull up in like a fucking hood, and there be somebody in there jumping with a fucking like a new ass Porsche. Like, bro, why the fuck are you in the fucking middle of the projects with a Porsche? Like, come on, dog. Like, it be just some shit that just be like, it just be stupid shit. Like, that should be just dumb. Like, come on, dog. The fuck are we doing now? Oh man, what's some other? We gotta go to J. Cole. Now let me go to something else real quick before I get to J. Cole. Let me shout out to the women in the WNBA. Shout out to the WNBA for signing their CBA deal. And let's be clear, I ain't gonna lie to you, just even looking at the numbers still sometimes, even just sitting here and seeing, like, for somebody like Asia Wilson, like, for how dominant she is, to see the super, like, because using the word, I guess, supermax is what pissed me off as just a sports fan. For her, supermax is just gonna be $1.4 million. To me, is like, come on, dog. I mean, again, I want to say they say by the time 2030, I want to say 30 or 2032, it'll end up the Supermax will be damn near almost 3 million. I want to say it'll be 2 million, 2.5 million. That's still just like a super slap in the face, dog. Like, huh?
That shit is nasty.
But the crazy thing is, you know what's so fucked up is it's still a huge jump from what they got last year.
You're right.
But it's still a smack in the face where you talking about how. Listen to what I'm just saying. I literally just 20 minutes ago told y'all, like, I'm comparing a girl shoe to an NBA player shoe. I've never bought listen to what I'm saying. I only had one basketball jersey my whole entire life. That's a Dirk Nowitzki jersey. I was a kid. I didn't buy it. My mother bought that for me for Christmas one year. I've literally personally then bought 3 Angel Reese jerseys. And that's, again, why if I'm some of them WNBA players, even though I know they get some of the revenue share now, bro, I still would have my own website and be like Angel Reese and be selling my own shit. It ain't no way in hell, because it's just like some of that shit still don't make no sense, because, dog, we talking Asia Wilson. Man, come on, dog. If you ever watch a WNBA game and watch Asia Wilson play, saying $1.4 million by her name is so fucking disrespectful. I'm talking about ridiculous. But again, like I said, I'm happy because I do want to go to some games. And of course, the jump on the pay is like, it is. Let's be clear. The jump is high as hell. I'll run some of them down, but still, it's still low ball like shit. It ain't no, I don't even give a fuck if you don't watch none of them. Like, bro, it's just disrespectful.
The season, right?
I think they did. I want to say it's supposed
55.
to be 55 games.
Yeah,
instead of it was 44. So they added 42. So they
40. I know with the low 40s, it went to
So just off of last year numbers, so the WNBA champions last year made 22,000. This year will be 60,000 for the winners. The MVP last year was 15,000. This year will be 60,000. So again, for all of this, if A'ja Wilson can run all of that shit back, she definitely gonna get a bag. Defensive player of the year last year was 5,000. This year will be 30,000. Yeah, I mean that should add up a lot, nigga. That's a hell of a jump though. That's what I'm saying. For some, the crazy thing is though the jump is crazy.
Yeah,
but it's still disrespectful though.
The MVP.
Yeah, she the MVP, defensive player of the year. So again, like I said, last year defensive player of the year was 5,000. This year will be 30,000. Finals MVP, which she was, it was 5,000 last year. It'd be 30,000 this year. Like again, that's a huge jump. Like that's a ridiculous jump. Like a regular person at work, if you get a damn near $25,000 raise, you happy as hell. But still, it's disrespectful as shit.
But
rookie of the year was 5,000 last year, which Paige won. This year will be 15,000. That's a lot, man. That's an extra 10 bands.
But then that's why even when you say like the NIL deals and like when you see how much these schools make off of those players, and then they not, like you said, they're not getting none of that. Yeah, you might got an NIL deal for $1 million, but the school selling your jerseys 10 times that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Making that money, you know what I'm saying, easily.
But the crazy thing is with college, I guess, where it's a little bit different because, again, even when I sit here and mention Iowa earlier, it's kind of like, even like, again, people, you won't see people give them the credit. I probably like, literally, the crazy thing is how much I don't fuck with Caitlin Clark. But me giving Iowa their credit is, it kind of, they proving it don't matter who in the jersey, the shit's still gonna be sold out. Now, of course, there more people buy a Caitlin Clark jump for sure, but nigga, them games still sold out.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. Like I said, when you're looking at how the WNBA is like, all right, yeah, we putting butts in the seat, but damn, we still not getting. You ain't
getting over it. To me, the WNBA, the reason why the WNBA is more disrespectful, even than we talking about the NIL thing, is because the WNBA is actually, it's the players more than it's the team. Because the WNBA has not solidified. They don't have a Lakers or they don't have a Celtics where like Lakers fans is gonna be Lakers fans. And again, realistically, I don't necessarily know if I shitted. I know I shitted on Kobe Bryant and his fans. But I can't remember if I shitted. If I shitted on Luka last week, I apologize to Luka later on in the episode. If I did, I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did. But so if I didn't, but I still give Luka some credit later on. But again, when we just saying the WNBA don't have those type of teams yet. They don't have where it's just like it don't matter who play for them. People gonna come. Probably the closest thing they got to that is the Liberty, because the Liberty is probably the most longest lasting. The Aces is getting there. But I don't necessarily, we'll see them because all of them are free agents. Their whole team is free agents this year. So I don't necessarily, and you talking about, I don't know how.
But that's why I say I think it's just kind of even, it's nastier because, like you said, how, remember we talked about it before when the Liberty, even with their own, how they got in trouble for
trying to fly private.
And then like even last year with the Aces, when they
with the $100,000,
the $100,000, you know, the Vegas paid for that or whatever. Like you can't penalize me for having the money. I feel like I said, that's how I feel like all of them should be treated like that. Like if I got the money to spend it, then why can't I spend it?
For sure. I mean, I'm with you.
But like I said, if you're not paying it, why can't I pay or take care of my players? I want them to stay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that one. Real quick, because we did mention Vegas and mention the money. Their owner, what's his name? Because he owns the Raiders as well. What is his name? Hold on. What is his name? Excuse me, his name Mark Davidson. He is 70 years old and he got it. And the crazy thing is, shout out to Mark Davidson, he got him a black woman pregnant. Because you know, sometimes you don't necessarily know if niggas kind of be like cosplaying because you got athletes that's black on your team. But like he'd be super. I mean, of course, like we just said, he's super nice to the Raiders players, super nice to I think to me, he'd way more nicer to the Las Vegas Aces players and be at more of their games, and he actually even be at the Raiders game. So again, like I said, 78-year-old billionaire Mark Davis had his kid with a 38-year. Is she a model? She looked like a model. I don't necessarily know if she's a model, but she's a black woman, dark-skinned, beautiful dark-skinned woman, 38 years old, and they had a baby. Shout out to her. She just hit a fucking lick. Because that nigga 70, he be moving around, so he look like he got a couple more years in him. But even if he got a good 15 piece, at least by the time when he clock out that door and your kid 20, 21 years old and he punching out, you're going to be like 50-something. You're going to have a nice-ass bag. You take care of yourself for the next couple of years, he going to leave you a nice-ass bag to sit here and be able to walk away with.
Yeah, but that's a tricky situation now. Because I'm pretty sure you're not the first kid he had.
Oh fuck no, he got older
so
kids.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to say he got kids as her age.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't you might get the short end of the stick.
Nigga, but what's the short end of the stick? Like, what's he say? The short end of the stick is me getting him passing away and he leave me $10 million, bro. I'm cool. Because we sit here saying
you ain't cool if everybody else got part ownership of this and you ain't cool.
Man, if I'm a woman, you think a woman actually give a fuck about owning a football team?
No, but not necessarily the woman though. It might be I'm just leaving it for the child, not for the woman.
I guess.
That's what I'm saying. You might, and then of course, like they definitely might look. Oh hell no, we ain't giving this nigga baby. Nah, yeah, they.
I mean, maybe again, like I said, shout outs to her. She hit a lick. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I ain't one thing I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna shame a motherfucker for coming up because that's a hell of a come up, nigga. Because that nigga is rich. Like nigga, you told me he own the Raiders, he own the Raiders, he own the Aces, and I'm sure realistically the NBA is where I mean I guess they supposed to be what the two new expansion teams supposed to be Vegas and be Seattle, and you know, and that's again why sometimes I guess the thing that kind of pissed me off sometimes when you hear people talk about just sports in general. Like again, I just get mad about when people talk about anything, and I feel like you're not just well educated in what you're talking about, and you don't kind of tap in, especially if you have the access to tap into somebody else to give you some education. Because even hearing people talk about like, because you kind of comparing it to like, oh, the Raiders really kind of all the Raiders games be feeling like away games for the Raiders, and that's just because they don't have no real superstar players outside of course Max Crosby. So of course most of the people gonna go to Vegas to go see, and it's on a Sunday, so it's easier for other teams to travel and sit here and go root for their team in Vegas because of course it's Vegas. But I think people, because I mean, and maybe just people just don't really watch the WNBA or don't. Sometimes I feel like most men just don't be wanting to give them women the credit. Like Las Vegas Aces game always feel like a Las Vegas Aces games, and them shits be sold out. And they got, I mean, well, of course, outside of the Barclays Center, they got the biggest arena for the women's zone. Their shit hold like 19,000.
But I think it's gonna feel like that anyway because, like I said, that's a traveling.
But place. No, it depends if your team don't have a superstar though. But if they got a superstar,
even in Miami. Like you gonna feel that way because a lot of people travel to Miami, so you're not gonna have like, oh damn, it's about to be all.
No, but no, that's what I'm saying. That's Miami now. That wasn't Miami when LeBron and D Wade was there.
I feel like that.
Nah, niggas was coming to see them.
Yes, from other teams too. I don't think that's what I'm saying. I think it's more of a because it's Vegas and that's a traveling place like that. I don't think like the Las Vegas like residency is going to be.
I think it just depends on who they got on their team. If they got a superstar, like let's imagine if Vegas had Luka, nigga, Vegas is gonna feel and they're gonna have a home crowd. I think you just need a superstar. You can't sit here and just be like, I'm gonna have a team here and I ain't got no real superstar, and then and making it thing is gonna feel like a home. Of course, it's not gonna feel like a home game. I don't have no fucking superstar. That's like the Wizards game. Like people can say that about the Wizards. You come here and it don't feel like a home game. Because the Wizards, I mean, of course, when Anthony Davis and Trae Young get healthy, then you got some real superstars. But before then, you ain't got who the fuck am I coming to see? Yeah, I'm coming to see whoever else is, whatever here. But again, like I said, shout out to the Las Vegas Aces. Their games be home games. Like you watch Las Vegas Aces games, that shit feel like Las Vegas Aces is the home team. Even when the Fever come or whoever else, nigga, it still feel like, hey, this is my home court. It don't never feel like no away game for the Vegas Aces. So again, like I said, shout out to the women of the WNBA getting their payday.
Who would you take if you was the who would you take?
What you mean?
In that expansion, like in the draft, like who would you?
If I'm Las Vegas, I would try to get LeBron. I would try to backdoor a deal with him. Get him to come play there. Get him to come play here. Get him to reside here. I mean, who else you gonna get?
Wasted? No, I don't know.
Because you ain't gonna be able to get no young superstar. Who you gonna get? You gonna have to wait until the draft?
No,
unless you gonna get what you gonna get, John Moran or somebody.
No, the way they said it, you get a player from each team.
Yeah, but you can get niggas. But you can still they're gonna still be able to protect players too.
But if it's an expiring contract, you can't. So if it's somebody like I said who's on their last deal, you can't protect that.
Yeah, I don't know. We talking about somebody guaranteed. I know for a fact gonna put butts in the seat all 40-something games. I'm going LeBron James. He didn't just prove it too many places. LeBron ain't never played nowhere where it was empty seats in there and the niggas wasn't in there losing their mind every night.
That's what 3 years from now.
Oh, that's how long it is from now? Oh, I ain't know that. I thought they was trying to work on something for next season. I ain't know that.
That's
like
20,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else is some regular news shit real quick? I guess we can go local real quick. Oh no, we can go to this. Because we didn't play this story last week of the little boy of the 6-year-old who got hit by a car. The crazy thing is the girl, she not about to get charged.
District Attorney's office is dropping charges against a woman connected to a killed a 6-year-old child. Keontae Goss faces charges of driving on a suspended license and no insurance after a deadly wreck at Signal Street and Whitney Avenue. She faced those charges, I should say. Now investigators say the boy ran into the road to retrieve the ball and was struck and killed. Goss remained on the scene following the crash.
I don't understand how she still didn't get charged, because if you driving around with no license and no insurance, like how the hell you still don't, how she didn't get charged for nothing like that? To me, I'm lost. And I'm sure if you on social media last week, you may have seen the video of the little boy running out in the street behind the ball, but I'm still trying to, like, she still was in the wrong though. Like
she might be, maybe she'll catch something for that aspect of it, but maybe just not charged for
because he ran out in the street.
And then like it was an accident. Like he was out there and it seemed like all the cars was going hella fast. Maybe it was just me, but all of them. But like he was out there by himself, and it's still no excuse. But she stayed on the scene.
No, for sure, yeah, she didn't.
So maybe that was a part of it too, because she ain't run, and she got to deal with that. Like I would hate to have to deal with that, have to think about that.
Yeah, for sure, for the rest of my life, for sure. That would be. But you know, the crazy thing is, because sometimes when I think about like when you hear stories like that, because I mean, 6 years old, realistically, that's the first grade, and I kind of sometimes like when I watch those videos, I kind of always, as just you older now, so you kind of almost want to be like super hypocritical and kind of like judgmental on the parent. But then I'm thinking about like, damn, when I was in the first grade, I could still go outside and play like. But I'm kind of thinking of like
a main. That looked like that might have been
like it was on a main street.
You shouldn't like now. We lived on a main street. We couldn't just without somebody being out there.
Yeah, because I guess there's a difference. Like even me getting out of school, and I used to go to my aunt and uncle house, and they lived in a complex. So you kind of, like they ain't on no main street. People coming in, if you driving down their street, it's a dead end, and you coming into a complex. And realistically, most people, if you coming into not a complex, but a cul-de-sac, that it's kids that live here. So you kind of got to pay attention. And then of course they had a backyard, they had driveways. So most of the time, even for us as kids, you playing in somebody's driveway or you playing in somebody's backyard, you're not necessarily playing on the sidewalk. But just that one was like, God damn, dog. Like even as the parent, because now as a parent, and especially, if you live, in this day and age we live in, where there's going to be mostly realistically one of the parents is going to be the sad thing to say is one of the parents may be a single parent. So now that's going to start up a different column. And that's why I can't wait until you finish watching what's the fuck is it? Beauty and the Black, because that conversation come up where it's kind of like one of the parents like, all right, if you taking care of the kid and then the kid die on your watch,
it's your fault.
Of course it's going to be.
But you hate to say it. Shit happens. But I like I said, you hate to point the finger, but like he shouldn't have been out there.
Hell no, yeah, not by himself.
I don't know. I can see if it was a fenced-in yard, but even still, like they need to be watched, especially if he playing with a ball.
No, for sure. We can kind of tie that into the video of Future. And again, we talking about a nigga who's just a horrible fucking father in general. It was a video of Future and one of his baby moms. I guess she lived in Florida somewhere, and there was like and there were it was two kids. I don't think both of the kids is Future's, but maybe I don't necessarily know. Maybe the little girl was his, and it was a dude backing into in a driveway, and he was in a white van, and him backing into the driveway. He like literally got into the driveway, and then of course the mom was watching the kids via the Ring camera. So the mom sit here and like when the nigga backed up and got out the car, the mother sit here and said something in the Ring camera like, "Hey, what the fuck is you doing in the garage?" And then the dude's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. I'm in the wrong in the wrong jump." But if you're in the wrong jump, what you backing up for? But the kids was literally in the driveway playing.
Okay. I didn't watch it. I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, that shit was kind of crazy to me. But again,
I feel like you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to your kids in this day and age.
No, for sure. You can't just be letting them outside by themselves. Hell no. Real quick, because of course we talked about Michael B. Jordan last week. So that was a huge conversation. So, and for people who don't, I ain't gonna lie to you, I used to like L'Oreal a lot when she was on Lip Service with Angela Yee, but I'm sure most people probably are not, because she has a lot of cringy interview clips that go viral. She just asks a lot of just wild, random ass questions that kind of just rub people the wrong way all the time, where it's like, what's up with you, dog? But anyway, she had that clip of maybe a couple of years ago that went viral of her and Michael B. Jordan, and her asking Michael B. Jordan about high school kid when they was back in high school. People used to call him corny or whatever the case may be. Like it was a little weird, awkward moment that they had on the red carpet. So I do want to play this clip of her kind of just like trying to play the victim for real.
And it's never that deep.
Yeah.
Because that man don't know you. Okay, these celebrities that y'all be fighting for,
they don't know you.
But look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said.
10,000 times worse.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It doesn't even make sense. And you didn't even say it. And no one has ever said, hey, our bad. We went back and heard the audio. You didn't say it. It was in your front.
Oh, no. People came up to me and was like, oh, you know, my fault. But the disrespect was way louder than the apology. I didn't even, one of my homeboys reached out to me like, oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was an article he read. He thought you said it. But you went on all these other publications. Not only that, I have a nationally syndicated morning show. Yeah. Come have a seat and talk about it. You know, the thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot. Think about all the people that were saying many things about this man. And I would always be like, nah, da. Oh, I don't be defending people like that no more.
It's really crazy. I feel like the internet has created a hate train that is just never gonna come off the tracks.
No.
So when do you cut it off, right? That's everything.
Again, I think people would give L'Oreal the benefit of the doubt if she didn't have a track record of just asking so many out of pocket, left field conversations where people didn't walk out of the interview. She didn't have multiple interviews where people kind of just walked out and kind of be like, damn, this is what we talking about. I want to say like her and Wale may have had a moment. I can't remember if it was Wale or somebody recently. It was Wale. Yeah, so it's just even my point where it's just like nobody gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Nobody gonna feel sorry for you. Nobody even gonna give a fuck what you talking about because it's like you do it too much. So it's not like a one-off or you kind of misspoke or they got took out of context where it's like, nah, dog, you can't. You're like, this is kind of like this will stick. This kind of like just who you are as a person. I do want to play this clip real quick because we kind of talked about sports. We talked about traveling as well. So it was a clip going viral between Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp, where, you know, of course, for the Magic City Monday game, they already, I guess, bought tickets for before, you know, I guess the event, of course, the game still went on, but the event got canceled. And it came up because I guess one of Ocho Cinco kids had a birthday party or something that had something to do with his kids, and he had to kind of back out on the situation. So I want to play the clip, and then I want to get y'all opinion on who was wrong.
What happened? He up there at the game by himself. I'm gonna let you argue with the mother of my child. No. If she say I need you here today, I'm here today.
Okay, well, so what? But Ocho, you had made plans.
Hey, I don't give a fuck about no plans if my motherfucking child's birthday is here.
Well, you should have did that. What you should have did that with Joe.
I talked to Joe already. What are you talking about?
The man
I talked to Joe earlier today. Now y'all don't piss me off about my goddamn child. It's her birthday.
Ocho, how you getting ticked off because you put this request in for a month ago?
Listen, man, I send that man his money for a ticket. Y'all acting like it's that goddamn serious. I said it's my child's birthday. Anybody don't like it, you know what the F you could do. Now that's the last I'm gonna say about it.
Ocho,
I know. Wait. I know I play around a lot. My child's birthday is tomorrow. I have to get on the flight at 9 a.m. Therefore, Mama asked me to stay in town today so you could do something with her because I'm going to be gone the rest of the week till Sunday. That's all. That's all.
Ocho.
That's all.
Ocho.
Wait, no, let me finish. I talked to Joe earlier today. I say, Joe, I'm not going to be able to make it because I have obligations with the little one. They moved what she had to do up because she has to prepare for a tennis tournament this weekend. That's all. Ocho. Now we make it a little bit more complicated than we should.
Ocho,
it's a serious matter. You telling me about a basketball game versus my daughter's birthday.
Ocho, you the one that recommended you go to the game. He didn't broach the subject to you.
What's name to go to the game?
Ocho,
what are we arguing about?
Saying you didn't do the right thing by staying for your child's birthday.
So why are we even making a discussion?
No one is saying, Ocho, now how you gonna go to a game?
Hey, can I ask you something? When you have something to do important, do I say anything? No, I don't. So why y'all making it a big thing?
Ocho,
but something we talk about a basketball game.
Ocho, but this is why, and chat, now you'll understand, this is why I don't commit, because things come up, and to make that commitment, that's why when people say, Shannon, can you do this? Shannon, can you go there? I can't commit because I got so many things going on that I don't know. So even though Shelly has my schedule 6 weeks, 2 months in advance, something might come up just like that.
What happened?
So I guess my question to y'all is, do y'all feel like Ocho Cinco was wrong? Or, I mean, not even, I mean, of course, I'm sure y'all parents, so y'all probably not even feel like he was wrong. Do y'all feel like Shannon Sharpe was even wrong for even bringing it up after he told you the reason why he couldn't go to the game is because something he had to do with his kid?
I mean, he explained it. He already told. I don't see what the big deal was.
Yeah, I didn't understand what the big deal was. I mean, of course, sometimes certain shit you just gonna bring up on camera just for the entertainment purposes of it, but just kind of just like, especially it's just like, bro, it's just literally, if it wasn't even the Magic City thing, you talking about it's literally Atlanta Hawks, Orlando Magic's game. Like, this ain't this deep. And I'm sure realistically, fucking Joe Johnson used to play for the Hawks. I'm sure these tickets wasn't no goddamn crazy expensive that he really like faded on the bread. And Ocho even said it. I sent them the money back. So I mean, it ain't really that deep. But again,
he was just supposed to show up or something.
I guess they were just supposed to go to the game together because I mean it was of course, you know, the big deal about the Magic City game. So I guess realistically Ocho Cinco wanted to go to the game. Joe Johnson used to play for them, so he probably realistically got the tickets. He probably got the tickets comped, or even if he had to buy them, I'm sure he got them at a cheaper price as he used to play for the Hawks. And then I guess last minute Ocho had to back out on going to the game because he had to do something for his daughter.
But if it was like the Jay-Z tickets, like you went out your way to get it, or you know what I'm saying, you had to go through loops, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you be like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, again, I guess it probably just depend on
like, because you pressed me out and I went out my way
to get the tickets. Yeah, so like, so let's make it again. I like the way
that's something that's more, you know, what I'm saying, like
more than once in a lifetime thing. Yeah, for sure. And I guess realistically, that kind of go into the conversation, or I guess how cool you and your baby moms is, because realistically, it's like, whatever you ask me to do, is it that important that I got to cancel plans that I already had before you sitting here saying something came up at the last minute? That kind of will have to be the question. But I mean, if you and your baby mom's kind of, I mean, of course, him and his baby mother, this is like a new little, I don't even know if this was one of his older kids or one of his, Ocho Cinco got a rack of kids. So I don't even know what baby mother this situation was. But yeah, I get it. Like, if this, like you said, if this was like the Jay-Z John, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't necessarily know if I'm canceling my plans to sit here and now I gotta just, especially if it was a night plan, like, what the fuck do my kid got going on that much at night that I got to sit and cancel my plans for what I had going on, that I got to stay in the house and be step like, yeah, I'm cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. We have to figure something out, but I'm sure it's easier for me to say that because I don't got no kids than it is to actually to kind of make that happen. And real quick, I guess, because we kind of talked about sports a little bit, shout out to Anthony Edwards and Obama for all the people, all the super mad people at Anthony Edwards for that little back and forth that Anthony Edwards and Obama had on the Netflix series. What was that for the USA for the Gold Joint that, of course, they had on Netflix, and Anthony Edwards had his little moment with Obama when he told him he was the truth, and then everybody on the internet got mad at him. You don't talk to your elders like that. You don't talk about Obama, this, that, and the third. I hope this joint ain't got no music. Hold on, dude.
Oh, you want some of this? I seen what's going on with your jump shot. I remember you telling me you're the truth. Yeah. We're gonna see right now. Ray Charles can see this. All right.
So again, like I said, they had a little moment. I guess I want to say this. I don't even know. This might be like I'm sure probably got to be like some ESPN little mini series, something that they got playing around. But of course, the video was going viral because they had that moment on Netflix where people blew it out of. Neither one of them blew it out of proportion, but the internet took it in and sit here and got offended for Obama. So I like the fact that they had this little thing. They was playing ping pong, they was playing horse, and they were just in the pool just talking, whatever the case may be. So it's a cool little thing that they built a relationship off of that.
If I was Obama, I would do that.
What?
Like just different people.
Like just with different little people and play a little sport. Yeah, because because he really into sports like that.
Yeah, I would do that.
Even sports, and to me to kind of even give his little playlist that he kind of be always
like
throwing out.
Yeah,
I would do about to kind of solidify the things that he swear up and down that he really into. That would be a cool little series for him to do, especially because his wife got her own thing going on with her brother here. Something like little, even like, and it ain't necessarily got to be a podcast the same way they.
No, I'm just saying because she got a podcast. I would do that. Like just sit down, like, hey, you know.
Yeah, that would be cool. This is one of these Jones. I think Erica sent this shit. Y'all know these. One thing I can sit here and say, when you these live show Jones and this, man, y'all know how to piss people off, though. Jesus Christ.
I wrong for requesting that my husband have his parental rights terminated for a side baby.
I think you need to give context.
So we went through some things and he stepped out. He impregnated a blast from the past. She has a girlfriend. What he has been saying is, oh, she wanted a baby for her and her girl.
Was it a cup in between?
No.
It was the old-fashioned way.
Of course.
And y'all was together when it happened?
Yes, we've been married almost 10 years.
And so he cheated?
Yes.
Okay. Does the couple want him to terminate his rights?
No, I haven't talked to any one of them, but he has told her that's your baby.
Okay, let me say this. Would you really want to be with a man that would terminate his rights to his own child?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even want to push a man to terminate his rights to his child. But if y'all are saying that you just was donating, okay, well then do that, and then we can talk about being together. But right now, handle that first.
Kira, what you thinking?
Don't let anybody make you who they are. I've been in a situation where I have allowed men to make me bitter, make me vindictive, make me spiteful, and that's not a reflection of who I am as a person, because I've been in your shoes before. I was pregnant with my child, and my father of my child stepped out on me and got someone else pregnant. It was nothing I could do but cry in that moment, because I knew that these kids were coming, and I had to decide, who did I want to be? Did I want to be the type of woman that tells you that's your baby, don't bring that baby around me because you cheated? Or did I want to be the type of person that understands that the love that my child is going to have for her sibling is deeper than any pain that us parents have between each other?
Right.
Don't let that man make you the type of woman that your child's siblings are going to be like, well, your mother doesn't like me and we couldn't grow up together because we couldn't come around. I think that it's a situation where you either going to have to leave or decide, because you can't stay and punish that innocent baby. And I'm only speaking from experience. Don't let anybody decide who you're going to become, because this situation has the opportunity to change who you are as a person. You're going to become hateful. You're going to become spiteful. You're going to become angry. And it's not something that you caused, because you're still sitting up here trying to justify this donation of sperm when he cheated, Mom. He cheated. He betrayed you. He cheated. He stepped out on your marriage. This was not no donation. And then he's trying to cover it up by being the lowest of a person. The lowest thing a man can do is abandon a child. He's trying to cover it up by saying, I'll just terminate my rights. That's your baby. The minute that he looked at that lady and said, this is your baby, that should have been your decision right there, or if that was going to be your husband or not.
Okay, but my thing is, if that was allegedly the agreement that y'all came...
Get the fuck out of here. Listen, I love you. And this is what I'm saying. Y'all will lie to your... I asked you if it was a...
So, I mean, y'all thoughts first?
I feel like she told her, you leave. Why make them choose? I wouldn't want to deal with nobody that don't want to have nothing to do with their kids. That can just walk away from their kids because I told them to.
The crazy thing is, though, I'm sure there are a lot of men out here who have walked away from their kids because another woman told them to. That's the sad thing. Like, that is, to me, that is more realistically the reality of just the world. Like, I think if there are more men out here who have walked away from their kids because they've done something like this, and a woman told them, if you take care of that kid, I don't want no parts of you. And the fucked up thing about it is, niggas be thinking with their dick, or realistically, you kind of didn't really want to have a kid with this woman in the first place. So now this woman that you kind of really already was in love with, giving you an out and giving you the option to kind of stay with you and not leave you for this mistake. Of course, the first thing they're going to do, you're going to run for the hills, which it doesn't make it right. But I'm sure realistically, it's just a lot of men out here who move the way this dude is moving. And I don't even think he just saying it just out of a lie. I think realistically, two things could be true. He could have actually cheated. And I think at the same time, realistically, he probably do still really love his wife. And that's why he kind of sitting here, even because if he really didn't love her, he wouldn't even come up out of his mouth and sit here and say whatever stories he's trying to give to her. Not, again, like I said, not saying I make it right. And even for the woman, it's kind of like,
what you mean? If he loved her, what?
For him to kind of even come out and sit here and give her those excuses on why he had the baby, or he giving it to, because I mean, I think
that don't have to be love. You just covering your tracks. You just trying to think of a some type of outlandish dumbass story of why.
But what if she really? Okay, so my question is, what if she's really actually pregnant? I mean, what if she actually really in a relationship with another woman? Do you think that make the story a little?
Like we're married. You just gonna go out here and give somebody, like, you didn't even talk about it. We didn't even discuss that. I know, like, that's still wrong. Where's the right in that?
That's wild.
No, I'm not saying it's
but
not.
My only question was, did she say they was separated at the time when it happened?
Yeah,
like they was going through it. So
I mean, then it doesn't matter. You're still married.
Yeah, but I'm still married. But we separated.
Doesn't matter. You're still married.
Yeah, the married part. The married part. I think them being separated is the reason why she even went in public and asked this question. Because I think in her mind, I get what you're saying, Eric.
I mean,
but I
she
think
already did it though. I think because the way she posed the question, she already gave him that ultimatum.
Right, because she giving him the ultimatum because she don't fit in her mind. Realistically, she did probably because going on this show and saying this in front of all these people, and you know for a fact they're gonna clip it up and it's gonna be in front of millions of people. For her to sit here and say we were on a break and I'm giving him the ultimatum to leave, like just give up his parental guidance. So for that to be even a conversation and she be okay with that being a conversation in her mind, I'm sure that she's trying to make herself be able to sleep better at night and say, well, we was on a break. And that's the only reason why he did it. Because if we wasn't on a break, he would have never had the opportunity to do it.
He probably still would have did it.
Probably, but that's not the scenario. We in the scenario of we was on a break.
I don't give a fuck. We still.
I'm listening to what I'm saying. I'm with you, but I'm just sitting here saying that's the only realistic conversation you can really have because what else could it be? It can't be. It couldn't honestly. It can't be too much else besides. All right, well.
You know, I'm not gonna give you ultimatum to pick the child over me. Like I'm just gonna leave. It is what it is.
Shit. Now I'm thinking about it. Was D-Wade married?
Mm-hmm.
When he the off.
Yep. Oh man. I get real quick. Let's get into so for what's Beyonce's mom, Tina Knows. I guess she was doing like a pop-up gumbo shop. Or I guess like a gumbo, like a truck, basically like a food truck outside. Of course, you know, we talked about it last week with everybody doing the Houston rodeo and all the kids going to spring break, running to Texas. So of course they still going on. And people were going to her gumbo pop-up food truck. And it was getting mixed reviews, but of course it's the internet. So the latter part of the bad reviews going to always get more conversation than people who actually like the food. So some people was complaining about it. And I do want to play a couple of these clips real quick.
That's what made me sick. But that gumbo is what made me sick. I told you all I called the health department. It says, good morning, Erica. This is Justin with the Houston Health Department. I was calling to give you an update on the complaint filed against Mama Tina's Gumbo at the rodeo. In short, the temporary establishment was closed due to inaccuracy between their permit application and the actual food preparation they were conducting. We also discarded all gumbo on site due for the same reason, as well as the food being stored inside unapproved containers, and we cannot verify proper cooling methods.
So basically, this lady made a complaint and sitting here saying that Mama Tina Gumbo gave her food poisoning and got her sick. So she complained to whatever I guess the department is that give out licenses and stuff. Yeah, the health department to give out licenses for your food truck license or whatever case may be. So she ended up getting her shut down. And again, like I said, if there was that was the only video that I clipped, but there was a lot of people on TikTok and stuff kind of just having their mixed reviews, and people were complaining about the service and saying the service was bad. One lady, I want to say it was a video of her crying, sitting here saying that Mama Tina didn't even look at her or talk to her or nothing. Where it's like, my only thing in your videos,
did you go there in the first place?
Because because people fanned out, and that was why one of the
ladies, but if you tell me Mama Tina, like I would not go a gumbo. She don't even know, dude. I've never even seen her in the kitchen.
Listen to what I'm saying.
People would assume because she's from the South.
Yeah, and people are fanned out. But Marcus, people are fanned out. I hear what you're saying, but there are a lot of people who are just super fanned out.
I wouldn't.
There's people out here like that. People are super fanned out. People be really huge fans of somebody, and you so fanned out that you willing to sit here and go to this allow this lady to sit here and
I still
and
ain't
sell you
seen
some
the motherfucker
gumbo
with the Beyonce pants on either. You ain't that damn fanned out.
What Beyonce pants? What's
them James? Remember the House of
Darion?
Darion? That she used to remember when we was in Magic City and they was man.
I mean, that's a long time ago. Oh, here we go. Houston Rodeo put a
So I'm just coming from the rodeo with my son, right? And it was booty meat down. I mean, it was booty meat down. I saw a young lady. She might as well have just took the damn shows off. I mean, she had 2 quarter-pounder just sitting out. And I'm like, well, damn. I mean, if I was a lady and I had all that I wanted to breathe to, it's hot as hell out here. But golly, It's a time and a place. I thought this was the Rodeo Magic City collab. But y'all, do y'all not have any shame? I'm talking about left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek, just out. Just what bruh said, I think bruh said in that video, the booty-o. This shit turned into the booty-o, y'all. Man,
So, of course, last week we talked about the Houston rodeo. We talked about spring break. So I do realistically, and that clip right there was one of the dudes who was talking about how basically now they putting a dress code into the rodeo. The rodeo got so out of hand with just the way the women were coming in there with their ass cheeks out. Again, like I said, I talked about it last week. Of course, I'm an old man. I'm in the house. I'm just watching via social media. So I enjoyed it. But people there were upset. And I'm sure these are people who are from Texas and people who have been to the rodeo multiple times, going there years in and taking their kids there, whatever the case may be. And if you're used to normally, because now it's becoming a national thing, you're saying now for the last 2 or 3 years I've been there and everybody dressed like they got some common sense and they know that it's a family event. So people are dressed respectful. Now you get all these out-of-towners coming. And of course, when out-of-towners going somewhere, you're going there for the show. The same way when he's talking about with Jay-Z with the Yankees hat, people, I'm sure you're going to see endless people with the Yankees hat on. So people going to Texas, I want to go. I ain't about to just go and put some regular shit on because I ain't from Texas. So if I'm going, I want people to be able to see my outfit and know, hey, I was at the rodeo. So I'm going to have my cowboy hat on. I'm going to have my cowboy boots on. I'm a woman. I'm going to have some booty shorts on. Some of the shorts was a little bit more egregious because they had the booty shorts with damn near almost like a thong situation. So, of course, let that go. I do want to play a clip of some of the women who was tying in the inappropriate dressing from the rodeo, and they kind of doubled back and tied it into the conversation we had last year during the summertime with the bubble dresses and the girls out and about with their ass hanging out, sitting on public places with nothing but basically skin and bones.
What is the rodeo? Is it actually a rodeo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rodeo. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Do y'all remember a couple of years ago at the restaurant in Dallas called Kitchen and Cocktails, where those women got on the table barefoot, on a table where people eat food, and started dancing and twerking at this restaurant, and the owner of the restaurant came outside and told them that they can either get off the table or they can get out, and somehow the video ended up on the internet, and the entire internet was upset at the owner. Do you guys remember? Do you know what happens when we don't hold ourselves to standards regarding what we wear and how we behave outside? What happens is what you're seeing at the Houston rodeo. And do you know what? This didn't even start at the Houston rodeo. Do you want to know when I noticed it? Bubble skirts. A couple of years ago, me and my sister were in the DMV. We went to an Ashake concert. We're just looking around, and I noticed that everybody was in these bubble skirts. And it's not the bubble skirt or the shortness of the bubble skirt that's an issue, because I love a mini skirt. It was the fact that these bubble skirts were so short that your actual butt cheeks were hanging outside of the skirt. And for me, it was like, you came to a public place and you're going to put your body parts down on a chair. You don't know what was sitting there before, but you're putting your entire genitalia on this public bench, and you did not see a problem. Do you know something that I've always found very weird? Every single time we talk about standards, about how you should come outside, how you should present yourself, how you should behave in public, where everyone is subject to your dress and your behavior, everybody misses the entire point. And I personally think lack of ability to understand and nuance the conversation is a mental incapacity. I think you're slow. I think both people that are uber sensitive, and want everyone covered from neck to toe, and the people who don't believe in covering genitalia outside in public, I think y'all are equally stupid. Not have a majority of your body parts hanging outside of your clothing in public. And if I see them, calling the cops. It's not a freedom. It's not an inhibition to your rights. It's just classless and disgusting. Do y'all remember a couple of years ago?
I guess before I play anybody else, if I've never been to the Houston rodeo, I guess realistically for me, I kind of get it, because when I seen the outfits, it let me immediately know where these women was at. So I didn't, in my mind, because I never been, I didn't know this was something that kids went to. So I didn't know really. I'm sure most.
That's why I asked, what is it? What was the rodeo? I didn't know if it was an actual like rodeo, or it was just like, like that's what they called it, rodeo. It was a festival.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, it's an actual rodeo. Like, they be having people on there. I've seen people ride, like riding the bulls and stuff. But even with the artists, I've never seen no kid-friendly artists perform there. Like I said, Lizzo was performing there. I seen Bun B perform there before. So again, for somebody like me, if I'm not from there, I never been there, I don't think, and that's why I get where people are upset if you from there and you have took your kids there years before, and now this is the first time you take your kids there, and now your kids is got to look at damn near like you again, like almost at a strip club. I would understand where, where some parents will get kind of frustrated with it, but I do hate that we live in the times where people be trying to be like super policing what other people got going on. Again, especially if it's not something, if we going somewhere and it's not kids there. Like if I'm going to a brunch, don't sit here and tell me how to come with brunch. I can't go to a brunch with my ass out. We had a brunch. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Let me see.
Hot off the presses. Fox 26 was first to report this here in Houston. Then I saw my friend Lisa of Style Magazine also report this. Rodeo Houston has a new dress code that was.
Matter of fact, no, I had a better dude on for he was on Twitter with this one. Where's his at? Damn, I should have brought it. It was somebody on Twitter not Twitter, but on Instagram. It was a dude. That was me being sexist because I put that woman jump, but I think I liked his better. Give me 1 second. His breakdown of that. Damn, I should have just let her jump play. Because now I can't. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, that should.
Oh, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo just released a new dress code. Shout out to my coworker, Isaiah Carey, for getting this breaking news here today. Let's get right to it. Let's go to this paragraph right here. Here we go. Clothing with objectionable material, including obscene language or graphics, excessively torn cloth, visible undergarments, okay? And or clothing which by nature exposes excessive portions of the skin. Cheeks out, no mo, okay? That may be viewed as inappropriate for a family environment. Family, keyword, family environment. Y'all thought it was just a trending topic and everybody talking about it on social media? Nah, the rodeo said effective immediately. The rodeo says this is going into effect. So change your attire. Go buy something else from the store. Don't pull up to the rodeo looking like that.
So I guess my question is, do y'all feel like it's because of the clothes, or do you feel like it's because who was wearing the clothes and realistically it was black women?
So you thinking it's a race thing?
I feel like two things could be true. Was some of the outfits inappropriate because we talking about this was a family event? Absolutely. I'm cool. I do get it. Because I'm joking. I'm not even joking because I did enjoy looking at the women's outfit, but I didn't know kids were there. So now that I know that the kids was there, yeah, this shit was inappropriate. But I kind of wonder if this wasn't a group of black people and it was probably more black people than it normally be there. I wonder did that kind of make them be like, hey, what's the quickest way we can kind of keep some of these niggas out? Let's put a dress code to it.
Yeah, because the Daisy Dukes is a thing
for sure. But but let's be real. If it was a bunch of white women, they ain't got too much ass, so their ass cheeks ain't hanging out. If they got Daisy Dukes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like to take it a little too far.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why I said two things can be true. Was people taking it too far with the dress code? Absolutely. But did they try to enforce it even faster? Like they didn't even let the rest of the year play out with, hey, cool, effective immediately. We nipping this and putting a dress code on this immediately. Like this ain't about to just be, because again, like it can be just a conversation like people with the Roof Chris thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like I said, I'm not I ain't necessarily mad at the Houston Rodeo. I think I had one other person besides this lady. Hold on.
When I say a black man in a relationship.
That one.
Lil Russell's new.
Nope. I think that might have been it. Yeah, I think.
But the funny thing, it's the same when you look at what they did spring break in Miami, how that used to be the go-to. Then
yeah, for sure.
They started doing all that
shit. Yeah, being
now
super
we gotta
strict,
start putting curfews.
Yeah, I think, and I do think Houston. I mean, you got to kind of, I guess, as Houston as a community, and whoever is even in charge of just trying to get money to come there. I think you have to ask yourself: is complaining and trying to put these strict dress codes, is it worth turning away all the extra money that you got this year? Because I'm sure everybody at the rodeo and all these other venues that got paid off of this shit, I don't know. Are you mad? I mean, and maybe the rodeo they may care about it. Maybe they feel like I just rather keep my regular old fashioned crowd that we've been having. We don't need the extra crowd. We don't need the extra money. But I'm sure some of them clubs, some of them restaurants, they cool. They enjoyed it. Because I guarantee you, I guarantee you, Miami wish they didn't put that curfew now. Because I guarantee you, they wish they would have still had them 2 million extra people that have been going to Houston the last couple of weeks. Like, so I mean, like I said, I get it. I do want to, because we always do talk about TV shows on here. I do want to play this clip of this young lady, and she was sitting here talking about why we don't have good black TV shows again. Again, I think a lot of times when we have these conversations, I think a lot of people don't realize how, again, because I keep saying this and I said this before, I think a lot of people don't realize when you have certain things where you don't appreciate it when you got it, and you don't use your platforms to big up the good shows, or the good shows is like strong black leads where it's some substance into the characters. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm sure people have been DMing me, so a lot of people been watching Blackish, and y'all even telling me to go watch Grownish after this. But I know for a fact a lot of people don't big up these shows though. I listen to a lot. I'm talking about from famous people podcasts to fucking just regular ass people in another city somewhere, and people don't be talking about these shows. So it's so easy to people like, what happened to these shows? But what about when we have these shows? How often are people sitting here talking about, think about The Chi? Like, I don't care. I don't know how many of y'all listen to other. I'm sure most people who listen to one podcast, you listen to multiple podcasts. Think about how when The Chi come back on, guarantee you on a weekly basis, the way we talk about it, you ain't going nowhere else and niggas talk about The Chi. So it's like, how do you sit here? How do you expect to even keep shows if when these shows are on TV, niggas is not talking about them? Niggas is not. It's easy for me to find people complaining about a Tyler Perry show, but I can't find people just randomly talking about The Chi or randomly talking about Blackish. Like, that to me is the shit that kind of be throwing me off. But I'll play her clip real quick, and we can finish.
The black community is scared to see the black community win. Recently, I wrote a Substack article on why shows that uplift the black community will never win, or more specifically, why Baddies worked and Summer House Martha's Vineyard and Sweet Life on HBO did not. Before anyone gets it misconstrued, I'm not critiquing Baddies as a person who's never watched it. I've watched every season and every episode from each season. My last video, I was just talking about Summer House and being a black person watching Summer House and noticing the tropes basically of the black people that are on Summer House. And it made me realize every single time black people get their own entire show, like those shows like Summer House, and I want to more specifically say young black adults, because there are more older franchises that are full of black people, but that young adult era just doesn't seem to work. And the only place it works is on Baddies for some reason, which made me realize that the young black adult does not want to see black succession in a way that does not look like an entertaining way. To further along, we don't want to humanize black people. If I'm just going to say it straight up, straightforward, the concept of black people being these multi-dimensional human beings is not as interesting as us being these caricatures of human beings. We'd much rather see gladiator wars, pop the balloon challenges, all these things than we'd like to see us as doctors, lawyers, people who can have a good time with each other and then still have very humanizing stories.
I want to pause it right there. What's y'all thoughts right there so far on what she has said? Do you agree with what she's saying, or you disagree? Like, do you think just, I guess, the masses of people, like, I guess as a majority, do you feel like they just prefer the ratchet shit over the...
I do. I mean, that's all they really show, but that's what people are into. They into the ratchet shit, especially like the younger, because those are the people those are the people that's really watch the younger generation. They don't want to see like the nice wholesome shows.
I kind of want to do the younger generation actually even be in the house watching TV though, because I feel like most of the time, even when we be like, when you even see people doing reviews on TV shows or movies, majority of the time there is older people. Like, I barely stumble across young people having conversation about TV, because I don't feel like that. Like,
but you're right, they don't. It's a lot, but they have the streaming. Like, they'll watch it like online or whatever, but they don't do a lot of TV shows now.
Yeah, so that's what my point was. So it's kind of like, even when she's saying the baddies, I think the sad thing is there are a lot, and I think, to me, that's the sad thing. I told y'all before, I got turned off when a girl was like, she was trying to watch whatever, when Black China, her mother had a show, or whoever had like one of the first shows on Zeus, and I was like, bro, you like what? Like, I remember when Zeus was fat, I don't know how much it is now, but I know when it first came out, it was $5 a month, and Black China had her show on there, and a girl was coming over my joint, and she was literally like glued to her phone watching that shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to hit this joint. Well, this is gonna be a one and done situation, because there's no way in fucking hell you like glued to your phone to watch a Black China fucking TV show. But again, I think it's just sometimes it's just like, again, when we talk about just the people, because I'm here listening to what she's saying, and again, I know I'm older, but like she's saying like people don't like that. I've never in my life watched Baddies. I haven't watched fucking Love and Hip Hop.
You wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, but even still, it's some of them shows it'll be like, okay, I may just sit here and try to watch it. Like I can watch some clips of Pop the Balloon. Nothing about baddies make me be like, I haven't even seen a clip that make me be like, oh, let me give this a chance. Like I even gave Love Is Blind a fucking chance when they had the slow dude on there trying to like talk to the beautiful black girl. I was like, all right, cool. Let me see if this slow nigga can figure it out. But some of this shit just be like, it just ain't even nothing to figure out, but it be grown ass women. I don't think, I'm not saying young people don't watch it, but you'll be surprised how many women 30 plus are watching baddies and any of these other crazy fighting shows. And they might not sitting here saying they all get on there and talk about it. And you probably don't realize that they talk about it until they get on the comment section and you see a clip of one of these girls going viral on, like I seen the Jonah Erica minute of the day, and she, I guess, got a new boyfriend. And I see like women in the comment section, ooh, God, please bless me like this. And I'm like,
but you know, sometimes
what the fuck are we, this Erica minute we talk about?
And sometimes I think it's just the noise is louder than what you think. Because like I said, you never watched it, but I guess because everybody else on social media talking about it or these clips people think that everybody's tuned into it. In reality, like everybody don't watch that. You know what I'm saying? But I think because I hear so many people talking about it, oh, we saw the lines and all that. But like, really, is there that many people really watching it like that?
I honestly don't know, because it is. I mean, the crazy. Maybe after I finish playing her clip, it is a video that's going viral of people exposing who owns Zeus Network. I want to say it's the father who put up money behind Zeus Network. I want to sit here and say, what's the dude? Lemmy. I want to say his dad is a like a bishop or something. And people was kind of like, damn, I want to say, I know it's
crazy.
You know, he said it in his Breakfast Club interview, but I think the level of what type of pastor he is, I think that to me was kind of more what kind of got people kind of out of pocket and got kind of a little outrageous. Let me see if I can find the it was going viral. He was like, hold on, I want to. Matter of fact, while I'm looking for that, real quick, shout outs to Courtney Kemp. Courtney Kemp, and of course, that is the lady who is the founder. We're not the founder, the writer on Power. So she is having her first show come to Netflix. I believe it's May 12th or May 16th. I will get the exact date when it comes. When I scroll back down, but she do got her first shows coming to Netflix. And to be honest, I kind of want to see what she can do. I want to see, can she hold her own? Because I mean, of course, we all watched Power, but I think a lot of that, you know, of course, 50 Cent get a lot of the credit for that. I mean, people who really into like Power, you watching the clips and the credits of it, then you understand like because she used to do her breakdowns after every episode of Power.
That's the one who was dating the actor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she don't want. I mean, if you watch any episodes of Power, like, you know, after every episode, she'll have a breakdown of what was going.
Yeah, okay. That's all I'm making sure. Yeah,
in the episode. So I mean, again, like I said, I do just kind of want to see how she'll be able to carry it on her own now that she kind of has her own. I mean, this is her first show. This is gonna be her first show without 50 Cent. So now you kind of get to see if she can realistically, can she do it on her own? Can she still put together a good show where people still watch it, where people still talk about it the way they were talking about it when she was on the John with 50 Cent.
So let me ask you, when you compare it to Power and all that, like, but what if it's not that type of show? Like, what if this is like the Blackish? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you still?
I mean, I think realistically, for this to be her first rodeo on Netflix by herself without 50 Cent attached to it, to me, the smart and proper thing would be, realistically, you kind of got to. There's no way. I feel like you gotta stick to what your audience, what you know for a fact that your audience like from you. You can't sit here. You can't just. I don't think you can go straight that far. Like I don't think you could. I don't think you can. I don't think it would make sense to me personally. I wouldn't do it. Like if I'm her, this is my first opportunity to go on Netflix by myself. 50 Cent is not attached to it. You kind of got to come out and give the people exactly what they want. Like you have to come out with shooting your best shot. Because if you bullshit and then it's just something, and then people gonna be like, oh yeah, well, this is the reason why
So somebody like Lisa,
holy shit.
You said what?
Issa Rae, she has to stick to her traditional. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. She can't go. Like,
I think she can go. I think you can go whatever way you want, but I think realistically, if you know for a fact, I mean, even off the screen, I mean the what is it called? Just for the cover of the show. I mean, it's two guns. I mean, so I'm sure realistically, you have to keep. You built the audience. You built the audience off of power. You have to realistically keep your audience built in on that power audience you built. Now, maybe if you get a new season of this, or you get, I don't know how many shows she got greenlit for on Netflix, but if you know for a fact this is going to be audience, people who are power fans, they're going, especially if you are a fan of Courtney Kemp, you're going to watch this. At least you're going to give her an opportunity for her first show on Netflix, and you're going to watch it. So that's what I'm saying you kind of got to put your best foot forward first, and then allow yourself some room to grow when you kind of already built up like a rapport on Netflix, the same way you did on Starz. That's what I'm saying. You can bear off and go whatever way you want, because I mean they did that with every episode. I mean all the spinoffs on Power, like all of them wasn't. I mean they were still in the drug game, but they all had different storylines to it. But you built it around this universe. That's why they call it the Power universe. So I do feel like you got to kind of keep it in that same universe, in that space, because you already got an audience for it.
I can even say this as somebody who does not like drama. I love drama. I love reality. When I'm watching Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, when I'm watching Sweet Life, I'm watching it for the drama. But while I can watch it for the drama, I can also understand what is at the center of it, which is succession and Black succession. The scariest part about Baddies is what's at the center of it is just our pure entertainment. They're succeeding, but at what cost? It's almost like a death sentence for them. Once you get on the Baddies franchise, the first and last thing you're going to do is Baddies. Breaking out of the reality TV show mode in itself is already so hard, but with Baddies, it's almost like you're breaking out of jail, then going to probation, then doing something else. And then you only have those oddballs like the celebrities who come in and out, like Sukihana or the Scotties of the world, who find the founder and now you have a baby with him. So now you know you're set for life. But these other women are almost always putting their lives on the line so that they can continue this concept of being a baddie or getting rich. It's almost like get rich or die trying. Baddies are our new rappers, the same way baby mamas are our new rappers, the same way streamers are our new rappers. They sit at the forefront of the Black community. They sit at the forefront of what's hip, what's new, what's the easiest way to get into our community. The rise of artists like Sexy Red, and I rep Sexy Red all day because I'm from St. Louis, so there's just a familiarity there. I am understanding that what we see as Black succession is going to look so differently when we see artists like that make it to the top. Shows like Boondocks didn't exist for no reason. They showcase what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like to be in the center of pop culture. And back in the day, that was even crazy. So to see it now, Boondocks would be blowing up right now. To know that you can actively watch a show where women have no storyline, nothing that backs their livelihood, no humanization, just fighting for what cause, what thing, you don't know, you just are entertained by it. But after you're entertained, guess what? They take these project babies and put them on a plastered lifestyle. You immediately see them in new cars, new shoes, new clothes. So in your eyes, it's like, if all I have to do is fight to get this lifestyle, I'll do it. The same way, if all I have to do is be a baby mother to get this lifestyle, I'll do it. Making a mockery of ourselves has always been the white man's entertainment, but now we've taken it to an entirely new extreme where Black succession in one standing point always just looks like a generalization of capitalism. But all Black succession shouldn't look like we're either elitist or we're hood babies from the ghetto. There's no middle. And I realize that a lot of the times this capitalistic mindset has convinced us that there's no middle ground because both sides are fed by capitalists. Like, I mean, call a spade, we all want to get rich, but the concept shouldn't be that you have to die for it. Imagine if your 4-year-old sister or your 10-year-old little brother.
All right, like I said, to me, I just think realistically, people just don't watch. When you have those shows again, like your Blackish-ish, your Grown-ish, you got this Shy. Well, it was another show that we used to keep talking about when it was the Shy, and I feel like it was one other show that
was out with the Shy.
Yeah, what was the other show? And we kind of kept saying, and it was like we didn't. Nah, not raps. It wasn't Rap-ish. Harlem. Oh yeah, even shows like Harlem. And it was one. What was it? It was Harlem. It was Run the World. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Harlem. Run the World. Run the World. What else was it? It was another Joan. But even Rapish though, I feel like Rapish wasn't like that shit. Wasn't like some super negative shit. It was kind of like it was a good in between. Like it had like a little bit of like a little bit of messy shit to the storyline. But realistically, the storyline was just kind of just trying to make it in the music businesses, two black women. So again, like I said, there be shows out there, but I feel like those shows don't get the same amount of conversation, don't get even negative or positive. And that's why even when we talked about Tyler Perry a week ago, how many weeks ago it was, when I was sitting here saying like that is kind of like it's like the gift and the curse. Like you can be upset that people always talk negative, but you kind of almost good. You happy that people just talk about it in general, because there are a lot of shows that come out and people just don't talk about them at all. But even like I said, like even maybe All American, they just kind of dragged theirs out too long, because I feel like that. I mean, of course, like during the pandemic, everybody and their mother was super geeked over home. I mean, damn, All American and people was talking about. I do feel like they kind of just dragged it out too long. Like they kept getting too many seasons, and they was just dragging the show out a little too long. But again, like I said, I think just realistically, people just don't. When we get those shows, people just don't talk about them enough, and that's probably realistically the biggest problem with all of them. Matter of fact, because we did talk about when we talked about Keke Palmer, remember when Keke Palmer was trying to do, I guess, that little show on YouTube when she was having a series about the Asian girl going to a home to a HBCU, and then her family being a black family adopting her. People was giving her like went super crazy on her. Okay. So, and realistically, this is a real story of I won't say this, is he Chinese or Asian? I can't remember what he is, but he goes to Howard University, and he spoke on his experience actually going to Howard. So I kind of wanted to play this, and that's why I said some people may need Keke Palmer an apology.
As we know, we've all seen BTS's upcoming trailer that they dropped for their album Arirang, inspired by the 7 Korean students who came to Howard University, right? I go to Howard University, I'm Korean, so it kind of hit a little different. And people are upset because in the trailer, it's at Howard University, right? An HBCU, a historically black college and university, but there are like no black people in the crowd listening to the Korean students sing. And this did happen here on Howard's campus. But the bigger issue with the matter is that those Korean students had nowhere to go, right? Because their ethnicity, they weren't accepted anywhere but here at Howard University. The school opened its arms for them the same way that most of the students have opened their arms for me, right? BTS didn't say any of this. Howard wasn't just a backdrop. It's the reason why this whole story even exists. So don't erase the people who made that story possible. You feel me? As we know, we've all seen
I do want to get, I guess we kind of realistically, another hot topic that was going around via social media was Afro Man. So I will allow, play a couple of little bit of these clips from this court situation. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sure most people probably ain't thought about Afro Man and God knows how long. This shit is, I ain't gonna lie to you, is funny as hell. And he kind of low-key got him a little slap, that little what is it? Lick him down, Lisa, or whatever the fuck this lady name was. One of them police officers. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Afro Man. He turned his lemon into a fucking lemonade. I'm talking about like some sweet ass country lemonade.
Watch this.
You're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light?
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know.
I've been with that woman since middle school. I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of? Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
That's your client.
That is Sergeant Randy Walters, and he is very mad because of this.
Randy Walters is the son. I don't want to play the music. But again, like I said, shout out to Afro Man. Afro Man, definitely. I don't necessarily know how he did this or how he ended up finessing this and this becoming a national story. But again, like I said, he got a couple of shit. He got like damn near like 10 songs talking about this situation and how it played out. Oh my God, is this the? No, it ain't no. I thought it So yeah, it ain't no sound to it. But again, like I said, shout out to the Afro Man. Afro Man got himself back in the headlines. People was talking about him for a week, and some of the songs, like I said, they was cool little songs like this. He had a couple of little bops on there that people kind of can laugh about and shake their head to. I do want to show y'all how dumb people in America is, and I ain't gonna sit here and just say how dumb. Well, people are dumb because kind of not to be able to answer this question. I do want to play this for the audience so y'all won't never get caught like this, because this to me was kind of like, you be thinking people be slow until you actually kind of get to see how slow people actually is in real time.
Please name 3 countries in North America.
United States, Canada, Alaska.
Who?
3 countries in North America. It's not countries in North America.
Who told you that?
North America, it ain't Colombia, huh?
No.
South America. What else?
America, Canada, Mexico.
Canada, Mexico, Greenland. Damn, I know this. Is it Europe?
No. United States of America. Canada. Mexico.
Canada, the United States, Mexico.
Brazil? No. Oh, man, you got me.
One country, North America, man.
What?
North America is a country. Go ahead.
You know the answer. Tell us. North America is a continent. Thank you. Okay. 3 countries: Canada, Mexico, and United States. Yes, sir.
Please name.
No, these was grown ass people. This wasn't like literally that last person was a grown man sitting next to a little kid, and that grown ass man with a straight face sit here and say, come on, dog. Like, oh my god, there's a lot of stupid people in the world. But I guess the person that I'm not even confused by at this point in time, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm starting to feel like he's just like one of the corniest niggas, just like, is J. Cole. And listen to what I'm saying. I understand people love J. Cole, but dog, I'm gonna play this clip of this interview and him reliving this Kendrick Lamar and him apologizing to Kendrick Lamar. Though J. Cole is a nigga where I'll be like, thank God J. Cole was never my favorite rapper, because this shit is just cornball shit.
A guy that's like, oh man.
5 hours before, was it something that you had really thought of and planned, or did you get on the stage and felt like, I need to do this?
No, it hit me an hour before.
Okay.
But before that, I was stressing the fuck out but in the moment that the idea came to me, like a guy that's like, oh man, I lifted and I got light and I got excited. I got so excited because, you know, to tell you that 2 or 3 days before that, it was like, oh my, nah, this is terrible, because I felt like I misrepresented myself. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden I'm giving life to division and to negative storylines or negative perceptions on somebody that I fuck with and got love for. You know what I mean? Somebody that I like care about. And it's like, oh shit. In my mind, of course, I mean, I could take you back to, we know why that happened in the first place, right. But just to answer your question, that shit had me feeling terrible, because I'm like, oh my God, like this shit is nasty. This shit don't feel right. And of course, leading up to it, when I was doing it, it made sense. Actually, I can't really say it made sense, but in a moment where I wasn't clear, like we were just talking about, I chose to do something that didn't align. It's like putting on the fucking outfit, the Versace sweater or whatever. In a moment where I wasn't clear, I chose to go this way for reasons that I could tell you about. But all you need to know right now is like, yo, I felt miserable about it. Like literally, like my whole demeanor, my whole shit, my wife could tell. And so I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go on the stage and like come out here and pretend. Almost like people think that I'm represented. Mike Delete Later had just dropped. It's the biggest news. Not saying Mike Delete Later is, but just the drama of all of this is the biggest news happening. And I'm coming out as a representative of what the fuck they just heard. It's like, nah. So an hour before, it was like, like, yo, in a very loud manner, you know, in a very public forum on your album, you said some shit you didn't believe in. Now you got the opportunity to go on a bigger forum, you know what I mean? A bigger stage is being live stream and say something that you believe in. And in that moment, I'm like, thank you, God. Like, told my wife, she's the only one I told. I ain't telling nobody else. I was like, yo, this one I'm about to go do. She start crying because she know how I feel about him. You know what I mean? Like she knows, and she saw how it was weighing on me the 2-3 days before that. She could see in my whole energy, and she would even ask me, and I'm just like, yeah, I got a lot going on right now. Like, so So when I go and do it, I felt even better than I felt knowing I was going to do it. I felt like, if you'd have seen me that night, man, mind you, the demeanor of everybody around me.
I was just gonna say,
like, damn, nigga, like my man Barry from since the '80s, he Earth Gang, signed Earth
Barry.
Gang, and yeah,
He'll always keep it real with you.
100%. That's my nigga. Like but he just sitting there like, you a good dude, man. But he's almost disgusted about it. Like he's almost hurt about it. And if you would have saw me, I'm just like, bro, like I feel amazing because now the world knows how I really actually feel.
But this is what is mind blowing to me, right? The reaction that everybody had, and we'll talk more like later, especially now a couple years removed, people are still excited for the fall off. It's like shocking that even happened, the place where we're at now. But I'm amazed that you felt so good after doing that.
Man, I felt
you looked around and you're like, I don't care how upset y'all are.
Listen to what I'm telling you. J. Cole could never be my favorite rapper talking like this. I'm sorry, though. I don't give a fuck how much relatability he has to y'all on your normal everyday life. Because this shit, and listen, we're not even talking about some rah-rah tough shit. We talking about just off the sport of just like rapping. Like that, just imagine like if this was a sport, imagine fucking LeBron James sitting here saying, man, I feel bad for blocking who's the shot he blocked with the run? What was that Iguodala? I feel bad for blocking Iguodala's shot and us winning the championship. Like that to me is what it sounds like listening to J. Cole say. Like, man, if you sit down and do an interview with LeBron and he be like, man, if one thing I can take back, I take back me running down and putting Iguodala's shit on the glass. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, though, you are a rapper. You didn't say no disrespectful shit. Y'all, this ain't some King Von, fucking, what's the nigga name? What the fuck was the little boy name that he was getting into it with, Quando Rondo? Like, this ain't that type of shit. Like, we talking about literally you just sit here and say you ain't like the nigga music catalog. And you just sit here and say, but again, even kind of tying this back into the earlier conversation when we talking about 21 Savages, just pay attention to how J. Cole mentioned his wife a couple of times. And his wife don't have nothing to do with this conversation, but he just mentioned her casually in the conversation and just to kind of bring it up. And so that's just my point of when I'm sitting here telling y'all where it's the difference between a nigga who's actually married, happily married. You're going to sit here and find different ways to speak about your significant other because you are a happily married man. And that's just kind of just to highlight that and pay attention to how J. Cole even just slid that little piece into the conversation of him breaking down on how he felt and how we got up to it. I just like, it's hard for me to sit here and say, I respect what J. Cole saying. Like him even doing this interview don't make him apologize and know better. You talking about now this is 2 years later because I even seen blog pages picking it up saying this is the 2-year anniversary of when Like That dropped. So even for all of that to be sitting here and said, it's like, you just, like, even for J. Cole to come out and say this, like, you just stirring up the pot to make niggas sit here and bring this whole, like, I can already know, like, I may even skip Rory and Maul on fucking listening to them niggas because I just know for a fact, I know what the conversation gonna be. I know what the conversation gonna be like with Joe Budden and anybody else who talk about hip hop because you just opening up and just a nasty conversation for niggas that just literally hate and shit on you. Where it's like, you didn't have like, man.
So what you think the conversation gonna be with him and Cameron?
I don't know, but now that make me sit here and think that this nigga was just a work the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Because even just seeing them just like, literally when I seen him come in the room, I'm like, oh, was this dad? Did they just work us the whole time? Because it make you just kind of like
marketing.
No, listen what I'm saying. It makes for great marketing because now guess what it's gonna make people do? People are going to go rush to watch that interview. Even for him to come in and him to come into the room and be like, damn, dog, you gonna sue me? So now it's just really gonna make you sit here and be like, nah, niggas is really gonna. I can't imagine that video. That interview not doing numbers because realistically, not saying it wouldn't have anyway, but that just put a lot of. I'm talking about way more hype on that conversation on people may not normally would have watched Cameron doing interviews because I know I never watched any of those talk with Flea situations, but I'm sure people will realistically go run to watch that one. While we kind of talking about interviews and we kind of even talking about podcast stuff, there was a big blow up, and this is again when we talking about just the internet. How I know how so many people on the internet is just soft, just like in real life. Because there's a clip, and I'll play the clip of Kenya Martin sitting here calling out one of the employees at Gil Arenas. And so realistically, I guess this 2 years ago, before the guy even got a job at Gil Arenas, where somebody was bringing up a conversation that he was bigging up Kenya Martin and sitting here saying how Kenya Martin is the bright spot of the Gil Arenas show. And then the dude basically shitted on Kenya Martin. It was like, how you gonna sit here and say he the bright spot of the show? This nigga could barely talk. So again, I'll play the dude because a clip of the dude did come out and him talk about what happened, and then I'll play Kenya Martin. But just before I play that, it was so many people on the internet saying, if y'all already addressed this privately, why did you bring it publicly? I think a lot of people on the internet
heard it on the thing. They didn't address it.
But even if I did, what the fuck do I care? If you disrespected me publicly, you think I'm going to be cool with just a private apology? Are you dumb? But again, that's because we live in a time and day and age where so many people are used to sit for every day just saying whatever you want in the comment section, just leaving whatever type of comments, and nobody never checking you because you 9 times out of 10 you got a private page, you don't got your picture up there, nobody even know who the fuck you are, or even if you got your shit up there, you just a nobody in real life, so people don't even care about your comments, so they go unchecked. So when you see somebody check somebody for their comment in real time, it's so shocking and so unbelievable to you because you just not used to seeing people just sit here and pull up and have the same energy for people like they do when you sit here and say something about somebody privately. So again, shout out to Kenya Martin, but I'll play these clips real quick.
I watch to hear what everybody say, and a lot of people, the majority of people, they feel I did the right thing and handled everything right. And most of the people that I heard side with Kenyon, they feel like they don't have all the facts straight. They think that I went to his house first and then made them comments. And they also don't know that when I made the comments, after I said it, is when he was on the show later and spoke about it, his sensitivity to it. And that's when I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up with this. And this is way before I moved to Cali. So when I finally moved here, I felt like I had to apologize. And that's what I did, man. And I didn't sugarcoat it. I tried to quote what I said and specifically said 2 or 3 times because I heard you speak about how sensitive you are about it. That's why I'm coming to you with this. I repeated the 30 things I said. So I tried. Oh, of course he did. Man, listen, it ain't nobody that ain't made a video. Rob Parker, Speak Easy, Marcellus Wiley, just.
All right, so let me play the clip of actually what happened with the Kenya Martin.
In situations. So something recently was brought to my attention, right? Mm-hmm. That one of the people that works here that we see daily, and I brought this person into my home, right? Had this person around my wife, my kids, right? Treat them nothing but respect, right? Oh, shit. And this is a loyalty situation. I want people to, with their kids, right? Teaching situation. When people tell you be careful who you bring into your inner circle. Yeah, motherfucker. Be careful who you bring into your home. This is this situation that I'm speaking of right now. Hey, Suge, come here. Oh, shit. You want this? Huh? No, I don't need the mask. Kill a nigga. So I need you to do some explaining to me, brother. You need a mic? No, I don't need a mic. So, can you explain this video to me?
Yeah, that's the video we talked about.
No, we didn't talk about shit.
Yeah, we did speak about it.
No, you tried to apologize. So. So there's it in here. Let me replay it for her. So when I brought you into my home, this how you felt?
No, I apologize.
Huh? No, but so this how you felt when I brought you into my home and I had you around my wife and kids?
No, that's not how I felt.
So what did you go out your way when someone is showing me love in the moment? You go out your way to disrespect me.
I don't think I was being disrespectful. I was.
Disrespectful. When that's something that I've stated time and time again on this couch. Sensitive subject, huh? Sensitive subject for me, right? I drew a line in the sand a long time ago with this. There's no apology ever that, as an adult, that I will accept for this. I came in here one day over at Gil's house and you walked up to me and tried to apologize out the blue. I blew you off because I didn't know what you were talking about. That's the situation. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Why would
therefore,
you talk about this when I apologize?
because I didn't know what you was talking about, it didn't matter.
I sent you the video.
No, you did not. I didn't see the video. Someone else sent it to me. I didn't see the video until 2 weeks ago. First time ever seeing that. Had I saw it back then, we would have been had this conversation. Do you think not?
That's why I apologize.
But so you apologize because you realize it was some BS. Because you've been in my home around my wife and kids. I fed you, put money in your pocket. Did I not?
Want a shot?
Did I or did I not, dog?
I work for you.
No, you did, but did I put money in your pocket? You didn't do it for pay, right?
Yes.
Right? Did you not come into my home? No, did you not come into my home multiple times when you didn't know no one was out here, right? You didn't have no one to go for Thanksgiving. Did I not invite you to my home?
Yes.
2 years in a row.
Yes.
And this is the things that you get.
After the apology too, right?
But that apology is null and void is what you don't understand, dog. If I knew about it then, I wouldn't accept your apology like I didn't then.
You did it.
I didn't. I blew you off. I said, yes, whatever, dog, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the situation. So this is what disloyalty and people who don't respect you look like, y'all. People like him. Be careful who you invite into your home, who you have around your loved ones and your friends and family.
Real quick, shout out to Kenya Martin. For people who don't know who Kenya Martin is, just Google Kenya Martin. Kenya Martin, I guess, for women who may want to be familiar with, Kenya Martin used to date Trina. He got Trina. I don't know if he still got it there, but at one point in time, he had he probably, I'm sure, because he married now and got kids and shit. But he at one point in time, younger Kenya Martin had a tattoo of Trina lips on his neck. And Kenya Martin is just known just to get this shit cracking. He ain't scared. He ain't one of them new school fake want to fight niggas, fake be tough niggas. Kenya Martin, when Kenya Martin was playing in the NBA, Kenya Martin will pop off on niggas, beat the shit out of niggas, and keep it moving. So again, and you know that Kenya Martin really on some gangster shit. He talking to this man. The nigga is standing up behind him, and Kenya Martin is sitting down on the couch the whole entire time, turning his back to him a little bit, talking to the camera at the same time, then turning back to him. Because realistically, this dude could have just been like, man, fuck you and his job, and just pop Kenya Martin. He could have went, like, this video went viral, and kind of for him looking like a sucker, but this video could have went a whole different way. I'm not saying he's saying he would have beat Kenya Martin.
Could have turned around and popped his ass too.
No, for sure. But but you got to think about, I respect Kenya Martin as a man. For you to sit here and kind of turn your back to a nigga and kind of be like sunning him and like dragging out a conversation.
Yeah, if this was like a Y, you saying if it was like a YN, a nigga be like, man, fuck you and
I ain't even saying if it could be a YN. It could just be an older man who just ain't going for shit and just said nigga, because let's be clear. If the dude said he already apologized this before and Kenya Martin just brushed it off and ain't paying him no attention because he didn't know what he was talking about, he could easily sit here and say, man, nigga, I already apologized to this, man. Fuck you, whatever, and just carried it. However, I don't, like I'm sitting here saying, this could have been carried a whole different situation. This dude kind of already got to have some type of respect or a little bit of fear of Kenya Martin, because I'm trust and believe this could have went completely different. This nigga could have easily seen Kenya Martin could have been all that talking, and when he sit here and say, man, this is what disloyalty looked like, and a nigga could have just smacked the shit out of Kenya Martin. He could have got his moment. He could have really got himself a 5-minute fucking fame. And trust and believe, he would have been able to do endless podcast interviews and all, whatever the case may be. I don't know how far his career would have went after that, but he definitely could have had a moment if he would have carried it a completely different way. But again, like I said, shout outs to Kenya Martin for being on just some different type of time. real quick, I do want to say
that's one thing you gotta be careful about, the shit you post.
No, of course, for sure. The shit you post and the shit you say out your mouth, is you never know who you may bump into. Real quick, because we kind of like slightly talking about basketball, I do want to play this clip of Dawn Staley. Shout out to Dawn Staley because she gave some young women of Southern University some Louis Vuitton perfume real quick. But and of course, and she don't coach. That's not the team that she coached. So this kind of just make the conversation a little bit more fire.
It was just a small gesture. A couple of them just said, "You smell good. What are you wearing?" Like a couple of them. And I'm like, told them what I was wearing. And then when I got home, my friend who works at the Louis store had sent me, some samples of what I wear. Let me just give them to them. And I just had enough of them to give to the entire team. And that was it. It was just a small gesture. I had them. I probably wouldn't use them and they could utilize them. And I just did it. It's Louis, it's imagination.
You're on your
and again, hold up, man. She wasn't supposed to say they were the samples.
I mean, I guess. I mean, if you are somebody who really into cologne or perfume, then I guess realistically, yeah, not saying it's the samples that kind of don't seem as cool, but realistically,
yeah, like you
but
just
how many
gave me some
people? But
leftovers,
no, I mean, no. It's two ways you can look at it. How many people actually going into Louis to even know what Louis perfume smell like? So for the fact that you could, I mean, if you somebody who heavy just buying perfumes or colognes and you really into it, then you can sit here and say, oh, it's a sample, so it's not that big of a deal. But shit, if you somebody who can't afford no goddamn Louis or don't go into a Louis store, that it could be a sample or whatever, nigga, that's still a big deal. And again, that's what one of the reasons why it's so hard to kind of root against Dawn Staley, because you got to think about it. Just for somebody, if you really into like women's college basketball, Dawn Staley really don't push out a bunch of like superstar players outside, of course, Asia Wilson. But it's easy to kind of want to root against them, but it's hard to root against Dawn Staley. For somebody to do something like this to a team, they're not in their conference or nothing. This is not like she just randomly just did a kind, good gesture. And that's why so many people would just even flirt with going there. Like Angel Reese talked about, she thought about going there. Like she and her mother made her call Dawn Staley and sit here and say that she wasn't going to play, that she was going to LSU. The same thing with Juju. I told y'all Juju Watkins got her show on Peacock, and her mother and father did the same exact thing, because realistically, as a black parent, is Dawn Staley, and then it's just like what she has done with her program. She's obviously a great coach, but just because who she is almost like the Deion Sanders thing. So it's almost like hard, like you damn it, you got to give her the respect enough to even take the visit, and then she's still just gonna be like, even with the Juju John on Peacock, like she had with the family playing spades or whatever the case may be. So it's hard to go from that, and then for most of these parents, like again for Juju, for Angel Reese, is like, and then it's kind of hard to see and say, I'm not gonna go play for Dawn Staley, and then I'm about to go play for this white coach, because you ain't gonna have this same type of like the spades table and all of that situation going on with Coach Kim Mulkey or whatever the lady is who coach at USC. But again, like I said, shout out to Dawn Staley, and that is one of the reasons why you like, especially if you on Threads. I mean, with the LSU thing, is a little bit different. I do kind of want to see how many people are still going to be gun-ho LSU fans after Flau'jae leaves this year, because again, she did have her final game at the LSU arena. What do they call it? The PMAC. She had her last game there, and that is kind of cool. How they do they only do that in women's? They don't do that with the men, do they? Where they get to play one home game, I guess, if you a higher seed or something.
Yeah, it's only women.
Only on the women's side. Yeah. But she got to play her final game today, and I think she had like 24. She had 24 today, and they won, so they going to the Sweet 16. But again, like I said, that was just one of those things. I do want to play this clip of. Did y'all see the? Is it? I don't know if it's sound to this, but it was basically a mom who pressed out a school bus driver. I don't know. Was it sound to that? I can't remember if it was sound or this was just a
I didn't watch the whole. I just saw it. I didn't click on it though.
Well, basically,
that was the one about.
Go ahead. What you about to say?
Inappropriate touched him or something like that. Like he went on.
Yeah. So basically, I guess they said basically the way the story is, I guess the son touched the bus driver in an inappropriate manner, and then the bus driver said something. Then the mom pulled up on the bus driver. So the sound ain't the greatest. I'll play a little bit of it, and then basically the bus driver beat the shit out of the moms though.
Your hands on my motherfucking son. Like I said, you will not put your hands on my motherfucking son. And that's what the fuck I said here. Get in the car. Go get in the car. Like, how the fuck? Don't worry, I'm not getting on the bus. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. You won't put your motherfucking hands on my son. You won't put your motherfucking hands on my son. You won't put your hands on my motherfucking son.
right, so it's parents. So real quick, so for people who didn't know, because you kind of couldn't really hear the good sound of it. So basically, the little boy touched the bus driver butt, and the bus driver. I mean, of course, this is a woman bus driver. Somebody touched your ass. And it don't matter if it's a kid or whatever the case may be. Nobody's supposed to be just grabbing your ass, especially while you at work. Period, just in general, but especially while you at work. Some little ass kid ain't sitting here about to violate me. So I guess you grab the school bus driver ass. The school bus driver probably mushed the little boy or hit him, or like don't touch me or whatever the case may be. Then a mom come to the school, calling herself, checking the bus driver, and the bus driver had to beat her ass. And then her son tried to jump in too. And so the bus driver didn't swing on the bus. Thank God she didn't swing on the little boy while it was happening. But the little boy definitely got a punch in on the bus driver. But the bus driver beat the shit out of the mother. But my whole thing is, and that's when we know one of my favorite topics on here when we talk about parenting. And that shit, that's why I always say it started at home, because you should have never, it's no way, especially as you a mother, like, why the fuck are you checking the school bus driver and not your son for inappropriate touching a fucking woman ass? Because if you don't check him now and he think it's okay, now this nigga gonna sit here and go around touching everybody ass thinking it's okay because you defended him for touching this woman ass.
It's unbelievable what some of these parents defend for their kids. That's crazy.
It
was no point, and then you went up there and got beat up.
But all my thing of it is sometimes, and I guess I'm not a parent, so I don't know how this works, but it seems like sometimes to me, it'd be like parents forget who they are as a person or how you would feel if somebody violates you like that when you're defending your kid. Because if you was a woman, I can't, to me, if I'm sitting here talking to the mother, you as a woman, you'll be okay with a little boy just randomly grabbing you on your ass?
No.
But then sometimes it's how the story is painted to you.
Oh, that's true too. Baby, the little boy didn't tell like how
what he
really
did
happened.
or whatever. He could have just like, oh, he been cussing at me, he threatened me and all that. And then now you going up there
and get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Oh, because just like your kid lied to you.
And now it's viral all over the fucking internet. Like you can't even live that shit down. Like, man, I couldn't, man.
Yeah, because how many times do kids really tell the truth about what happened?
I mean, you got a point right there. You got a great point right there. You got a great point right there. Man, because we did talk, I should have mentioned this earlier when we were talking about the ice ages. I mean, of course, I know people hate Elon Musk or whatever the case may be, but shout out to Elon Musk for even sitting here saying that he was willing to sit here and pay the TSA agents to kind of help them go back to work. I definitely forgot about that. That was a thing that he would sit here and tweet. I don't know how it would work because realistically, again, like I said, me just listening to the Breakfast Club, and I remember them just having conversations on, and Jessica Larris was trying to say, like when she was going through TSA, she was trying to tip one of the TSA agents, and they can't take no money. Yeah. So that is kind of
feel like you bribing them.
Yeah, and that shit is kind of crazy.
They doing
so I do kind of even want to, even with Elon. I mean, Elon, I guess it's cool that he tweeting that and saying he's willing to pay. You know, obviously, I mean, we all know this nigga, he definitely got the money to sit here and pay him if he wanted to. But realistically, how does that even work? Because if people can't tip him, how the fuck can you sit here and pay him? I mean, of course,
because you probably donating it to their union or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this can cover for X, Y, and Z.
Let them disperse it to the employees.
Oh, okay. Real quick, I guess just in other like kind of nigga news, it was a barber who was starting to go viral on TikTok, and he upped his prices 3 times the price. His original price was $35. Excuse me, for a cut. Now he had $125. And that is that's one of the reasons why, again, I stand firm on just, man, it's time to cut that shit off, let it go. I mean, I guess it's hard because of course, a mom talked about this because she, she's paying for her son haircut. So saying like, damn, my son barber went from $35 to $125 because he's starting to go viral on TikTok and get a little bit of TikTok fame. That shit is kind of crazy and it's fucked up, but that's just how people be. And that's some of the reason why people don't like sitting here doing free promo for any hairstylist, barbers, nail tech, anyway, because if people start to get a little popular, you start to smell yourself, you starting to get a little bit of big-headed to it. Now you feel like you can up your prices because more people trying to book with you. So now you feel like I can weave out some of the people. And I guess I ain't mad, but at the same time, that shit is kind of like, maybe for new customers, you got to keep your old customers, their prices is their prices. Like that shit to me is kind of crazy. That's a huge jump. From $35 to $125 is absolutely ridiculous. What else were we talking about? Oh yeah, wow, because we did just talk about parenting. So in Atlanta, the police, because of course a lot of these areas are starting to do curfews and trying to sit here and cut down on the teen takeovers. So I guess there were a teen takeover a week ago in Atlanta. So we, of course, because it's getting close to spring break, so some of these police, because I'll play even the clips in a minute of DC. But in Atlanta right now, if your kid gets caught participating in a teen takeover or violating the curfew, the parents will be charged along with the kid. Which I hope that they kind of keep picking that thing up and just keep adding that on realistically for all over. I hope they just kind of make it just a federal universal law so parents can kind of, you got to be just parent a little bit more, because it's kind of just getting a little bit more outrageous and a little bit more ridiculous. And even again, like I said, here in the DMV area where it's like, damn, dog, like, do y'all get like how does this shit just like, it can't not be just a every week thing. Like, this shit kind of is just like every weekend it's just a long, like thousands of teenagers just ripping and running outside. So it's like, oh, you know, every kid out there got parents. So you sitting here saying that your parents is not like, you never concerned like where your kid at on the weekend, and knowing that they sitting here enforcing some of these curfews. So you know realistically, if your kid get caught out in this, now this gonna come out of your pocket. You will have to go time to sit here and go to court. You will have to get your kid a real lawyer, a public defender. It's gonna take time out of your day. So whatever you sitting here not making time to sit here and figure out where your kid is on the weekend, you're gonna eventually, if they get caught out there, now you're gonna have to come out of pocket and sit here and pay for whatever they got going on.
Donald Trump says he's looking forward to seeing ICE agents in. If you're caught at one of these street takeovers or car meetups, you could likely spend 60 days in jail or see a $1,000 fine. Now, you may remember we've been talking about these car meetups and takeovers that have been happening in Prince George's County, but also across the DMV region. Well, now Prince George's County Councilmember Juanita Fisher has introduced some legislation to help hold people who are also attending these events accountable. Now, you may remember this right here, an interview I did with the Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader, and he called on leaders to make more legislation to help with this.
I stand with Montgomery County Police in turning to our legislators.
Now we're hearing from more officials as they try to hold more people accountable and get all of this under control before we see the summer months.
Do not attend. If you do, you will be held accountable because you are a part of it.
So of course I played the wrong one, but that one is also going into just that is for people who doing like the street racing stuff. So people who are participating in the street racing things, if you are actually just going and pulling up and watching, they will be also charging you with the same charges that they charge the people who actually doing the street racing. And I ain't mad at it, because I mean realistically they right. If people wasn't out there watching this shit, they wouldn't sit here and keep doing it. So the more people that keep showing up and watching it, you're gonna get the same tickets, you're gonna pay the same fines. But here go the one for the curfew.
This weekend, DC police actually announced 3 different juvenile curfew zones. Obviously, Navy Yard, one of them. If you take a look at your screen here, we've also got Chinatown and the U Street corridor as well. So what this means is starting tonight from 8 through 11 o'clock at night Sunday, any teens under 18 years old hanging out without an adult, they are not allowed to gather with a group of 9 or more within the designated zone. Last weekend, Navy Yard was not deemed a curfew zone, and unfortunately, we saw what happened posted to social media. The night including a witness describing a group of boys beating up another, the National Guard stopping one teen who police said fired shots into the air. Now, last year, DC Mayor Muriel Bowser, working with the council's Judiciary and Public Safety Committee chair, announced the curfew legislation as a way to get a handle on these more recent teen takeovers. Now, Councilmember Brooke Pinto's office, though, is confirming this morning that right now they don't have enough council votes to extend the temporary legislation again, with police saying it is set to expire April 15th. If not, now, critics believe the law disproportionately targets the city's Black and brown youth. Now, until the mayor's team is working on this, when asked about extending the youth curfew zones at the Free DC mayoral candidate forum held this past weekend, I can tell you Kenyon McDuffie, there's some wavering in his answer, but then when asked again, both the lead contenders here, the front runners, Councilmember Janice Lewis George and Kenyon McDuffie, both answered with a sign.
See, and that's the shit that's gonna piss me off, because you sitting here saying like you're gonna have people trying to give a pushback and say you are picking on the Black and brown kids in the community, and realistically it's the Black kids. You sitting here trying to sit here and say they picking on them, and that's what, and the curfew is kind of singling them out. Well, those are the motherfuckers in the video. Like what? You can't make this a race thing. This is just some bad kids. Their parents are just allowing them to do whatever on the weekend. Because you sitting here saying this shit the curfew don't even kick in until 11. Why the fuck is it a kid at the age under 18 still outside just be able to willy and nilly fucking after 11 p.m.? It ain't like they sitting here saying the curfew was at fucking 8 p.m. It's at 11. And you sitting here trying to, like, it's from 11 to 6. Like, come on, dog. Like, y'all, that's the shit that'll be blowing me. But again, like, I don't live in DC, so I can't sit here and be at nobody's council meeting about that. But that would be some shit that I would definitely be like, come on, dog. Y'all are tripping. There's no way in fucking hell. Why are we talking about parents? And let's go to this roadblock shit.
And who says he's a programmer for Roblox is behind bars on child pornography charges. Jamie Bourne is charged with 40 counts of child porn possession as well as possession of a child sex doll. According to arrest records, Bourne told investigators he is a programmer for the online gaming platform Roblox, which is geared toward children and teens. Bourne is booked into the Orleans Parish Justice Center with a bond of over $2 million. This comes after Attorney General Liz Merrill filed a lawsuit against Roblox Corporation in August for failing to protect children from sexual predators.
You know the crazy thing is there's still parents out here that allow their kids to still play this shit. Like, bro, come on, dog. It's no, like, how much, like, to me at this point, if you still allowing your kid to fucking play Roblox, like, something happened to your kid, and that's on you. Like, as a fucking, like, how many stories did you need to hear keep coming out about Roblox and people and everything affiliated with this fucking game for y'all to still sit here and allow that shit would be, if I got a kid, this shit would be off. Ain't no fucking, that shit ain't on your phone, that shit ain't on your tablet, that is ain't no Roblox. Fuck that game. You better fucking play something else. There's a million other games out here to play. You're not still playing some goddamn Roblox, bro. I'm cool. Because it's just like, come on, this nigga is a programmer for the fucking game and he's a goddamn getting about to get locked up for having kitty porn on his fucking phone.
Yeah, but I think some kids don't even pay attention to that. They be just playing with their friends. They don't be playing with just any and everybody or just chatting with, you know what I'm saying? Some people just know how to play the game.
But people still parents though. Fuck the kid. That's again when we kind of going back to the shit with the bus shit. Like,
what you mean? They're still playing the game. It's just like, if, like I said, that's like, okay, Grand Theft Auto when they had all that you know what I'm saying? Like, Call of Duty, like, oh, well, they've been racist. No, like I said, everybody not doing it. So everybody's not on that game for that, those parents, you know what I'm saying? So some people are just playing the game because they wanted to play the game, not
I hear what you're saying, but that's just sitting here saying, like, I'm just still gonna let my kids hang at the crack house just because they're not smoking crack, but they can still just chill in the crack house.
Like, I'm not, like I said, my kids have never had no problems.
So where's he getting, like, it's just for the fact that he's into child pornography, they caught him with that type stuff?
I mean, I'll play it again.
And who says he's a programmer for Roblox is behind bars on child pornography charges. Jamie Bourne is charged with 40 counts of child porn possession as well as possession of a child sex doll. According to arrest records, Bourne told investigators he is a programmer for the online gaming platform Roblox, which is geared toward children and teens. Bourne is booked into the Orleans Parish Justice Center with a bond of over $2 million. This comes after Attorney General Liz Merrill.
Now, this is somebody who programmed the game, but it's endless stories of people who who be sitting here linking up with the kids who play the game. So they on the headset and, like acting like they kids. Hey, you want to link up? We about to have a Roblox party or whatever the case may be. You want to come over and play the game? And then these niggas is sitting here taking these kids and molesting these kids, doing whatever the case may be. Again, to me, it's a million fucking games out here. You just the same way back in the day, if your parents couldn't afford a game, guess what you wouldn't have? You wouldn't be playing. You wouldn't be playing that game. You just wouldn't have the fucking game. If I couldn't afford the game, you wouldn't be able to play. So I don't have kids. Y'all can do whatever you want with your kid. But if I had kids, my kid would not have a fucking Roblox. I don't give a fuck if little Timmy, little whatever. Hey, guess what, you little fucking F-bombs? You better play Madden and play 2K. Stop playing this fucking fairy shit in the first fucking place. That's why I'm glad I don't have kids, because that would be just my rule in the house. Niggas Madden in this 2K, and you can maybe go kill some niggas on Call of Duty, but ain't no fucking headset, dog. I'm just sorry, like it ain't.
So if they didn't have a headset and they wasn't talking to people, would that be different?
Maybe, but this shit just got too much nasty shit about it. Like it's just like you can't, like, how, again, that's just like sitting here saying, like, hey, you want to come on, Erica, let's go hang at the crack house. We ain't smoking crack, we'll just kick it in. Like they got a good spades tournament going on. Let's just go play some spades in here. But just because we don't smoke crack, it doesn't make it. If the police come in here and we in the crack house, we still get fucking arrested. Exactly. That's just my point. Like, I don't give a fuck if my kid nobody ain't never DM my kid. Did not today, but what about tomorrow? So if a story come up and now you niggas would be the same people. I didn't know little Timmy was in the chat box on a game that motherfuckers keep getting hit with this same freaky ass shit. Why the fuck do my kid gotta play this game? Fuck you and your friends. Delete this shit. The fuck are we talking about? We just said because it ain't happened yet, it's never gonna happen, man. You crazy as shit. That's the reason why motherfuckers getting car accidents every day, because they feel like shit. I drive every day and be texting on my phone. Why, man? Come on, fuck no.
Since this Rock Nation thing happened, I have never seen people nitpick nothing more in my life. Man, just about you,
man. And you know, it's really just like, I think a lot of this was really beautiful and eye-opening for me, because it showed me a lot of people who's been like waiting, like kind of sitting,
like they
had this and it was like, oh, this is a moment, you know, in complete misunderstanding. Like, you know, even in the verse that's posted, like I say, I'm not perfect and neither is the president. What's guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence? I'm talking about them.
No shit. Yeah.
Even the devil was heaven sent, you know, like this is the realization of like, damn, like that's not complicity. That's just like, this is the real world. What's guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence? That's me saying these niggas guilty. Right. You feel me? But I think it was an opportunity for people who just like been sitting on it and waiting to just get they strike at it. Hey, you know, it's funny as I was telling the team at Rock Nation, I'm like, damn, we both share like me signing with them got me a whole bunch of shit that I didn't ask for. And then them signing me got them a whole bunch of shit they not. So it's like, it's a mutual share of bullshit that come with it. But it's also like, this is what comes with going to this level.
Ever since this
real quick, just and I'll play some clips of people to just giving their thoughts and opinion on LaRussell. I think LaRussell just kind of where he gets it confused a little bit, where it's like niggas really ain't never like your music, dog. And I hate for him to even understand it, because I think it's hard for people to kind of not understand where some people can like the hustle. They can like just the work you putting in and like your story, because I think that's for somebody. I'm only gonna speak for myself and for most people I know who've shared clips of LaRussell. They never share his music. They just they like what he's building. Like they like him be able to sit here and get people to come to his backyard and pay, instead of him sitting here trying to go to venues and building his backyard into an actual venue to be able to lock in with his fans. I think people can appreciate the hustle, but more people appreciated the hustle and the grind, what you had going on, than people actually liking the music. It wasn't like niggas was waiting to sit back and kick your back. And it was just like, nah, nigga, you just got a little bit too much dip on your chip now. You feeling yourself a little bit. You thinking niggas it was like, you was like some huge, like we was like, you was NBA Youngboy and we was niggas who was just going crazy for your music. No, we liked your story. We like the fucking hustle. We like the grind. We like what you was building. So then that's when you signed the deal. I wasn't never mad at it, but I understood why people were mad at it, because they liked that you were the king of the independent shit. People like that. Like that's why niggas loved all them niggas from Texas, because that's their thing. Like all them, it's like it's some niggas in Texas who never signed a deal when Slim Thug and Paul Wall and all of them, like zero. He never went and got a big major deal, or what is it? What's my name? I want to say, is his name? Is Lil Kiki? I think that's his name. Like them niggas never signed. When Mike Jones and all of them went and got a deal, it was some niggas in Texas who never went and got a deal. So I think he's missing cute and making it think that people are just waiting to hate on him. Like niggas don't give a fuck about you that much to sit here and wait to hate on you. But for you to sit here and do that Heaven Sent song and you sit here and mention them 3 wild niggas' names that you mentioned, and people ain't, and the crazy thing is, you know how bad the names is you mentioned. Niggas can't even repeat the names you mentioned because they don't want their videos to get fucking sit here and get to get flagged and get demonetized. So when people are sitting here responding to you, that's how wild what you said is. When people are responding to you, niggas just gotta kind of almost like, hey, you heard the names he said, I'm not repeating them because you ain't about to get my fucking page flagged. So that's my point with this nigga. Just like, he just stupid. And I think sometimes like you niggas just they be feeling themselves a little too much and got a little bit too much dip on your chip, and you gotta be a little bit more serious with what you're talking about. This nigga he is bugging the fuck out. But let me play this real quick. LaRussell.
LaRussell's new song, Heaven Sent, is exactly why I'm never going to stop reminding y'all that performative activism is so real. And if you actually want to be effective towards social change, then you have got to go deeper with political education and community work than just throwing around radical quotes like artists should reflect the times. And I can't stand when people throw that quote around because they always remove the context. When Nina Simone said that, she was saying that artists should reflect the times for the oppressed. That's the context. And she was mainly centering Black folks in the South of the United States in her artistry. She wasn't saying that you should use your art to be some bullshit ass kumbaya and humanize white supremacists like fucking Trump and Epstein and Adolf. The fuck? What's wrong with you? She was saying that you should use your artistry to amplify the voices of people who are marginalized and therefore silenced. She wasn't saying that you should include your opinion in your artistry like that's some type of service to the people. That's not what she meant, LaRussell. If you want to see the humanity in men who literally committed themselves and everything they did in their lives to dehumanize people, men who literally used all of the political resources and power that they had at their disposal to do everything they could to make sure that people like you and other marginalized groups in this society suffered for not just during their lifetimes, but for all throughout history. If you want to see the humanity in those people, that's your fucking business. But don't try to make it seem like that's something that's needed in these times, or like that's some type of opinion of the people that you're trying to amplify. You should have listened to your engineer and kept that shit on your hard drive. But since you put it out there, let's not act like you're doing a favor to the people. Let's not act like you're reflecting the times. You're just sharing your bullshit ass opinion that nobody asked for or needed. Just so.
Again, like I said, I think LaRussell just got a little bit too much dip on his chip. And I love sometimes, again, internet bullying sometimes is a cool thing because people, they made them deactivate all the social media pages. So you can fake like you can act like you big and bad and the smoke ain't too much for you. But when you got to deactivate all your social media platforms, trust and believe that smoke got a lot super smoky for you. So you kind of had to find a way to get yourself out of that situation. What else is there?
Black people shouldn't be traveling and spending their money anywhere that's going to treat them poorly. You can say whatever you want about how America is, but guess what? That's where we were born and this is where we live. I'm not going to pay to vacation and visit somewhere that's going to treat me like shit. That's why Italy is never going to see me. And now that I see what's happening in Guyana, that place wouldn't see me either. And y'all can talk about, oh, y'all, people in New York get slapped every day. It's not even about him being slapped. It's the fact that he was mistreated and harassed the entire time he was there. Before the slap happened and being denied services, why would you tell people, oh, you can't just write off a country? Well, maybe they should represent themselves differently if they don't want people to write them off. Anybody that says anything about they don't want to come to America because of how it is, I respect that. Don't.
What's crazy is I get on TikTok and I see video after video of people complaining about TSA wait times. In Houston, in Atlanta, it's like you get here 4 hours ahead, do this, do that, whatever. And y'all like, oh, the TSA must have quit or y'all ain't treating them right. We haven't gotten paid in 29 days. Tomorrow will make 30 days. We have not gotten paid. Nobody has hit. We don't have any money. And y'all expect us to move as quickly as possible to help y'all get through to y'all flight so y'all can do what y'all want to do when we can't even afford a flight. We can't afford food. We can't afford rent. We can't afford a mortgage. We can't afford a car payment. We can't afford shit. Nigga, I'm at Family Dollar. Bitch, I work for the government. And I'm at Family Dollar.
I had to play that because I should have played it earlier when we was talking about the other stuff with the government. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Read it off my chest. Just a warning. I'm so sorry. My partner of 10.
Oh, okay, real quick. I'm about to play this clip because this story was kind of fucked up, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't necessarily, again, if y'all got, man, you gotta kind of watch, watch Beauty is the Black, because I probably would have crashed out like Mallory did towards the end of the season. Real quick, after this clip I'm about to play. So this man, I guess this woman and man was together, and basically the dude waited out until the woman got older to kind of break them up. They was in a relationship for 10 years, and he kept spinning her on when they was gonna have kids. They end up, after you get over a certain age, unless you really got some money where you can really afford it, he kind of waited her out and then end up breaking up with her. So I do want to play this clip real quick.
Read it off my chest. Just a warning. I'm so sorry. My partner of 10 plus years admitted he never loved me and was waiting out my fertile years.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Do I need my fan?
Do you need your fan?
Am I going to overheat?
Yes, that's why I said I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm already getting stressed. All right.
All right. I'm 36 female. I met my now ex-fiance in grad school in our mid-20s, but we grew up together in a lot of ways. First time sharing an apartment with someone, first adult jobs, moving cities, and getting engaged. He has a PhD in psychology, which I used to think made him more in tune with emotions, and I was so proud to be with someone like that. Now I feel sick realizing how much he used it to his advantage.
That's what I'm saying. He weaponized that shit. Oh, I knew it. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
So excited. I wanted kids and was open about it from the beginning. He said he did too, but not yet. It was always some excuse. We're too busy with our dissertations. We just started new jobs. We should wait until we're more financially stable. Maybe after I got this promotion, maybe after we buy a house. There was, I thought, a valid reason to push it 6 months, a year, which then became 2 years. I turned 36 not long ago.
Oh my God.
I know. We were planning on going out for my birthday and got into a dumb argument about where to eat. It was really stupid, but we kept going back and forth for 5-ish minutes. Finally, I said, it's my birthday. Can we please just go where I want? Out of nowhere, his face and tone went cold. And he said, I can't stand you anymore. I actively laughed because how dramatic and random it was. Then he said very calmly that he doesn't love me and that he doesn't even like me and never has.
I'm like, I don't understand. I'm just here stuttering and shit. Literally, I don't understand. Why are you still with her?
Exactly. Wait for it. I honestly thought he was only trying to hurt me in the moment in some sick way, but he kept going. He said he stayed with me because it was convenient, that he knew how badly I wanted kids, and that if he dragged things out for long enough, I wouldn't have them with someone else. He was talking about it almost like it was some case study to him. He said he didn't want kids, but he also didn't want me to have them with someone else. So he waited it out.
Oh,
I feel
real quick. I guess what's y'all first response off of hearing that? Because hearing it out loud and somebody actually saying that to somebody is extremely fucked up. But I do think realistically, there's probably people who think that where it's like
people do it. Men do it all the time. They
said it.
They don't say
so, yeah, for sure. And that's what I was saying. Because like hearing it, and it's kind of like, I mean, let's be clear. I'm sure most people, even if you don't even participate in it, but your thoughts may be like after a bad breakup, and let's say you and the person was together for 5 or 6, 7 years, and y'all have had, just because y'all maybe are younger. So this isn't say if y'all was in y'all 20s and y'all used to have that conversation all the time, and you kind of was like, damn, I can't, we'll have our kid when we turn 30. So let's say from 25 to like 29, y'all was in a relationship. I understand where you can have those feelings. But just coming out and saying it and then kind of sitting here making it seem like you dragged this along and made this relationship go longer so the person could never, because y'all had no reason to leave each other. So then when y'all finally break up, you kind of know she's 36. You can't just hop into a relationship tomorrow and then have a baby at 37. So it may take a minute. So now you're saying, now you're pushing it closer to like 38, 39, 40, where it's a little bit more tricky on having a kid. That shit is foul though. And that's so foul where, again, you can't be mad if somebody do the extreme to you because, like, you just play with me. And you play with me as something very that you know I really wanted. So you kind of really playing with my emotions. And then again, you got to be careful because it's a story of the dude. I forgot where he was at. And the crazy thing, he was black. I can't even believe he even got off with this shit. But a dude ended up killing a lady and her unborn baby. She was pregnant. And this nigga got off because they sit here and said he was mentally insane. And and to me, that's the scary shit where it's like, I just wouldn't want to be like, there's certain things you got to be careful with just playing with people and playing with their emotions because, I mean, you just lucky that this fucking person wrote into a goddamn Reddit page or a podcast or something where they didn't sit here and they ain't writing this from a goddamn lawyer or something because it's like, man, you can't be playing with people like that. Like that shit is foul.
I feel physically sick typing this out. 10 years of my life wasted, becoming part of his family.
I'm just waiting.
An engagement, talking about baby names, and then for him to say this whole time he was just trying to run out my fertility. I will allow you to speak before I go forward.
Why? So you hated her, period, but you didn't want anybody else to have her?
Yes.
Like, let her go so she can have this thing. So you really hate this woman.
Yes.
What a dick.
I know. It gets worse though.
No, it doesn't. No. How does it get worse?
Perhaps the worst part looking back, I can see all this time the mind games and the red flags now. He'd tell me I was overreacting whenever I was upset. He'd say I was projecting because of my own family issues, or it was my anxiety talking when I dared to question why we weren't moving forward. He always just made himself out to be some rational expert and made me constantly doubt my instincts. I got the hell out and moved into a new place 2 weeks later.
Wow.
I didn't tell many people the address at all, but since then, I've been sent weird letters with no return address a couple of times. Not exactly threatening, just unsettling. One said, quote,
I hope you're reflecting. Another had a pair of baby socks in it. No,
This motherfucker.
no,
What?
no note, just the socks. He's a terror.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. That ain't gonna lie. See, that's the shit I would be in jail because now you really fucking playing with me for real. Like how and again you could, but you think about it, because if you really love if this woman genuinely loved this man and then to come to find out that this nigga was just really playing with your emotions and just your man, come on.
And then you still playing?
Like, come on, dog. Like when you sent the socks, that would have sent me to jail. I'm sorry, dog. Real quick, because I meant to talk about this last week, and I kind of just forgot because we were just talking about so much other shit. But I gotta play these clips of Magic Johnson son before we get out of here. I'm just gonna say pause, no homo before we play this, but I have to play this shit because this shit is fucking crazy. I don't even know if I got an opinion on this shit, but I just have to play it before we leave.
Especially if I look cuter than any girl does. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue? And that's exactly how I apply it to myself to these days in the way that I present, like in my feminine regalia. I've always been a feminine being, and like that's just like how I best express myself. But I'm like, listen, I'm out all the time, and like I'm killing a dress and no one else is. Like the girls in the room are not doing it. Like they don't look cute. They're not dressed to any nines. So I love it. It's especially
so I told him that. Like that's just your personal opinion. You'll never look better than a woman.
Yeah, that to me is kind of, and you know what the crazy thing is, where it's like he's saying is like he don't even got no like plastic surgery or nothing done. He just feel like just as a tall
man in a dress. It's what's feminine about you because you wear makeup and have a dress on.
The big ass feet ain't no damn feminine.
Yeah, I can't believe. Like, I'm honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm surprised that this wasn't more people. I mean, of course, I guess because of the times we live in, and I even seen Lord Duval say this is like nobody can't really give it no pushback. But the story that kind of was really going crazy, and I guess some people was getting upset about it, where he was basically saying like he don't date gay men, he only dates straight men. So, and then people was kind of like, how do that work? Like, how you date a straight man and you a nigga? Again, like some of these.
He turning them out.
I don't fucking know what the rules is, but I just know that this nigga just gets.
If you attracted to me and I'm a man, then you're gay.
No, but I'm saying like
you can't turn me out if I'm not attracted to. If a girl can't turn me out if I'm not attracted to her. I don't date gay men. You date what? Straight men? They're not straight if they're dating you.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
But if they never been with a man,
well, you with a man now.
Yeah, exactly.
So you was just curious. That's
So
what I'm saying. So
nah,
so
nigga,
you
that's
been gay your whole
you're
life,
gay.
and you was just kind of scared to say that. Would you ever date a man?
Fuck no, nigga.
Then there you have it.
What the like that shit? Even for him to say that shit was just crazy. Again, like I don't know that nigga. Maybe because it's Magic Johnson's son, niggas don't really want to say nothing. And not even gonna just sit here and say that. Just one, because it's Magic Johnson's son, and then two, because we live in a world where you kind of get canceled for any fucking thing. But I like the fact that Lil Duval tweeted and was like, "Y'all made this a thing. Like this is a thing because people are so scared to come out and say anything or defend or have conversations or give any of this shit some pushback." It's like that's what I mean.
But a lot of gay men feel that way. Like you bash.
Yeah, no, I heard it was the gay community was.
You bash the real women, but they are who you're trying to be.
Yeah, that shit crazy though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. What was this security guard, this police officer? Shit out this nigga.
Any pretrial detention center shows an officer repeatedly striking an inmate inside an elevator. Roughly 11 punches were thrown, several of them landing.
Come on, so you can go downstairs.
About 6 hours later, body camera video shows inmate Spencer Butler inside a room. An officer is seen pointing a weapon through the window. It's now about 2 a.m. on March 2nd, 2023.
Go ahead, remember that.
Butler is then pulled out of the room by a crowd of officers, upset about getting beaten up.
I done got my beat already, and y'all see him talking about I'm trying to do something, bro. I've been in cuffs for a long time. When they put his hands on me the first time.
Officers then placed Butler in a shower. For an unknown reason, he was pepper sprayed.
You want to decontaminate? What decontaminate or what? Do you want an opportunity to get the OC spray off of you? If not, I didn't have to get sprayed. I didn't do sir.
Records show Butler was struck by Officer Myth Louise June on March 1st. Photos obtained by NBC6 show the officer with bloody bruises on his knuckle.
Give you the opportunity to write a statement about what transpired with you on the elevator with Officer Lewis Jr.
Later, Butler is asked to describe the officer's actions in the elevator. This is how Butler described it.
AGGRESSIV.
Officer Luis June was in charge until January of this year, nearly 3 years later. State attorneys tell NBC6 the delay in the misdemeanor charge was due to the officer's prior attorney wanting to investigate the case. Miami-Dade Corrections told NBC6 the arrest stems from an investigation into staff misconduct.
Again, sometimes when people think about jail, you don't think about that part of jail, how realistically why you kind of just need to keep your ass from not going to jail, because it's just like those little stories kind of really realistically just never come out for real, and you forget about that part because it's that way, and it kind of go to that level of extremeness where it's like this nigga's getting his ass beat by a goddamn correctional officer. This don't have nothing to do with people in the jail or nothing like that. So again, like I said, that if you needed another reason why to stay out of jail or not do anything stupid, especially because the weather about to break, I advise you to kind of be on your best behavior, because that type of shit, like, no, he was beating this he was in handcuffs, and the fucking CO was just, or whatever fuck correcting officer, whatever you want to call this nigga, man, he was fucking this nigga up. Like, he was hitting this nigga like he was like a goddamn punching bag. But before we get out of here, this wasn't one other story that I kind of wanted to touch on, because this was a video of a woman going viral who said her, I guess was her mom or her grandma that passed away, and the church was trying to overcharge her for the funeral.
Oh, baby, let me tell y'all what just happened. So I just went up on the pastor, his wife, the deacon, the church, the whole congregation, if they had something to say. Do you understand me? So me and my cousin, we get to the church to plan, to let them know how we want to plan the service or whatnot. Now, mind you, my auntie and uncle been members of this church for over 55 years. They pay their tithes faithfully. So the pastor turns around and say, that's going to be $800. $800 for what, pastor? He said, well, you know that in order for us to preach this service and do a nice homegoing, the church got to cook, and I got to pay my ushers to clean up, and then I got to pay some of my deacons to come. I said, you got to pay them to come to a homegoing for your faithful members? I said, let me ask you something. Where the money at when they pay their tithes every Sunday? Where they money at when they pay for pastor anniversary? Where they money at when they pay for church anniversary? Where they money at when you did fundraisers? Where they money at whenever you did these cookings and all this extra stuff? Where they money at when you needed something for your light bill? Where they money at when you needed something for your rent? Where they money at when your mama and your daddy passed? And the last time I checked, my auntie did the cooking, and my uncle was running around here trying to help get you a suit. These folks been members of your church since they was little kids, and they was watching you grow up. And you finna sit here and tell me your money hungry ass finna charge us to have a service here? I believe the hell not. I say it's mighty funny how you praise people and you love people when they sit in front of you. I say, cause you get up there and you say everything that you know they want to hear. You don't preach nothing about God. All you preach about is the tithes and what somebody gonna do in building this church and building your house, getting you a brand new car. Little Tommy need to go to school. Your wife need a new hairdo or a wig. Your daughter needs surgery, and I need this and I need that. And Sister Johnson over there, she having problems in her home. And Sister Sarah over there, she having trouble walking. And I need y'all to raise some money for her medical bills. And I need for y'all to just pray, and I need some new pulpits for the church, and I need some new paintings on the wall, and I need this, and I need that, and I want this, and I want that. But you can't even help. You can't even do her service. You can't even do his service for free. They done paid their way. They done paid their way for the church. They done paid their service. They done paid for the funeral. They done paid for the casket. They done paid for the clothes. They done paid for the food. They done did that. Every Sunday they come to church. Every Bible study. Every prayer meeting. Every time y'all want to go across the country, they.
I feel
that sound good.
What you mean? I mean, because I don't know what the actual rules is behind it, so it's kind of like that's why I kind of just played it. And I really honestly can't have a real opinion because I don't necessarily know what's the rules on how that actually works. But just the way she even saying it, the way she's saying it, like, damn, it is kind of crazy. Y'all been paying tithes and offering for 50 years, and then they pass, and now you sitting here trying to charge me $800 just to do the funeral, which do sound like it don't sound like it's a lot, but I don't necessarily know where that's at. I don't know the site, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily know the city or town, but I mean, she doing it like, it seemed like she may be in the country somewhere. So I'm sure $800 is a lot, but this is the kind of have like a funeral and they going to provide the food and all that. That don't seem like that really, if I'm being honest, it don't sound like a lot. But
you would think it would cover that. All that I've done for you, you would think that would cover that. But like I said, it's still a business. Ain't nothing free.
I mean, yeah, that's why I say, like, I honestly don't know how to feel because I don't know the rules. I probably should have asked my mother or something, like, how does that normally work with churches? Because I don't necessarily know. But hearing it, when you see it saying, damn, somebody been going to your church for 50 years, paying tithes and offering and then it probably really pissed me off if we really in a city with people kind of like struggling for real, and I'm still paying tithes and offering for 50 years, and then I pay, nah, dog.
Well, let me ask you this stay on that. I just saw it was a girl, I guess she paid to get her hair done or whatever, right?
Oh, and
the girl passed away, and then she was looking for a refund. The family told her.
That shit fucked up, dog. I don't know why people be doing that. Like, I get it. I mean, one, that's why I don't like to pay for nothing that fucking far in advance. Period. And if you're going to do that, then you kind of almost got to look at it, especially in this day and age, because how quick things could get canceled or shit can happen. Like, you willing to pay for something that, even when it comes to like tickets and stuff, like. I even listen to just say here, like, with sporting events, because I know that players can get injured, people can get traded. Like, we just tying it back into the WNBA, the Mystics and the Chicago Skypos. I play, I want to think like close to like Labor Day weekend or some shit like that. Sometime in September, and they playing at the Capital One Arena. I'm going to go to that game, but I'm not about to buy tickets right now because what's it here and say, fucking, I buy tickets now and Angel Reese don't even play for the fucking Sky no more. Or the bullshit that happened towards the end of last year, she ended up getting suspended for a game, and then she ended up sitting out the last 10 games. Like, that shit type of shit, I don't got money just to be wasting. So again, with somebody sitting here paying, who pays for their hairdo or the whole entire $350 up front? Like, that to me is kind of crazy. But then it's more nuts for you to sit here and say, like, the girl passed away. Like, bro, take that. You got to take that L.
You can't get that back from her.
And then to reach out to their family, like, what the fuck? Damn, that's what, again, Erica, you got to finish watching, because that you could kind of almost damn near tie that into what's the fuck is that? Beauty in the Black. Like, yeah, that's crazy though. You can't ask for your money. You gotta take that L. And I listen to him say, I understand this economy, people ain't trying to eat no $350, but just
who would give that up front? That was the total price.
Yeah, the total price you pay. Yeah, she paid the whole thing up front. I'm not paying.
Yes, but I'm not paying if you ain't done the work yet. I'm not.
Hell no, I'm not paying it up front like that, nigga. That's absolutely ape shit. That shit crazy. I do want real quick. I got two more before we go. I do want to play this clip of this dude because he said some good shit, and this is one of the reasons why I kind of like sometimes don't really be wanting to like go places or you overthink it, because like when you young and you kind of just like having your way with the women, it's kind of cool. But when you kind of like, I just want to play this clip and then I'll tell you.
And most of the niggas talking about going to Houston for spring break ain't even appreciated where they at. You can barely get bitches where you from. What makes you think you gonna go there and get some bitches? Nigga, you losing in a botted lobby, planning on going to a ranked lobby. That is a ranked lobby. You know how much comp is there? And you think you gonna win? No, you gonna be sitting on the wall with your homeboys talking about that bitch bad, that bitch bad, that bitch bad. Watch some streaming ass nigga with a camera come and take all your hoes. I'm not doing that shit.
I guess I don't play video. I play video games, but I don't play to that level. I'm assuming when he said the ranked lobby, I guess that's some 2K shit. Yeah. But again, I do think sometimes niggas don't be serious with themselves, because if you what he's saying it in a comedic way. But I do think realistically,
it's true.
It's true as shit. Like as men, and I think sometimes men don't be real with what your real ability is on getting women. Why the fuck are you can't, especially when you talk about like events that big. Like if you know that you're not a suave nigga that you normally can just go out on your regular everyday basis and just get women off the regular, Why you fucking think you gonna go somewhere where motherfuckers is really trying to have a good time, get free drinks, trying to go to places for free, and really trying to just like, you try like, especially at bigger venues, it's really a looks thing. It's a looks thing, or you got to have a lot of money where people can see you got a lot of money. If you don't normally get hoes off the regular, why the fuck would you even waste your time? Because you literally just wasting time and money. You're not getting no pussy. You just gonna be out there unless you about to go pay for something. Like you just gonna look fucking stupid. Again, I think sometimes men don't.
What if I'm a good wingman though? Like me and my man.
I'm not winging for niggas, other niggas to get no box. Ain't no way in hell. I ain't never been that type of nigga.
Not wing. I'm just saying like when we together, like he might be the talkative one, and I already know I'm get
some leftovers.
Not necessarily leftover, but I'm gonna get the other friend. Like I might not have the game or whatever the case may be, but I'm going out there. I know we going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it depends on probably how old you are. I mean, if you young, you just got to kind of learn from your own. You got to just have your own life experiences. Then cool, knock yourself out. But I'm talking about it be still older niggas sometimes where it's like be wanting to go and do shit and like you nigga, you don't even get no bitches. Why the fuck you want to go? The fuck is we going for? Like that's just how I look at shit. I don't want to I'm so used to going outside a certain way. I'm not going to go outside and not be presenting myself the proper way. It's just like, what the fuck am I out here for? Like you could I think sometimes when what was that clip of Wallow? He's like, niggas want to go out and celebrate every weekend. What the fuck are you celebrating? And it's kind of like one of them type of things where it's like, even with the Jay-Z shit, like, I mean, if you really just like his music, you just going for the music, I guess. But if you going and you thinking you just going like, come on, dog. Cause I be seeing, yeah, cool. I ain't just going nowhere just looking like bullshit and thinking I'm gonna pull a miracle. Most niggas gotta be serious with yourself. You can't just be popping up somewhere and just thinking you're gonna pull a fucking random miracle. But again, real quick, my last clip of the night, I do want to play this clip of Mike Will talking about how French Montana basically fucked him and Sway Lee over out of not getting paid for nothing out of. And we played this clip a minute ago when we played French Montana when he was on, what was he on, Drink Champs, and French Montana said he didn't make nothing off of Unforgettable. And some people kind of, when we even talked about it, we kind of like the whoever the original the original song. So I believe Sony owns the rights to the original song. So whatever the song was that they sampled.
Oh, that's who.
So that's who get all the money from the song. So because that's how that's how it goes. If you sit here and put out a song and the song didn't get the sample cleared, damn, they got you by the balls. They can ask for whatever they want. So if they sit here and say, well, you got this song out and this song already getting played, you get 100. We want the 100% of the song. Yeah, the song we're clear, but nigga, we want 100% of the song. So now nobody get paid from the song.
Yeah, I'll be beefing with that.
And you got to think about it. That song came out like around that shit. I want to say it came out. Did it come out before the pandemic or like around that? Way before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
couldn't remember when it came out.
Because when that Black Beatles, that was early. That was before pandemic too. So yeah.
Let's just Sway Lee real quick.
Yeah, I want to say that was
2017. You're right, 2017.
Yeah.
Already been familiar with French. We already had a relationship, and the fact that bro ain't reach out to me and let me know like, hey man, your little bro did this song right here, man. I would love to get on it any kind of way. What are y'all planning to do with it? Or like, what are y'all planning not to do with it? Or like, are y'all sleeping on it or are y'all not? It was no conversation. It was just like, oh my God, this shit is hot. Boom, I'm gonna put my verse on here and leak it.
It worked out for you, but it worked out, right, Mike?
Not really. Nah, it worked out for Sony because they own the master. I'm a businessman. I'm an executive. You know what I'm saying? So that was supposed to be one of Eardrummer's assets. You know what I'm saying? Right. We could have put French on there, and we could have let that be with Eardrummers and Interscope, like how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But it ended up going through Epic. You know what I'm saying? That had nothing to do with this record. You know what I'm saying? First, out of respect, we already know each other, so you can have that conversation with me if you're gonna do it. If he heard that song, he liked it, he could have called Sway Lee to the studio and said, "Hey, bro, you know what? Hey, Sway Lee, I want to do a song with you, bro. I really like this song. Can I use this song? Are you gonna use it for your album? Or you know what I'm saying? Or let me put a verse on there and let me support your album." But instead, the song leaks and it don't even say featuring Sway Lee. We took the song down. We C&D'd the song. It kept coming back out. C&D. I'll come to New York. I hear Clue goddamn playing that shit on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I hear
French did say he's never made no money off that song in the interview,
which is even worse. Jimmy Iovine had to break this down to me, and he was like, "Hey, Mike, how does it feel?" I'm like, "What?" And he was like, "Man, you got fucked."
Oh, I'll be even more pissed. You leaked that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be fucking pissed. Fuck you. Just fuck you for life.
And real quick, while we talk, and before we roll and we talk about French Montana, I keep telling y'all that Max B shit, that wave is sail. Max B, you keep laughing about not wanting to fix your shit. Your best shit was with you and Jim Jones. I understand that people love the mac and cheese shit. That window his sale, my nigga. It's cool because that Rick Ross and French Montana song would have been a hit if it was just Rick Ross and French Montana. That fucking Max B pop was pissing me off every time I heard his fucking voice come on that song. That song is ass because of Max B. Like Rick Ross was in his bag. It sounded like listen to what I'm saying. That was the perfect Rick Ross and French Montana song. That song would have been perfect if it was just them two niggas on there, or if you would have had fucking Future or somebody on a fucking hook, or The Weeknd or some one of them other niggas who actually can do good melodic music in 2026. That would have been a perfect song. That fucking Minx in Miami song is ass because of Max B. I promise you.
Listen to it again.
Please
no,
listen.
I like the joint, but I didn't think maybe I didn't pay attention to the Max.
Okay, just listen
maybe
to
I didn't pay attention to Max B.
All I'm just
That's
saying
what I'm
is
saying.
because Rick Ross was rapping his ass off.
No, I thought it fit in. I thought like it fit in, but maybe I got to listen to it again.
All I'm just saying is when you listen to it again, listen to that song, and then just go listen to another French Montana and Rick Ross song. That again, when we talk about certain niggas that Rick Ross do songs with, or certain niggas French Montana do songs with, the bar is already set too high. And I understand, I respect French Montana for just being a real friend of Max B, but bro, you doing too much of the heavy lifting. Like you trying to help him too much, and it's just like, come on, dog. This shit is ass, dog. It's because of Max B fucked the whole song up. So again, like I said, man, like, share, and subscribe each and every Tuesday right back in here. If you're on the YouTube, you can always catch us recording it live on YouTube Sunday nights around like 9 p.m. So again, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. We'll holler at y'all next week. Oh, matter of fact, before I leave, Luka Don, I apologize to Luka. I do got to give Luka some credit. Luka and the Lakers have been balling out. I believe they on like an 11-game winning streak. This nigga Luka went for fucking 60 against the Heat the other fucking night. Luka has been fucking playing out of his goddamn mind. Again, like I said, and the crazy thing is why I got to give Luka a little bit of credit before I sit here and roll is because Luka is going through some fucking custody battle with his fiance, and she really sticking, and this is sometimes why you can't. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas. This is why I fuck with Gilbert Arenas, because Gilbert Arenas told y'all niggas when he was going through. California is the most strictest fucking state when it comes to their child support shit. When it comes to with these athletes and entertainers. They are going to put them every chance they get. They're going to pull your pants and they're going to spank your ass. And that is the reason why I'm saying
the deal.
Exactly. And that's why she don't even live in I don't think she live in the United States. I want to say I seen the jump. She still whatever country he from. Yeah, I want to say that's where she still live at. But she's suing him because that's where he work at.
Oh my God.
So him kind of even going through that whole little situation and him able to sit here and just chin up, chest out, nigga, and just balling out. I gotta give a nigga some respect. I gotta give a nigga a lot of fucking thoughts and prayers to your pockets. But the way he hooping, like he done took himself from not even being in the MVP conversation. Like I'm seeing the charts and listening to like ESPN and Fox Sports and like nigga his shit. They saying he either should be number 2 or number 3 in the conversation. I mean, of course, SGA right now still the favor, but between SGA and Wemby, and they saying Luka should be number 3, anywhere between 2 and 3. Yeah, and thoughts and prayers to Cade Cunningham. I don't know how his lungs collapsed on him or what happened, but definitely thoughts and prayers to Cade Cunningham, because that he's a huge reason why Detroit has been having the season that they've been having, and that's going to be a rough one. And I do kind of honestly, I feel bad for Jaylen Brown because it's like, he was having the season where he was supposed to be. Realistically, you kind of should just give him MVP just off of the strength of what he did with that Celtics team to keep them fuck above water. You talking about nigga? They were the 2nd or 3rd seed right now in the Eastern Conference when it was just Jaylen Brown and just a bunch of random niggas. To me, he should have been the MVP favorite, but the NBA really don't even fuck with Jaylen Brown. And you can obviously see that for him to not even be. I think most people when you hear people giving what it got to be 5 people on the ballot for the MVP, everybody kind of got him at number 5, and that to me is kind of like, damn, this nigga been carrying this team the whole fucking year when people literally thought they wasn't even gonna be a playoff team. So for them to still be the 2nd seed in the East is kind of crazy. Like he even to have the room for Jason Tatum to even be able to come back and them still kind of not even miss a beat, like that to me is kind of crazy as shit for Jaylen Brown to still be number 5 when people jump. But again, like I said, shout out to Luka. You got to give niggas credit where credit is due, and I think realistically, if the NBA is smart, to me, You know that you need the Lakers. You need Luka, you need LeBron because you have done I understand you're trying to force feed the Wemby shit, but you've done such a horrible job at just promoting some of these newer stars. You need the household names to be able to really get niggas to buy into the playoffs, because that's the difference between football and basketball, where it's kind of like the Lakers can't be balling and you kind of making it seem like, oh, they just some regular season shit. Sell me the dream. Make me buy into the games where now I got.
But then when we come down to a 7-game series, and then you get
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. They know. Guess what? It don't matter, because what ESPN do a great job at. When I talk about what they did with college football, sell niggas the dream. It don't matter if they lose, but sell me the dream and make me think they got a chance of going to the NBA Finals. If you lie to me, because now you're gonna make me buy into it. That's all it is. You just like a pimp. Sell me the fuck. Just make me buy into the shit. It don't have to be the truth. It could be an absolute ball-faced lie. The Lakers could get bumped out the first round, but sell it to me now. They on 11-game winning streak. Just tell me now when I cut on ESPN or I cut on any of these shows, they got the bad, especially, but realistically, got to be ESPN, because Fox Sports don't have no real, they don't really give a fuck because they ain't got no NBA playoff games or no NBA games at all. But you got to sit here and sell me and think that the Lakers can be a championship contender team, because now guess what that makes me watch? The rest of these regular season games. But if you telling me, oh yeah, it's cool, the Lakers just doing their thing in the regular season and they not going to be a championship contender, then what the fuck am I going to be invested in watching the games for? That's the only thing I'm seeing here, Sam. But again, like I said, shout out to Luka. Luka has been balling out his goddamn mind. I want to say like his last, this nigga, I want to say he damn near almost averaging like 40 points a game. Did I thought I screenshotted it. No, I didn't. But again, like I said, shout out to Luka. Shout out to LeBron. LeBron is the all-time leading, assists, point. I mean, he a bunch of shit. What is LeBron Jones?
He just most games played.
Most games played, but it was one other. I want to say it was something else though. What was it? Let me see. He's number one for seasons played. That's 23. Number one for most minutes played. He got 60,710 minutes. Most games played at 1,612. Most wins. Second in wins is he's 1,041. Most points, of course, 43,241. Most field goals made at damn near almost 16,000 is 15,889. Sixth and most 3-pointers made, and that's 2,600. Free throw attempts at 8,000. He's fourth in assists at 11,000, close to 12 because it's 11,925, and he's sixth in all-time steals at 2,400. So again, like I said, shout out to LeBron, shout out to Luka. Again, the Lakers are on 11-game winning streak. So I mean, do what you want with that information. I'll holler at y'all next week.